Street Scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio. Show's host Anthony Camilla and Greg Opie.
Controversial team. Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy
comment prophetically harassed. Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
Shut up! Get us back to the funny. But first, let's play this. People understand we don't belong on radio, right? Satellite radio douchebags? I take that as like a compliment.
Yes, we suck a dick.
Sorry to everybody out there.
This is fucking satellite fuck dick radio.
Holy shit.
What a great show.
We heard you!
I don't want to make everyone feel bad, but you know this is what old people sit around and do.
Kitty porn, semen squirting, and shooting up the job.
Oh, what the fuck?
This morning has been, I feel like I'm on Jerry Springer.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, let's do that. Morning, welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Paul Mooney has a great radio voice. I just realized I listened to that. Paul Mooney.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Jerry Springer.
He just sounds good on the radio.
He could be a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Man, a shitty day here in New York City. A lot of rain coming our way, huh?
Me and Kenny got to get on a prop at 9 a.m. at noon or whatever it is.
Really?
Ugh.
A prop plane in this weather? They're talking about 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Are they really?
They're talking 5 to 6 inches of rain. You guys ain't going anywhere.
I'm very optimistic, GH.
You're not going anywhere. Settle in.
The wind, though, is supposed to start later in the afternoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you just saying that so you don't scare me, or what time?
Well, the weather advisory starts at 11, so hopefully there'll be an hour off and we'll get out of here by noon.
You might just sneak out.
Yeah.
You might be that last plane out where they take that chance, and then they shut down the
I
airport.
just knew it, though. Last week was one. I hate these props. They're worthless. It's like a 70-seat plane.
Yeah.
It's not a 50-seat, a 20-seater. It's a bigger prop.
Right.
But it's just, come on, 40-mile-an-hour winds? What are you going to do with that?
Not much. It's going to be really just a shitty day today and tomorrow.
All the way down?
All the way down because the storm's coming from where you're going.
Right, exactly. It's coming from North Carolina.
You might as well settle in.
Up the coast.
Settle in. We'll do a little sleepover here at SiriusXM until you can fly out.
But, James, look on the bright side. We're sitting in the emergency row.
Oh, that's good. So if the door gets sucked off in the wind.
You'll be the first one.
Yeah, first one out.
Well, why suffer? If you're going to go, you might as well be the first one.
You
You don't want to be the last one out of the plane.
It's a long drive, though. It's like 9 hours, so you can't even do that.
If you start driving now. When's your first show? Tonight?
8 o'clock, yeah.
Where?
It's North Carolina at Raleigh. Charlie Goodnight.
Oh, Raleigh, yeah. Raleigh's actually, you could probably do that in, I don't know, 7? I'm guessing? No?
I don't know, GH.
8, 9, 10? Guess up the car.
You're the North Carolina king.
Do any other airlines have bigger planes? Can you check?
I could check.
Please do. It's worth it.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, I mean, something like that, it's, you don't want to be on prop. I knew today would be awful. Otherwise, you can't help it.
Yeah, Ed's late, by the way, so he'll get here when he gets here.
Yeah, there's something happening.
And also, because there's lots of rumors, we haven't signed anything yet, so that's your update for now. A lot of rumors all over the place. 5-year deal, all this crap. We haven't signed anything yet. Yeah. So there's your update that everyone was begging for yesterday. Jimmy, how you doing, man?
I'm okay.
I didn't know Giraldo as well as you did, and Patrice and the rest of the gang.
Yeah.
I mean, I ran into him like everyone else at the cellar, and he came in here, and he was just a really bright, intelligent guy. Yeah. Really funny guy. He was one of my favorites, actually.
He was great.
I loved his shit. And it's just a really sad day.
It sucks. I mean, it's weird. We taped Raw Dog yesterday because my show airs today, and it was Vinny who was on, me, Bobby, and Vinny. And we talked a little bit about Greg, but he was alive. It was like, we were like, we don't know what's going to happen. And it's so odd.
But you were foreshadowing a little bit?
No, I mean...
it was a tape show, right?
For today, yeah.
Before we found out about Greg?
But Vinny didn't want to go into great detail. I think he got too emotional. He's just... I could see when he talked about it was too much. So we just kind of like, well, let's hope he's okay. And, blah, blah, blah. And then a few hours later...
I see. The OD already happened.
Oh, yeah, this was yesterday about... we taped it yesterday after the show for today, to run today.
Wow.
So I'm debating... It's an odd thing to have, but it seems creepy to just run me, Bobby, and Vinny talking and laughing without mentioning Greg.
Right.
like by cutting it, but it seems weird to leave it in where it's almost depressing, more depressing to hear, hey, well, let's hope he's okay. And it's like, yeah, they're doing a tribute to him on Raw Dog today, so maybe, I don't even know if they're going to air my show. They might just...
Maybe they'll just go with that all day?
Yeah, maybe, which would probably be
the Greg Giraldo
move.
tribute all day today on Raw Dog Comedy, Sirius 104, XM 150. I'm sure that's starting up very soon.
Good.
So.
You never want to be the subject of a tribute.
Yeah.
That's very rarely are you still alive when a tribute happens.
I think everyone was worried about him.
Yeah.
And I thought he was, well, I don't know. I don't know. I thought he was doing better. You know, he looked great when he was one of the judges on Last Comic Standing.
Yeah.
And I was happy for him. Like, yeah, man, this is a great spot for him. Looks
was
like everything's coming together for him.
I don't know. And you just, it's like everybody who knew him, you always were worried about this. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, the friend who drinks too much, whatever it is. You know what it is. It's like you're always worried you're going to get the call and he was doing good, and then he wasn't, then he was doing great. Then it's like you never knew with Greg how he was doing, because Greg's a healthy guy. Like, he was, you know, you could never tell by looking at him, like, oh, he doesn't look well. Like, Greg always looked like he was healthy. So if he was pretty cool at the moment, you never would know where he was at unless he told you.
Right.
And he was usually very honest about it.
Yeah, he was pretty honest on our show.
Yeah.
About, you know, what he was dealing with. So
He was a funny guy, man. He was a really good comic, and it's just, you know, he was a nice guy. He had 3 sons. It's just, it stinks. It's
horrible.
And it makes you angry.
Yeah.
As a friend, as a friend, you get angry at your friend. Like, what the fuck, dude? You know what I mean? It's the way when you see a friend fucking up, you get mad at him. Mm-hmm. So that's what, you know, it's depressing. Very depressing, obviously.
yeah, it's horribly, horribly sad. So.
But, you know, it's funny. People always say, like, I don't tweet really melodramatic things at all. I just said, you know, he's my friend, and he, whatever. I tweeted a picture of us. I was debating it because I got a call from Bob yesterday. We did the show, and then I talked to Vinny after, and he said that he was really in bad shape, like worse than I had thought. I didn't realize what he was. And maybe it took a turn. You know how this shit goes, man. It's like. And then I got a call from Bob later. As soon as I saw my cell phone ring, I just knew. I was like, ugh, fuck. I hate answering my cell phone, but I kind of had to answer that one.
Sure.
And he told me, and he said Kyle had called him, and I think Kyle heard from the family. So I looked online, and I saw that Nick had posted DePaulo.
Right.
And Nick obviously got a call. He was very close to him. It's on his Facebook.
Right.
Which kind of confirmed it for me. Like,
Oh, of course.
It's not a mistake.
Yeah, you posted a nice picture of you and him at a wedding. When was that wedding?
That was in June. It was Noam, is Manny's son, who owns the cellar, and he got married in June 28th. Where Tom Papa actually fucking did the wedding, and they actually had him certified, you know,
right.
Marriage ref thing.
Right.
And Giraldo and his girlfriend were there. And you know what's funny? After I posted that, somebody sent a photo from because he hosted the Nasty Show in July, so we did a bunch of shows in Montreal together, and somebody posted a picture of all of us. Yeah, it's kind of a homoerotic little photo. Greg always took really homoerotic photos. I found one from a few years ago. I'm kind of lurking behind him like a small young lad. And somebody sent me one of the Nasty Show that we did, which was me, Bobby Voss, Greg, this girl, Tiffany Haddish, and Bobby Slayton. It was a good shot. I'll post that.
Yeah, right on. It looked like he could grow a beard for 3 hours.
Dude, I didn't realize.
I bet he shaved that morning in that shot we're looking at.
He's Colombian.
He's got the biggest 5 o'clock shadow you'll ever see.
Yeah, he had that Latin male thing.
Yeah.
And he had a temper, too. I saw Giraldo a couple of times yell at people.
Yeah?
Oof. Yeah, he didn't play fucking games, man. You never would want to be on the fucking business end of a Giraldo scolding.
It was creepy because, you know, TMZ, they posted a picture of Giraldo hanging out at the Stress Factory. And they're calling it the last picture of Greg Giraldo.
Ah, maybe it was.
And he looks pretty good in the picture. And I guess later that night, whatever happened. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either. It's like you hear so many details. I don't know what rumors are true. That's why I haven't speculated, because he's my friend. And it's like you don't want to say something, you know, that's going to... I know his family, so it's like I don't want to say anything. You don't want to be irresponsible anyway, but I don't want to say anything stupid and all of a sudden be wrong and be the asshole whose name is attached to saying something dumb rumor about my buddy.
Sure, of course.
But he shouldn't have died. I mean, it's like, you know, it's like one of those things. It was like, let me see.
That was the last picture, supposly, taken at the Stress Factory after one of the shows.
Maybe it was. Poor Greg. Typical comedian's luck. It's with 3 guys.
Right.
That's just a comic's fucking luck.
Right, there
3
it is.
dudes, guys wearing flannels, and one guy's in a pink hat on and a fucking yellow thing on his wrist. Jesus. Well, if he could sit here and fucking see that, he would not want that to be his last photo.
No,
Some chick with giant tits, baby. Some cool stage photo.
Fuck.
It's just a comedian's fucking luck.
I mean, was he clean, Jimmy?
I don't know. I mean,
he told us he was clean.
One
of the last times he was on the show.
I think he was honest about it. Like when I would see Greg, I would never. It's weird when you're sober. I don't preach to people. I don't try to make them do what I think they should do, because you drive people away doing that. It's like, here's what I think you should do. Right. It's not my place. He knew I was a sober person. We had talked many times, and he knew I was here for him. So I would see him, and I would always go, "Hey, man, how are you? You good?" And we both knew what I was asking him. And in those times where I hadn't seen him, he would go, "Yeah, great," or he'd go, "Oh, I'm all right,
Mm-hmm.
And that meant that maybe he wasn't as good as I would like him to be, but he didn't want to talk about it, and I have to respect that.
Sure.
But it was hard to get a read in Montreal because he was very busy, too. We did 14... We did a lot of shows in Montreal. 2 a night and 3 a night, Thursday, Friday. So it's hard to tell what kind of state somebody's in when they're actually in the dressing room reading notes and, But his performing was great. Right. So it wasn't like I would watch it perform and go, "Oh, that guy's..." He was fucking brilliant, man. He was a funny fuck.
Yeah.
Really funny guy.
This shit just scares the hell out of you, huh?
Yeah. Because you never think it's going to be your friend. It's like Giraldo's a rough one because I know him really well for a long fucking time. It's not... You never. It's always the other guy. It's always like, oh, that singer. It's some performer that you don't know. But when it's a guy you know, it's like it just seems like not real. I still can't really wrap my head around it. I'm like, I know it's true, but it's like, ugh.
Kind of in shock a little bit.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I knew it was coming, but it's a rough one to wrap your head around for a little while. I think.
Mm-hmm. You guys hang out at the Cellar last night?
Yeah.
For the people that don't know, when these guys aren't performing, across America, their hometown club for the most part is the Comedy Cellar.
The Cellar in the Village, yeah.
I think most of you guys would say just that.
Oh,
That's your hometown club.
Sure.
So, what's nice, and if you guys ever, make it to New York City, you go down to the Comedy Cellar on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, sometimes a Thursday. You see all these guys just hanging out, doing sets, and just kind of working on their craft before they hit the road for the weekend. So I would imagine yesterday there were a lot of the guys down there just kind of hanging and talking. Yeah,
I mean, again, I haven't talked to Kyle. I want to call him, but it's just going to be a sad conversation. You know what I mean? It's like you try to avoid as much.
Do you guys ever have sad conversations?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, we talk about everything.
Not often, though, right?
It's because comics have a way of handling things. We're not it's like we're comfortable with sad things in a weird way. Like we're comfortable. We talk about all this rotten stuff in our personal. I mean, the name I've been working under at the Comedy Cellar is the guy who's Bob Kelly's stepfather who used to beat him.
No, really?
You know what I mean? And that was, and Bob knows that. I mean, that's how we are with each other. So,
right.
If Giraldo had pulled through it, we would have given him a comedian's beating. It's what we did. So, we would all talk about it. But it was very sad last night. And the only, Tom Pop I saw, and a lot of guys I didn't see, though, but who might have come in later. I don't know. I didn't see Colin. I didn't see Patrice or Nick or other guys I would have wanted to see. But I saw Keith. Mm-hmm. It's just miserable. And a lot of the people there having a few drinks. And, they're just going to... And I just left. I had to pack, and I wanted to eat. And I was just very, very depressed. I'm like, eh.
You just wanted out?
Yeah, tell it he were very... I know Dave is probably bummed today, too. They were really good friends.
Right.
Yeah, for a long time.
Wow, it's just... you don't know what to say.
No, I mean... And it's because it's a part of it is... When it's your friend... It's annoying. You get annoyed at your friend for fucking up. Mm-hmm. It's as simple as that. You get annoyed at your friend.
All right. How's Vinny doing?
I think he's okay. He was very sad. Vinny's a mush like the rest of us. He's a nice guy.
Vinny owns the Stress Factory.
Yes.
For the people that don't know where Giraldo was performing.
Yeah,
didn't
and a comedian.
Didn't make his last performance, which was what, Saturday night?
Saturday, yeah.
All this went down on Friday, I guess. After maybe he performed.
Yeah, and I don't know when it actually happened. It was sometime Saturday. It's so many sketchy. I guess whenever it's something like this, there's police involved. They have to make sure it was nothing shady.
Sure.
So they don't release details.
Well, they keep saying there was a party in his room.
I've heard that wasn't true. See, that was
that's
another thing.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to bring any of this shit up, I guess.
Yeah, it was probably. Here's what probably happened. I'm going to speculate that there was people in the fucking hotel. There was probably something going on, and they attributed it to Giraldo's room. But from what I knew about Greg, I just can't picture him having a bunch of people.
In a hotel
Maybe he did,
room.
though. I never drank with him, so I don't know.
Right.
But I can't picture him having a bunch of people.
Yeah.
But he was funny. He's a great comic. Yeah. A great comic. Fucking, And he had nice. His sons were very nice. I haven't seen them in years, but they were nice boys. He had a good family.
How old are the sons?
I don't remember. The last time I saw one, young Greg, Greg Jr. was, I want to say 2004, as Tough Crowd was ending on the set. I was violently ill that day, so I couldn't. I was going to, shake his hand or pat his head, but I don't want to get him fucking sick. So I'm going to say it's about 5 or 6 years since I've seen him. He's probably 14 now.
Wow.
And he has 2 younger kids. That's what's frustrating. It's like, dude. But that's how it is for most people. Most people who are in that partying, you know what I mean? That's how it goes, man. It's most people don't, I think, fulfill their potential. They don't live as long as they should.
Seems like it happens to a lot of comedians, too, huh?
Yeah, I think comics have a longer shelf life than most even. I mean, musicians drop dead every fucking 8 minutes.
Right.
Comics do, but I think that the fact that we get the bailout and the fact that you are always attacking what you hate so much, there is something that really is healthy about that because you don't build it up. It's
sure.
like you could just, whether it's politics or your wife or your friends, you get it out on stage, which helps. I think it really does. It's like it's a tension release. So I think comics probably have better luck with their hearts.
All right.
But people, it's funny when people are. They asked me for a statement yesterday, and it's weird. It's like, and I gave one. I said something nice about my friend. It's like,
right.
But people mean well. But some of the melodramatic things.
Well,
they say it was just.
Well, we got one on instant feedback.
This guy means well too.
Yeah,
sir, we know you mean well.
And I'm sorry ahead of time, David in San Bruno, California.
Boy, David.
I really am sorry ahead of time because obviously this is how you're dealing with it. He writes, Mr. Carlin, Mr. Pryor, Mr. Hicks, take care of our friend Greg. He really meant a lot to us, and we're all going to miss him terribly. Tell him that we loved him. The world's not as funny now.
I can't even get oxygen. And who was that? What's his name?
Let me see here. David Hetcham.
We know you mean well, David, and that was a very nice sentiment.
Right.
But in here, Mr. Pryor, Mr. Hicks, how about Mr. Kevorkian? Please call David. So we never have to get feedback like that again.
Well, what are you supposed to do?
I know.
You know what I mean?
You want to say something really nice, and then a part of you wants to fucking write jokes.
I think the easiest thing to do is just to do R.I.P., man.
Yeah.
Just go R.I.P.
Yeah.
It's a safe one. No one's going to call you out on it.
You're
expressing what you're thinking.
I don't say thoughts and prayers. Just I'm telling you, that Danza stuff we used to do ruined me. Although I have been thinking of his family a lot the last.
That's what makes this
one
a lot harder because there's 3 sons without a father today.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's rough. This is not a guy that didn't have a family.
Yeah, and
makes it a little rougher.
He was a respected guy. He really was a respected guy, man. I mean, comics you couldn't badmouth Greg as far as, you just couldn't. He was a nice guy, but I mean, as a comic, we love to fucking badmouth each other. We love it.
Right.
When guys get a lot of TV opportunities, you're like, motherfucker, you want to find what's wrong with them. But he was just a prolific guy. He always had new shit. He always had a really, really smart angle. He was not a predictable guy at all. Mm-hmm. You could not like him as a performer. You could not respect him. So yeah, it stinks.
We were so happy too because we watched that last comic standing, and he was shining bright, man.
Yeah.
He was shining bright, and I'm thinking, here we go. Giraldo getting his shit together, and he's getting the shot that he deserves. This is going to lead to other things, obviously, because he really did well on that show this past summer.
Yeah, and it was, again, you were always happy to see a guy like him, or Andy Kindler, too, who's a comedian's love, and he's been around for a long time, and he's funny.
Yeah.
I didn't know the woman who was on with him. I didn't know her, but
to
see those 2 guys getting a shot, it's like a lot of them. I'm sure a lot of the last comic guys will say something, the contestants.
Right.
Will say something, but they'll mean well, but they didn't really know him.
Of course.
It was good in an elevator once. He thumbs up to me. Really?
Well, we got a Greg Giraldo bit we could play. We'll take an early break today, maybe.
Sure.
Do a couple minutes of Greg Giraldo.
So I don't know what to do with that Raw Dog show. I really don't. I don't want it to be in. I don't like to edit out stuff that was said. But I'm debating it because it just sounds depressing.
Yeah, but you know what? Is it in bad taste?
No.
Then I say air it.
Yeah, maybe we will. Unless if
in some weird way it's in bad taste now, because I know you don't go down that road of bad taste like that. But if you feel like it's not in bad taste, I would run it because it's a real moment.
Yeah.
I mean, not everything is about the laugh. Sometimes people like listening to real moments.
I don't mind that. I just feel bad us talking. It's like so quick. After like 24 hours later or 6 hours later, I knew that he was dead.
Right.
And he might have been dead when we were talking about that. But we were just saying, like, I hope he's okay. You know, it's like you just hope you keep him in your.
Yeah.
It was like the optimism is what bothers me. You know what I mean? We didn't say anything bad about him, but.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. If you don't think it's in bad taste, I say you run it.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Because it's a moment. You know, you guys were having a moment with the whole thing.
Yeah, it was a funny show too yesterday. We had fun with me, Vinny, and Bob. You know, again, guys you know for a long time.
Sure.
So I'm babbling at this point, but I love Greg, and it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, we loved having him on the show. I loved seeing
he was
him
an
at the
honest
cellar.
guy. When he talked about that fucking being on a plane, and it's amazing how you know somebody, but we never drank together. And when he told that plane story about being on an airplane and being paranoid, thinking they were talking about, that was fucking hilarious.
Do we have that queued up? Any way we can find that real fast? No? All right, we'll play. We're going to play a lot of Greg Giraldo clips today.
If we can find that one's a funny one.
So Travis will take us to break with something from Greg Giraldo, and
watch him fuck up and play Greg Gutfeld.
And we'll continue. Opie and Jimmy, Anthony on his way. Stay there.
You know, it seems to be a lot easier these days. Like, even my friends are going on these computer dates all the time, and that used to be for losers. That used to be for fucking losers. Now everybody goes on the computer, just types away. I know guys going out with 5, 6 different women a week, like hot women from the computer. You know, and it's just my luck. I get married, and they come out with this great new way to get laid. I feel like a guy who got polio a week before the vaccine came out. It's just not easy, and every couple fights. We all fight. Everybody in here fights. It doesn't matter your age, younger couples, slightly older couples, cowboy couples. Everybody fights, right? Everybody fights, and we've all had the same fights, and you know exactly the fights I'm talking about. Exactly the ones I'm talking about. You know the one where you're bombing in an empty club in Wheeling, West Virginia, and some toothless douche in the front row is like, "You ain't from around here, are you, boy?" And you're like, "Did you really just say that, you cliche, slobbering, mongoloid half-wit?" People still say inbred, cracker-ass shit like that. "You ain't from around here, are you, boy?" And he's like, "Man, you suck. You ain't funny at all." And you're like, "Hey, don't be mad at me because you caught your rat tail in the tilt-a-whirl at work today, fuckface, all right? I didn't tell you to drop out of high school and eat rock candy 15 hours a day for the last 15 years. I'm pretty sure you came up with that approach to life all by your own inbred cousin fucking self, you know?" And he's like, "Man, I'm gonna kick your ass." Like, "Well, why don't you kick my ass then, motherfucker?" Right? So you get off stage, you start doing shots of tequila just to numb the pain, and then you're on the phone with your wife, and she's like, "Are you drunk?" You're like, "Yeah, I'm drunk. I'm in West Virginia. I'm gonna stay drunk the whole goddamn time I'm here." "Well, I hate you gotta go on the road and get drunk all the time." "Well, I hate going on the road too, my love, but I'm just trying to earn a goddamn living here, okay? And if getting drunk is the only way I can anesthetize myself enough to entertain a bunch of freaks that I have nothing in common with, I would have thought you, the person who supposedly loves me for me, would be on my side just one time and try to show one fucking little bit of compassion." Well, I never would have married you if I knew you were gonna go on the road and get drunk and work in nightclubs. I wouldn't have married someone like that. Yes, you would have, because that's how we met in the first place, remember? And remember I said I wasn't going to change my lifestyle, which is why I said we shouldn't get married, but you pressured me to get married anyway, because you women are fucking psychotic lunatics that can't leave well enough alone. It's always like, where are we going with this? Where are we headed? Where's this going? Where's the next step? Where are we going? What's this working toward? We got to take another step. We got to show more commitment. We got to go even further than we are right now. Where's this headed? And then once you get your hooks in someone, you take what you originally found appealing and attractive about them, and you try to mash it the fuck right out of them. So you turn him into a neutered little puppy dog, which is subconsciously what you really wanted in the first place. Have you had that one a lot? Yeah, it's the same shit, right? Years ago, I came home drunk on my motorcycle. I know that was stupid, but I had to pretend I wasn't drunk, which is impossible. And we have one of these loft beds, so I got to climb up in the loft bed and pretend to be sober, and she could see right through it. You know, I'm talking too loud and I'm slurring. I'm still wearing my helmet. That's not going to fool anybody. Laying in bed buck-ass naked with a big full-face helmet on my head. I ain't drunk, honey. I thought we could play Alien Space Fantasy Invaders.
And now, the Opie and Anthony Show on the virus. SiriusXM.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show, starring little Jimmy Norton, who's going to be on a prop plane in 40-mile-an-hour winds, 5 to 6 inches of rain in the New York area. And if you're hoping to get out of New York early, Jimmy, that's not happening because the storm's coming from where you're going.
Oh, good. That should
be a shitty travel day for you. So I'm going to be following you on Twitter today. You're going to be tweeting your anger.
I'm wondering if we can get a... I don't get mad when it's weather. I understand like why they can't take off. I'm more nervous because why can't we just... I'm going to have Kenny look at trains early. Because it's not like it's Florida where you have to... You can drive to North Carolina. You can't take a train. It's just a long haul.
Well, I don't know if you could even drive because you're going to be driving in that horrible rain, which is going to slow everybody down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dummies out there when it's raining.
There might be a train or something we could get down on.
You want to call one of our trucker friends?
No,
they can pull up to your apartment in their big rig, and you could jump in their cab and take a nap in their flea-infested bed while they get you to North Carolina.
Bed bugs.
No offense, guys. No offense.
Fucking crank in the back seat in a little baggie.
Sounds like a good trip.
How manipulative would it be if I said, "Look, guys, you should come see me in North Carolina. It's what Greg would have wanted."
Oh.
Yeah, the real tragedy of this is Giraldo was a big Chip fan.
Yeah.
We lost.
Was
Chip.
he?
Oh, he loved Chip.
Jesus.
Loved him.
God, you're down to only 2 fans now.
Colin and somebody else. God damn it.
Not Bob Kelly.
Because Chip is smarter than Bob. That's why.
I've heard about this Chip character. I've never heard him, though.
I kind of keep him...
I've heard of him, but I never heard him.
Yeah, I don't bring him around here much. He doesn't feel welcome.
All right. You mentioned bugs. I love rubbing this into the company. I am a company guy in the end. I just like to beat you up because I want to make everyone better around me. That's my new take on this whole thing. And on Friday, man, I tweeted a dumb fucking picture that hinted at the fact that, contract negotiations weren't going well or something else was going on here at SiriusXM. Never mentioned bed bugs whatsoever. And, man, from the babysitters all the way to the top floor of this building, I caught shit. I caught a lot of shit. And I kept telling them, you're insane. This bed bug thing is going to get out. I'll make it perfectly clear. No one has seen a bed bug in this whole joint.
Zero.
They did have dogs coming around, and if the dogs sniff, guess what? You have to take their word for it, and you got to pay the man and make sure they spray the whole damn place. But the fact is, no one has actually seen a bed bug, so I have to get that out there. But I was dealing with people with less intelligence than myself.
Wow.
Trying to explain to them, what are you talking about? This is going to get out there. There's so many people that work in this building, and their areas were kind of like, they had signs on their doors as well. I'm trying to figure out what to say without getting too deep and too in trouble. And I'm like, if Howard Stern was on Friday, or if we did a show Friday, that would be the first thing we talk about. You can't hide the fact that this might be something that is happening in this building. But I got a lot of shit thrown at me Friday. I mean, a lot. I had to talk to Scott Greenstein on the phone. I had messages relayed from, the big guy that we don't mention his name on our show for the most part. He was mad at me. Right down the chain. And I'm like, this is insane. This info is going to get out. And it makes for good radio in the end, because this is what's happening around us. So with that said, of course, when Howard got back to work on Monday, the first thing he said was bed bugs. Bed bugs. Does he get the same shit sandwich that I did? Of course not. Of course not. I know we're different people. I get my place. I got my place a long time ago. But of course he jumped on the radio and was talking about it. He came to work in a hazmat suit, which is kind of funny, actually. And his
did he really? You serious?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, yesterday or the day before. And then, his limo's being taken care of. It's a big deal. And I told these guys, this is a big deal. And, somebody is going to talk about it. And actually, people did talk about it on Friday. But I guess they don't really care about those people that much. But it was more that I did something with it and hinted. With that said, the story's all over the news today and yesterday.
It's the bedbugs again. The bedbugs cannot get enough of New York City, and now they're hanging out with shock jock Howard Stern. Shock jock Howard Stern's building is the latest inductee to the Bedbug Club. Stern announced on his SiriusXM radio show that exterminators treated his building over the weekend, and now he says his building is bedbug free. He also had to have his limo fumigated after dogs sniffed the creepy crawlers in his ride.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I love...
fucking dogs are a scam, man.
I think it's a scam. I think there's some up-and-up companies out there using the dogs. But if you're a guy a little down on your luck, set up Ted's Bed Bug Emporium.
Yeah.
Get a dumb, ratty dog from the pound that you know is going to bark a lot, and you walk up to these businesses, and he'll bark all day, and you'll make a pretty living.
I think there's some... I really think... I do not believe, of all the places they can find bed bugs, they're finding them in Howard's limo. Unless they find the bugs themselves, I firmly believe that there's something else that smells like them. Because what could a bed bug have that's so different than a fucking an ant or even a water bug or any other bug you see in New York City?
Yeah.
Bug shit. I don't care how good a dog is. You're going to tell me they can smell the difference between ant shit and they don't. Mm-hmm. It's bug shit.
And with all the people that work around here, no one complained about being bit because supposedly you don't get just one or two.
Yeah.
Your whole body is just covered because if they get on you, they're just like bite.
Yeah,
they just keep
hungry.
biting. So
I've seen no evidence here. I really think that dog. I think the dogs smell other insect shit.
Right.
And they just bark because they get rewarded when they bark. They probably get a treat when they bark. Here you go, boy. Oh, good boy. What would you do?
Yeah.
If you were a bed bug dog.
Right.
I'd be going, here.
Right.
And fucking get a treat.
I'm sure the dog wants to continue working.
Of course he does.
So it has to bark. It's kind of like a radio consultant. A radio consultant, he comes flying into your market, and then he walks around the whole place and tells the radio station all the things they're doing wrong. Now, if the radio consultant flew into town, walked around the radio station, found nothing wrong with the place, he's out of a job.
Yep.
That's why I never listen to those dummies either.
Their motive is to find something wrong to justify their own existence.
Of course, and the same with the bed bug people. Do you have a tough time talking to people that don't know as much as you? Because
that would
do.
be everybody.
And it's one of my biggest problems in life. I'll open up a little bit. Because when all this was happening on Friday, I'm like, these people just don't know as much as me, and why am I listening to this person? And then I try to educate them, and it doesn't work. And then, of course, it all comes out exactly how I said it would.
Yeah.
It's bothersome.
Sometimes it's frustrating when you're telling somebody something, and you know the results, and they're not aware of what the results.
Right.
So it's satisfying, too, though.
I've been around this atmosphere for a long time, and the guy's going, you got to call Scott. I'm like, tell Scott. No. But then I had to call Scott, and then I had to explain it to him. But a lot of people in between me and Scott, I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. Howard is going to go on the radio immediately and talk about this. So what are you trying to do to me?
Sometimes it's in the presentation. Like because that's probably what you said to them when they call you. Go, look, even though you were right. Instead of going, yeah, look, no, I understand you can misinterpret that, but realistically, here's what it is.
Right.
But I know that you're probably annoyed when they call you, and you're like, what? What? No, babysitter. And that just, it's hard for them to get on fucking Team Gregorio.
You think it's the way I say things?
Yeah, because if you tell them, like, look,
but maybe it's just my character on the air. Maybe behind the scenes, I'm actually, more, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, because I've sat in meetings with you. More what?
I'm pretty direct.
You're the same guy.
Yeah, all right.
You should just bring a mic with a flag on it into the meetings. And it's sometimes in the presentation of it. Like,
it's frustrating, though.
I know, but they don't. It's like, it's two different worlds. It's management and on-air people.
I'm like, why are you giving me shit when other people tweeted pictures and actually said bed bugs? And Jay Thomas actually talked about the bed bugs on Friday. And I said to them, not only did Jay Thomas talk about the bed bugs, Howard, when he comes back to work, will be all over this. Guaranteed. I even gave them a guarantee. I'm like, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
And with that,
Radio shock jock Howard Stern, the SiriusXM radio host, New York City offices, the latest casualty in the Big Apple's war with the bed bugs.
Oh, no. Look at that hair. I love to crawl in that.
That's where they are. The building was evacuated after it was found infested with the little bloodsuckers. Stern saying even his limo had to be fumigated when bed-bug sniffing dogs found the insects crawling inside. After a top-down cleaning, the offices have now been given the all-clear.
There you go. And then it made Florida as well. It's all over the country.
A new discovery showing...
I'm playing all these, by the way, Jimmy, just to rub it in.
Yeah.
All right, I just want to make it perfectly clear for everybody. This is directed at a few people. They know who they are.
A new discovery showing no one is immune to the bedbug infestation. Howard Stern's New York City Sirius office has been hit by the pests It was fumigated over the weekend, though, and now is bug-free. His limo was also treated after dogs sniffed the bed bugs out there, too. The Big Apple has a plan to fight this spreading infestation with a public awareness campaign.
Yeah.
I believe the dog barked. I do not believe he had bed bugs in that limo. I don't believe it.
Sure.
Any more than, I'll bet you if that dog went through every fucking car in whatever garage it's in.
Sure. It's going to bark every other car, probably.
Because, again, if it's coming from anybody, it's going to be coming from a guy who's parking. I think Ronnie parks his car, but a lot of times parking attendants, maybe in that atmosphere.
Right.
But I don't believe in that fucking giant clean limo that there's bed bugs.
Yeah, and I don't want...
Or in here. Not one bit of bug evidence other than that fucking faggoty dog who probably just barks. I bet his owner just jerks his little dog dick after he barks.
Right.
Some kind of a creepy reward that we don't see.
And the point I want to make, just because, we go with the bed bug thing or we tweet a picture that's a little suspicious, doesn't mean we're not company guys. This is what we do for a living.
Yeah.
We talk about what's going on around us. We beat people up a little bit. Hopefully we make you laugh a little bit. Sometimes we make you think. That's our show. It doesn't mean I'm trying to beat up the company, per se. Because when it comes to real shit going on around here, we have real sit-downs and try to work it out.
Beating up the company even once in a while, any place you work is
But for some reason, they don't like it.
It's like relationships. Your girlfriend, your wife, whatever. We talk about that stuff. It's
right.
Like if I'm having a fight with my chick,
right.
I talk about it.
Right.
If there's a problem here, usually talk about it. If there's a problem with what it's like, there's hours to fill. We have to talk about our lives.
For us, it's like breathing.
Yeah.
And one more, I guess.
I'm completely freaking out today. The bedbug epidemic has its first known celebrity victim, Howard Stern. Stern revealed that the New York studio where he broadcast his SiriusXM radio show had been infested by bedbugs. They were in my console, on that couch, in my office. And get this, a bedbug detecting dog also discovered that his limo was infested.
So if they're up here, they're down in the car, they're in the entire building. You better have your apartment inspected.
Martha Stewart, Barbara Walters, Gayle King, and other big names also broadcast their radio shows from the SiriusXM studios in Manhattan. Signs like this were posted around the building. Please do not sit here or otherwise occupy this workspace or remove anything from it. So far, Stern is the only one talking about it publicly.
By the way, what they just read was my tweet.
That helps to have a photo with it.
Oops.
But,
oops. But like I said, once again, no one ever saw a bed bug in this joint.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to.
What scares
have
me?
No evidence of them.
What scares me is that shitty apartment I lived in before I finally bought a few years back, 2 years, 2.5,
Right.
something, whatever it is. I didn't know what bed bugs were. They had to be in that place. If I was infested with mice, cockroaches, and those what are they called? Those silverfish?
Yeah.
They call them silverfish. Look up silverfish. Those
They're
things
horrible. I've had them.
Fucking disturb. In your new place?
No. My apartments have no bed bugs. I looked it up. In my old apartment, when me and Florentine lived together, I had silverfish.
Aren't they creepy?
The rain brings them out, and they would come up. And I was on the second floor,
Yeah.
and I would have like 6 of them on my wall.
Yeah,
they were horrid.
They're one of those bugs too. You stomp on and they break apart, and their legs will continue moving individually. You know about this, right, Danny?
Yeah, my old place had some of these. It wasn't bad, but I would see one.
I don't even know what they
once
do,
in a
but they're
while.
just so fucking creepy.
They don't bite, do they?
I don't think so, but they're fast. They're fast
Dude,
little bastards.
yeah, they really are fast.
And like I had them, not bad, but they were you could actually see meat on them, like they were meaty. And I remember I took
giant vag lips.
I took something. I don't even know if it was bug killer, but something with some kind of spray, and I just sprayed it, and it blew one of these things to pieces, pretty much.
Right.
But I saw like 3 or 4 of the legs just twitching for what had to be, I'm not even exaggerating, close to 2 hours.
Oh,
at
sure,
least.
sure. Yeah, they just keep going. You're absolutely right.
Very creepy things.
I think I hated them more than the mice when I saw the mice running around. Just having a good old time in my old place. Let's say hi to Cassius in Brooklyn. Cassius.
Hello there, boys. How you doing?
What's up, brother?
Well, I gotta take this opportunity to correct Jimmy a little bit. That I currently have bed bugs, and they have a totally distinct smell to them. They have this weird, it's a sweet smell when you kill them with your fingers, which is just the easiest way to get them when you see them. It's this weird treacly sweet smell, and so you can see how the dogs can be trained to smell them, as opposed to any other insect.
Did you get rid of them?
Well,
hey, Cassius,
not yet. I mean, it's totally ridiculous situation because the exterminators expect you to like throw so much out. Like I have a bunch, books and media. Like they expect you to be willing to get rid of everything, and it's like,
wow,
it's absurd. It's totally nuts that they haven't developed like a simple fogger for us to just put in the apartment or house and bomb the place. And
well, this is our bird flu this year. It's all brand new for everybody. So, hey, Cassius, have you seen a bed bug?
Yeah.
All right, so that's what we're talking about.
No one here saw any.
Yeah, but you would assume you would have saw one or two running around.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I'm not gonna question. I don't know whose dog it was. Maybe it was legit. But if I'll put it on me. If I had a dog and could train that little faggot to bark whenever I wanted it to, and I was in a corporation that had money, you can bet that dog would bark or get the shit kicked out of it. Because if the dog barks, that means I get paid from a big company. It makes sense.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Cassius, thank you. Someone on instant feedback, Thomas H. Thanks, Thomas H. from Georgia. Look up cave cricket. I know what the cave crickets look like. My poor brother is infested with cave crickets. He's got this weird, like, old school basement where it has the low ceiling, so the house is a bit on the old side, and it kind of looks sort of like a cave, a lot of rock work and stuff. And he's infested with these things. He has hundreds and hundreds of glue traps down in his basement, and every time we go over there for a little family function, they don't go into his house. Thank God he has never seen them in the house, but in the basement, we just take a look at all the traps, and there's just hundreds and hundreds of them on the glue traps.
They look terrible because they have the giant back legs. They're really prehistoric looking.
They're prehistoric looking, and I think they have a shitload of babies because I'm telling you, hundreds and hundreds in the glue traps.
What do they do?
He just can't get rid of them. He's got a full-time guy trying to keep the cave crickets at bay.
How do they get in?
Well, I don't. It's a real old, like, you can't even really call it a basement. It's like a cellar, really, attached to the house. You know what I mean?
Can you block them?
Look at the legs. They go way up higher than the body and the back.
Awful. Who wants that jumping around?
Nobody.
Do they jump on him when he's down there or no?
Nah, you don't really see him.
Do they bite?
You see them on the glue traps because I would assume they come out when it's dark or something. So as soon as you turn the lights on, maybe they start scurrying. I don't know. I don't know what they do. But I know my brother has it, and he's just fucking hating it. He's been fighting this thing since he bought the house.
Cave crickets sounds like some sort of a racial insult to somebody.
Right.
I don't know who.
Yeah.
But it could be, there's 20 different ethnicities that could be insulted by cave crickets.
Yeah, you could call maybe Al-Qaeda.
Maybe.
Caves.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to figure out.
Just going with the easy one. So, all right. Also, we were filming a video in between the live breaks yesterday. I got everyone involved. The Stevie video came out really, really well.
I was not at all happy to be a part of that because I kept thinking mine's going to be the one that this kid grabs his chest and falls over.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very easy to scare.
He's jumpy.
And we had about 10, close to 10 guys scare him throughout the whole day. Because people are like, why didn't he catch on to you guys? Because that was filmed over a 4-hour period.
Yeah.
We let him get back to doing what he was doing for a while, and then we would hit him again and again and again. So the video's up on my YouTube channel, doing really well, Opie Radio. It's the latest video up there. Check it out. But Jimmy's in it, Bob Kelly's in it, Anthony's in it, Danny's in it, I'm in it, Sam's in it, E-Rock's in it, Troy's in it.
Stevie's in it.
Club
he's
Soda Kenny's in it. And by the way, he doesn't have Down syndrome because people are a little confused.
He does not.
They think he has a little of the Down. He doesn't.
No.
He just has horrible eyes.
That would actually be a step up.
Yeah. Yeah, he has got horrible eyes. But
it's funny to walk by and just see his face plastered against the computer monitor.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And then other people saying his acting was bad. There was no acting. This is what the guy does. There's always someone out there that just has to be a complete twat about everything. Why don't you either just go away or just shut your mouth?
They can't help it, and it was like with
Why
David.
can't they help it though?
They just
it's obvious the guy's not acting.
They're just asses. They are asses.
And then claim they're fans. That's what's very confusing.
But with David, remember intern David would have that reaction if you touch him. He would go like, his lip would lift up, and it was a completely unconscious reaction. He didn't do it on purpose.
God, I wish we filmed that.
Oh, we did. I have film of that.
Oh, did you put it up?
I don't remember. I have a couple of videos of David. I have videos of David drunk at the live event we did.
Yeah.
When he was on stage. You remember he was fucking loaded on stage? We were all hoping he'd puke, but he didn't.
Yeah, I think that was the last Halloween gig that we did, right?
Oh, that was...
At the Hard Rock. Yeah, I just stood at the bar with good old intern David and just started plowing him with drinks.
Jesus.
That was a great event.
Pretty wrecked.
The entire audience dressed as empty seats. Get it?
Yeah, that was
higher hopes for that.
That was a rough one.
Yeesh.
I don't know what happened with that one.
We didn't promote it right.
That was a rough one.
We didn't promote it enough. Honestly, we didn't. I remember thinking, like, why are we talking about this?
I don't even think we have done a live performance since.
We should, though. I'm not scared of that.
We'll do another live show.
Yeah, it's fun.
Somewhere.
Fans will
somehow,
come out.
somewhere. All right, why don't we take a break? Ant's on his way in. Should be here soon.
Yes.
It's 100% rain here in New York today.
100%.
And that's what it says on TV. 100% rain, meaning that it's just going to rain all day long, and the rain's just going to get harder as the day goes along. Talking about 5 or 6 inches of rain. That's a lot of fucking water, man.
It's awful. I'm going to check trains, see if there's anything going down to.
Yeah, where's the gig tonight, Jimmy?
It's Raleigh, North Carolina. So I got to see because if we leave, I'm guessing a train is going to be like 7 hours. So if we leave if we could be on a train, at a reasonable hour, we can make it.
Right.
Go right to the gig.
Right.
And then just fly home on Sunday.
7-hour train ride.
It would suck, but I mean,
Shit.
I would take that over. You could easily have a fucking 5 or 6 hour travel day with an airport.
Could you do an Excella? Where's the Excella end?
They don't probably go. It ends in D.C.
Can't you Excella to
maybe,
D.C.
sure.
and then pop on something else?
I'm pretty sure.
For
Raleigh's
the slow train ride all the way to Raleigh?
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, my God. I hope you don't have to be on a train for 7 hours.
I almost hope we can, because this way, A, it's safer, B, I know that we will get there.
Right. Okay.
Boy, who has ever rushed to Raleigh?
Raleigh's not a bad town.
I know, but
I've
you
been
don't
through
rush
there
to
a
it.
couple times. Not a bad town.
You wind up there in witness protection if you have a fucking, travel diversion.
Hey,
you have the bit?
Yeah, Greg Giraldo passed. Jimmy really did a good job talking about Greg to open up the show today. Make sure you listen to the replay if you want to, check out what Jimmy is saying about the whole thing. But we're going to play some of his bits and some of the times he was on our show.
Yeah.
And you brought up him talking about being on a plane.
I just remember hearing this, and again, knowing the guy for as long as I knew him, like, I didn't realize at that point it had gotten that bad.
Right.
So it was, he was just an honest, funny comedian about his life and the bad stuff in his life and the divorce. He just talked about everything.
Right.
That's what made him a great comic. He talked about everything. He didn't hide any of it.
No, most of you guys don't hide much, so.
A lot of the guys I respect don't, but a lot of guys do, man. A lot of guys are set up, knock them down guys, and set up, punch. And, you'll never know what's truly going on in their personal life, which is okay. Look, Rodney Dangerfield was like that. You never knew what Rodney's life was really like. He was just, hey, my wife, and, long after she was dead, he talked.
He was a major pothead.
Yeah, major pothead.
Major fucking pothead.
He didn't talk about any of that stuff. It was all jokes, and that was great.
Wouldn't you love to read a book on Rodney? It's too bad he didn't ever write one.
Yeah, he did. I have it.
What?
He has an autobiography.
When did he write it?
A while ago. I think it was either about him or it was him. Yeah, I have it.
It didn't do well. I don't remember hearing about it.
Yeah, it's out.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to check it out on my Kindle.
Yeah, his friend Joe Ansis was a buddy of mine who I think I've talked about before. Joe is a good guy. I wish he was still alive because he'd probably have great Rodney stories.
Right
but he's not, so he doesn't.
All right, we'll go to a break with Greg Giraldo talking about this plane incident that Jimmy brought up a little earlier on the show today.
How horrible is it, Greg, being wired on a plane?
Oh, my God, it's a fucking nightmare.
It's awful, right?
I once flew, I was flying to do this fucking college gig once, and I'd been up and I was totally the paranoia that kicks in, and I thought everybody around me were agents that were out to get me. And it sounds crazier to people. It's temporary insanity, and then it passes. It's temporary, whatever you call it, psychotic schizophrenia, whatever. You start hearing people, and I thought, and this one guy starts speaking to somebody in an Australian accent. I'm like, fuck, it's international. It's an international operation to find me. And I went and sat down next to the guy, and could you imagine when I landed, the cops were there. They said, you're acting very erratic on the plane.
Oh, wow, really?
By then I'd eaten all these sedative type of Xanax, so they actually let me go. Which was,
what did you say? Like, I've been up for a few days. I had some family troubles.
Stressed. They said, "Are you on any substances?" And I said, "Well, I took some Xanax, because that's an old statement. Do you have a prescription for Xanax?" And I said, "No, actually, I don't. But it helps me. A friend of mine gave it to me. Knew I was scared of flying. And they go, we could arrest you right now for for your behavior and for being on a substance it's not, you don't have a prescription for. And I said, well, I don't know. I hope you don't.
I hope you don't. Exactly.
I would have challenged him. You should have poked him in the chest.
Yeah.
So go ahead, pig.
Go ahead. Blood test me, motherfucker.
Take me in.
Yeah, but that.
What'd you do? You sat next to the Australian?
Oh fuck! I sat next to him and talked to him, and I could you imagine what this fucker? And then there was this like Indian woman sleeping behind me, and I kept looking between the seats. I'm like, and I was writing, taking notes about all this. I have these notes. I can read this shit. It's like the rantings of a
Dude,
madman.
that's a fucking one-man show.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I go,
Wow.
they're so clever to put the woman pretending to sleep behind me. She's pretending to sleep, but she's listening the whole time, and I stick my head and I look.
He's like John Doe from Seven. Fucking
right.
This Greg is fucking.
Oh man! And if you if you
shaving off his
if
fingertips.
Beautiful mind.
If you don't sleep for a couple days,
beautiful mind guy.
If you don't sleep for a couple of days, even if you don't do any drugs, like you go fucking nuts. Like I've been with people, these like girls that try to help you, and so like they're so sleep deprived at the end either, too, but they haven't even done any drugs or anything, and they're just like fucking frazzled and crying. Like Jesus, where did it all go wrong?
Don't you love all the fucking codependents that fucking rush in?
That's great. Yeah, it's a lot easier to meet girls when you've been up for 4 days and you can't even talk. But then you try to be well, never mind.
Well, you always know the ones that were attracted to you at that time are fucking. There's problems there. There's problems.
Yeah. And now, this is the Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, SiriusXM.
Checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Jimmy in the bathroom. Anthony walking down the hall. It's a weird day around here. A very rainy day here in New York. Anthony. What's up?
Hi.
Opie.
That was fun.
Opie.
Holy shit.
What happened?
What happened? Severe flooding.
Yeah.
Severe flooding. And people don't know how to drive in the rain. And traffic like I've never seen in my life. Seems to have been a couple accidents. Puddles that swallow up the little cars. That's why when people bash the what they call the gas guzzlers, the Escalades, the SUVs, go fuck yourself.
Because you could ride right over those cars.
I'll go right through those puddles. They got to step on the brake and go through them at like 2 miles an hour. Perish the thought some water gets up into your engine compartment and you stall out. Get out of the way. Ah, damn.
Is it raining out? I know it is.
And Long Island, crazy rain.
Really?
Crazy rain. I was checking my pumps. I love when you got to check your pumps.
Has your pool overflowed yet?
No, it gets close though.
Yeah.
It gets like right up to the top of the skimmer, and then I got the pumps for the basement.
Right.
And that's imperative because I have like the nicely finished basement.
Has it ever flooded the basement?
The movie theater. Once before I had it finished. One of the I have like these well windows, window wells in the basement.
Yeah.
One completely filled up with water, where it looked like I lived in an aquarium. You could see the water right there, and then that glass just gave through. It broke, and about 55 gallons of water,
of dirty water,
came pouring into the basement.
Yeah.
This was pre-finish.
Happens in New York. My brownstone I lived in, fucking lost everything in the basement. I'm one of those guys. The whole wall.
Oh yeah, I remember.
The whole wall came down.
Yeah.
And the whole basement had a foot of dirty, sludgy, almost sewery water.
And if it's finished, there's no way. You got to rip everything out.
Well, the
or
finished
it's gonna
basement
mold.
is a nice facade because the water still wants to go down in there.
Yeah.
Kenny lost a lot of shit in his basement.
Yeah.
With the fucking rain once.
Just a pain in the ass, though. What is this? I didn't even know we were getting remnants of a tropical storm.
Yeah,
I didn't hear about this shit.
Sort of like a hurricane that kind of fell apart type of thing, I think.
Yeah. Well,
didn't it go through Florida, middle of Florida, now it's just moving up the coast. Heavy
Now it's up
rain.
here. Heavy rain today, this morning, and then it clears up for a little bit, and then massive rain later on. And I hear poor Jimmy's got to fly.
Well, I don't know.
Are you freaking out?
You get a train schedule?
We're looking now. No, well, at least I'm on a prop. That's always good in this weather.
Oh, no.
Why would I be on a 767 prop? But it's not. It's the bigger props Continental has, which is the they seat like 70 people.
The Embraer?
It's bigger than the Embraer.
Ooh.
Embraers are 51 seaters. They're jets, and these props are not jets. They're props.
The Bombardier.
I don't know if it's a Bombardier.
Is it 2 seats in one, or is it
2 and 2?
Oh, 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
2 and 2 all the way back.
I don't get the 2 and 1. It seems like the plane has to be lopsided.
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem that way?
I don't get it.
So we're looking at train schedules now because here's my thoughts, and I'm going to really take my time with this.
Why don't you just, why don't you tell everyone to go fuck themselves and you just hang out in New York?
That'd be nice.
Can't do it. It's money, man. I got to pay bills. It's like you can't. It's a mortgage.
Look at you.
I can't do that to the club last minute, or people that bought tickets.
Well, what have they done for you?
Well, when I get down there, hopefully they're going to realize my travel day and go, this kid's balls look heavy. Let's drain them onto our tits.
I like a guy that'll risk his life just to go and do a comedy show.
It's like, come on. If it's safe, they'll fly. If it's not, they won't. That's why I want to be on a train.
That's what the Big Bopper said.
I really am an asshole, right?
Oh, God.
I know. Bang, bang.
Hello, baby.
Sure, they thought they had a nice day for flying, too.
And I'm thinking poor Giraldo, too. He dies, and everybody's going to do all these tributes to him, and they're going to do... And then all of a sudden, I have to go and fucking ditch it in a plane crash. They're going to throw, oh, yeah, and him.
Oh, believe me.
It will just be awkward and secondary. And
you guys wouldn't even be known because Tony Curtis is dead.
Yeah. Greg Giraldo's already off the...
He's off the map. Tony Curtis.
Tony Curtis died overnight. Greg Giraldo was getting all this exposure today, and all of a sudden, it's gone already. Because
Tony Curtis.
I haven't even heard of Tony Curtis.
Tony Curtis.
You know Tony Curtis.
He's old. No one gives a fuck.
About Tony Curtis?
Royalty.
That's a big
Hollywood
one.
royalty.
But he's old, man. Greg was a guy in his prime.
I know.
Tony Curtis is like, all right, that's like the way it should be. An older guy has a wonderful career. He retires, then he fucking goes. I thought he was already dead, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know, right?
I really did.
You thought he was one of those guys?
Yeah. I didn't know.
Jamie Lee Curtis's father.
That's right.
Was it expected?
He was 85.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah, maybe. At 85, I think you start expecting the Grim Reaper
Giraldo
to come and get you.
44, man.
Fucking came out of not came out of nowhere. I mean, obviously, if you're OD and you're in the hospital but when they said like stable, and you're thinking, all right.
But that was all those rumors. No one knows what was happening.
Nobody knows what was.
And still no one knows what really transpired. Is there going to be some kind of investigation?
I imagine there is whenever there's something like this that happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
No idea. I mean.
That is a shame.
I don't know, man. Whatever it is, it just sucks.
I know. I got so sad looking at that picture of you and him.
It was
so sad because you guys were just smiling.
Yeah, it was a cool. Me and Greg, I said before, we took weird pictures together, and I have a lot of photos with him from Tough Crowd over the. I mean, we photographed hundreds of times.
Yeah.
But that was one at the wedding. We had a good time at Noam's wedding. Who's and he was in good spirits, and his chick was with him, and me and my girl, we had fun.
He had a new chick and everything, right?
Oh yeah.
Was she cool?
Yeah, she was really nice. I didn't know her that well. But she was like, oh, let's take some pictures, So we took a bunch, and we hung for a little bit. And Attell was there, and Tom Papa, and the whole crew. It was good.
Yeah, you lost one of your crew, man.
Yeah, he was one of the Tough Crowd guys, one of the Colin Quinn Show guys.
One of the main Tough Crowd guys. It was Patrice.
Greg, they love more than any of us.
Greg Giraldo.
Greg, Colin, myself. Keith, Patrice, and Nick DiPaolo.
Nick DiPaolo.
Colin was the lead, the head of it, and of course the five of us were kind of the show regulars.
Right.
Just no justice in this world. There are fucking 10 people off the top of my head I could think of that.
Oh my God,
should probably.
Yeah,
Lindsay Lohan, Snooki, Yakov Smirnoff.
Song parody guys.
Why does Yakov just continue?
Because I want to say Carrot Top there, but in all honesty, we're now friends with the guy.
Yeah.
Like we turned the corner with the Carrot Top. He's a cool guy, and
he knows what he does as an act.
He absolutely knows, and he talks about it.
It's like he's making fucking mega bucks doing it.
Right. So the Carrot Top thing doesn't work anymore in my world. So I have to go with Yakov Smirnoff.
Just so many other people that you're like, oh God, why?
Yeah,
I don't know.
A bright, hilarious guy.
I was really fucking bumming though.
Yeah, me too. I was actually bumming from the day before yesterday because I kind of
knew where this was headed.
Oh yeah, and
you did.
I had a feeling, because I realized that initial reports I'd gotten were just not intentionally but unintentionally too optimistic.
I left you alone yesterday because I asked you and Bob Kelly, and I could tell by your body language that you knew something that the rest of us did not. And I went, okay, leave that alone.
Because you never want to.
You knew yesterday before.
I suspected strongly. But I'm one of those guys, man. And
you don't want the jinx in.
But I also, I'm a bad friend sometimes. Like, I kind of wish I had gone to see him, but he was, only for a couple of days. And
what? See him in the hospital?
It's like
were people going to the hospital?
A couple people. I didn't realize they were. I actually did not know, but a couple of my friends went down. And I thought maybe I go when I come back because I had to leave today.
Was he even awake though?
No.
See, that's just it.
He never gained consciousness.
No. And I don't want to remember him like that.
No, I know. That's how I am too. It's like I don't want. I really. Because sometimes I get shit for not going to the hospital and stuff like that. It's like, something, I don't want to fucking see people like that.
And it's also, you don't want to, I cry a lot and shit like that. I'm a blubbering idiot. And it's like, I don't want to burden the family. That's the worst part. I'm the worst. I can't handle it. And I'm just going to be sad and bum his kids out. And
would you be one of those people that just throws themselves?
Oh, my God.
Throws himself on the bed or the gravesite.
Or the coffin during the fucking
do
wake.
You throw yourself in the hole? Like, take me instead.
No.
Oh, God. A lot of mamas do that.
Yeah.
If I was dying, if I was dying, I would drag someone else in and go, take them. I'm selfish. What about this cocksucker?
Good.
Yeah.
You cry a lot, but you're not stupid.
Yeah, I remember when Manny was dying in the hospital. We were all in the hospital, and
Manny and Sal.
Yeah, let's do it for Manny. It's the one who did Cafe Wa.
Manny was the owner of the comedy
not
Cell.
Manny Roth, Manny Dwarman, whose son Noam is wedding or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And Manny he had cancer, and we knew he was going to die very soon. And I was, we were talking and stuff, and just to see Manny so broken, because he was the funniest motherfucker any of us knew. He was brutal. But I just looked out the window and cried. I couldn't even look at him. And I'm like, it's just going to depress him to see me look. If someone's looking at you and they're bawling, it's fucking horrible. You're like,
it
I
better
must
be because your cock is so big that the person's crying that theirs is so small.
Out of jealousy.
Yes.
Or if it's a woman going, my God, you're breaking my spine with that building you call a cock, sir. But I didn't want to. Attell was very fun. I loved Attell. And Giraldo was great. I mean, Giraldo was holding his hand. And I Manny once want to hold his hand, and Giraldo did it. And I couldn't do it. I was too weak. And I always loved Giraldo for that. He was strong enough to hold Manny's hand. I couldn't do it.
Were you guys there when he passed?
Rough.
No, me and Colin were in a rack. Which was he was very, very bad.
Should have been in an old medieval rack, the two of you. Right. Not that good. But
sometimes wordplay stuff works.
I know.
No, we were in Iraq when it happened. Colin, we were in Kuwait on our way into Iraq. And Colin got the call in the hotel in the Marriott in Kuwait. And he got a call from Booker, and he didn't want to hear it from him. So he got on the phone, the guy goes, Colin. And Colin goes, oh, no. And I think Colin hung up on him.
Wow.
Because Colin did not want to hear the news of Manny from him. But we found out, I think Colin told me the next day once we got into Iraq that he was dead. So we couldn't go to the I missed Manny's wake and funeral because we were away for a week. And by then you're already in country, as they say.
Right, sure.
I don't, I'm not a big wake funeral guy.
No, I got to go. I
know you got to go. I know.
That's true.
You know
Nobody
what?
enjoys them.
Oddly enough.
You suck it up and you go. It
there
sucks.
are a few people. Oh, I know. Believe me, I go to
No one's
things.
a funeral guy.
There are a few
Bob
people
Eatman.
that just
What do you think
love
goes on
those
in
things.
those fucking rooms?
There are a few people that enjoy
No,
going
not
to
really.
those.
No.
I think they're twisted, but you know,
No, you get joking.
almost like a Harold and Maude fucking thing.
I would go on record and say I don't think anyone enjoys it unless it's one of your sick fetishes.
Kind of like the drama. Some people like the drama and the fucking like the emotion.
And feed off that shit.
And feed off it. Yeah, I'm not saying they enjoy going to a loved one's death celebration, but there is this. It's something different. It's drama. It gets them out of the house. It just like
you're trying to save yourself. What do you think happens in there? They make balloon animals and hand out noisemakers. Get a nice band to kind of fucking perform for everybody.
Well, like those old New Orleans
the
ones.
dead guys in the front of the room.
Those New Orleans ones are pretty cool.
There are tragedy junkies who marry themselves to it in a weird way because they
get all happy when they find out they could go to one of these things.
It's not a happiness. No, it's not. It's not even a shitty. I hate the person.
They feed off the sadness of it.
They
They
feed
like
off
the
sadness.
They like the drama. They like the everybody else being together. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen any of these people, but I've heard about it. I'm definitely not one. I don't like these things. I go to them. I never look at the body in there, though.
No?
Never look. I'll always look away, and when I walk up to do my little, you got to kind of kneel over there and go, say a little prayer and stuff. I never look.
Really?
As I'm walking up, I look at my shoes, and then I kneel down, and I look at my kneecaps sitting on the little kneely thing, and then I get up and turn away. I don't want to look.
The curiosity doesn't get you?
Nope.
Oh, I look.
Don't want to look at a dead guy's face, somebody I knew that was alive. I remember everybody. I remember them as being alive.
What you see is bad makeup jobs.
Yeah, I don't need that.
That's not how he looked when he was alive.
I don't look.
You don't look. I look.
No, it's creepy.
A little curiosity. That's
no,
it.
can't
A
look.
lot of
Not even for a
curiosity.
second.
I mean,
that sticks in your head.
I'm not excited about it, but you got to look.
It shit sticks in your head.
I'll usually look.
You look?
You look?
I do, yeah.
I don't look.
Do you touch?
No. Oh, God, the people that they pat the hands.
I've touched.
The hands that are like they're folded over on the stomach or something, and they'll pat the hand and look.
I remember I went to my grandma's funeral. I must have been like 10 years old or whatever. And I saw my grandfather leaning over the coffin, and he took my dead grandma's hand and then kissed her on the cheek. And I was incredibly creeped out by that.
Oh, yes.
I'm like, I'm just thinking, oh my God, he just kissed a dead body.
Yeah, it's like,
what are you gonna
no,
do, man?
No, you can't
What are you
do
gonna
that.
do?
No.
You gotta touch.
No touching.
If I don't know the person, I don't touch.
No touching. Know the person, don't know the person, no touching.
No touching. Touch if you know the person a little bit.
I would never touch. Oh, it would just I can only imagine.
It feels like a mannequin.
I think it would feel like a raw chicken before you when you're putting a dry rub on it. You feel like the cold flesh kind of rolling under your hand.
Depending how old the person is, yeah, you're about right.
And I don't want to see the face. I don't want to see the face made up like that with the friggin' mouth closed and wax.
That's old school too. A lot of the funerals, aren't they closed now?
Closed casket?
Yeah.
Put a nice little picture up.
That's what I've heard. I don't know. What
I like
the fuck
that.
do I know?
I'm all for closing that fucking lid and putting a nice picture up.
Yeah.
Then people remember that. What you gotta look? What year is this?
You gotta look.
They did that so if the guy started breathing, they wouldn't bury him alive. They kept the fucking lid open as long as possible.
Just to make sure?
Make sure. You don't want the poor bastard clawing away 6 feet under. That'd be horrible.
Well, let's go to Bub in Philly. Bub. What's up, Bub?
What's up, boys? How's it going?
Hello.
How are you, brother?
Good. Hey, I want to see, did you guys see what that cunt Gilbert Gottfried said about Giraldo yesterday?
What did he...
his tweet was a little rough. I read it, too.
What did he write? But Gilbert's that way, man. Come on.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That was kind of my question. Jimmy, you know him personally.
What did he write?
It was a little rough.
What did he write?
He wrote, if Greg Giraldo gets cremated, will it be called the Greg Giraldo roast?
That's fine.
It's almost like a tribute in Gilbert's own sick way. Because Greg, obviously, Greg is one of the most memorable roast guys out there. I mean, he was always fantastic at those things. Gilbert probably worked with him on every roast they've ever done. And, I kind of see that as... Yeah, I don't see that as...
I don't
see
either.
that as Gilbert.
Gilbert's
That's Gilbert.
He said he's never been emotionally
attached to anything.
on stage, at least.
Yeah.
After 9/11, he got in trouble because he joked.
Right.
He goes, I got to take a flight with a stopover at the Empire State Building. It was a funny joke.
Yeah,
He's
really.
like, he's got that gallows humor. And Greg would have fucking... Greg was a harsh comic.
He was. I know. Come on.
You think Gilbert has adult autism?
Or maybe some fucking Asperger's.
Yeah, because no, I'm being serious.
Yeah,
there's a detachment there with that guy.
He is a
and his
weirdo.
emotions.
Yeah,
he's a weirdo.
But Greg, come on, Greg wouldn't have that. Greg Giraldo was a roaster. If he's cremated, it's a joke.
Yeah,
that's the type of comic he is. I have no problem with that. If he said something nasty about Greg, or said something like, hey, Greg was overrated, or something shitty, I would be fucking. It's horrible in the sense that, but it's a comedian joking about a fucking friend and a comedian.
Yeah.
This guy said he went to a fun wake.
What?
Proving Ant's point, I guess.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hi,
sir.
What's your name, sir?
It's Mike. Sorry.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah. So, it's really odd, right? So, one of my good friends was like an evangelical Christian, like one of the born against, and the first half hour, the casket's open and there's people just losing their absolute mind. She was really, really young. And after that, they close the casket and they do what's known as, I guess, a coming home or going home, ceremony.
Yeah.
And it becomes like almost like a raging party. I mean, just singing and people just talking about it. It wasn't like there wasn't a tear shed after they closed that casket. It was like it wasn't fun, but it was. It made you feel happy. It
Well,
was really
once see with the guineas, I know that once the coffin's in the ground and you go back to someone's house, then it's over. The sadness is over and the party starts. It's nothing but food and drinking and fucking,
but
you know, having fun. But it's after the fact.
But you get the feeling that someone's missing.
Someone's missing. Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is always strange.
You always get that, and that's cool because
It's like, where's
someone
Grandma?
is.
Oh, that's right. That's why we're here.
Oh, we
She's
just
dead.
put her in a hole. That's
Great.
right.
And now someone else has to figure out how to make the sauce.
Grandma, are you gonna? Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
That's just weird feeling. Who's missed? Wait, can we do a head count? Something doesn't seem right here.
Used to seeing her sitting right there every time I came over.
Yeah, I also heard a really good tweet yesterday where it was, God must be pretty fucking cool because I'd rather hang out with Greg Giraldo than Lindsay Lohan any day.
Oh,
I like the sentiment of that, but the God ones,
yeah,
just that, you know, I got it.
I guess God
Needed
bloody,
a
bloody,
roaster.
blah. It's
Needed
like,
a roaster.
Yeah, that's what God needed, a roaster.
Yeah, right.
God needed people in heaven shit on verbally. So he's like, I'm going to go grab Greg. It's just not the way it works.
No.
God just lets people do what they want.
I know.
And hopefully...
Free will, and sometimes that shit happens.
The blood of the martyrs commands you. I was watching that yesterday.
Oh, really?
I watched the whole movie. I was really, really depressed.
You're depressed and then you throw on The Exorcist?
Oh, are you a mad person?
It was on before. I was watching it in piecemeal. Watch it, stop for a little while.
I'd have put on Paul Blart Mall Cop. That's hysterical.
Wow. Yeah, sure. And then put on something else that's a comedy of thumb, right?
Why couldn't Chip have
How?
gone?
Wait, so...
Why couldn't Greg be here and Chip be dead?
He loved Chip.
Did he?
Loved Chip. Yes, he did.
Oh.
So, I mean, you were really close to Greg Giraldo, and you're depressed, and then you put The Exorcist on.
But
I can't even wrap my
The
head
Exorcist
around
is
that.
not a comedy, so it's like to me it's the
I know,
same
but
kind
you don't
of
want to
shit
be
mood.
creeped out more, wow.
And deal with anything having to do with the afterlife, death, this, that.
Right.
Steer clear of the death stuff.
You want something light.
Yeah.
Some, like, romantic comedy.
Or over the top, like action, so the death is just comic booky.
Yeah, something. Wow. I don't know if I could see The Exorcist in the middle of the day in a good mood.
40-mile-an-hour winds.
I told you.
Fucker, man.
It's
no, I mean, I just know.
crazy out there. Like, you don't even fucking know.
You're not flying.
It's sick,
I'm telling
crazy.
You. I don't think you're flying. What are they saying at the airports already? Is there delays yet?
They were saying that expect delays and cancellations. And 40-mile-an-hour sustained, gusts 50 to 60. It's like the truck when I was driving. My truck was like leaning over as I was driving in. It just
So all flights will be affected by that, not just Embraers.
oh yeah, everything.
Big planes too.
Yeah. It's not pleasant out. It sucks.
Spencer K. My wife recently went to a wake for a friend who committed suicide by shooting himself in the face.
Yo.
Open casket. They wrapped a bag around the back of his head.
Stop it.
That do I look at that? I don't know if I can look at that.
Shot himself in the face.
But so why the bag in the back?
Yeah, in the back. What is that about?
Oh, because that's where it blows out.
Like Marvin?
You know that shit.
Yeah, well, the front
entry
wouldn't look good either.
Yeah, you would think.
Unless it was a shotgun blast in his mouth.
I don't know.
Then it would clear out, the back of his head.
And keep everything nice.
Maybe the front would
Keep
be
your skin
okay.
all nice.
They could slap that mouth shut.
Just get a little like some clay.
Yeah, they'd use that fucking...
Yeah, they rebuild you with some clay.
That's what they do. Oh, they put like clay in there and... I don't know.
This is some morbid shit.
I don't like that shit. It really is morbid.
Dad's wake was more of a celebration. I think if the person's older, it's easier.
Yeah,
and you celebrate their life a
absolutely.
little more.
Abso-fucking-lutely. When my Grammy died, like what was that, last year or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like kind of expected. She was well into her 90s, and it was kind of slap the lid shut, lower the box in, go back to the house, and it was a little vino with Uncle Tony and eating and shit. Real gavon shit.
As the Mexicans are just putting shovelfuls of dirt on the casket.
Oh, I know.
As soon as you leave.
Bring in the Mexicans and their shovels. Do they even use shovels now? You always see the backhoes now down at the cemeteries, and you're like, oh, boy, can't we just keep one tradition? The grave digger. Why is the grave digger now like a fucking teamster? They used to be the creepy ghouls with the shovels. That's the weird one. The guy that was kind of embalmed and put on his motorcycle.
Is this creepy?
Yeah, why do you want to do that? That is creepy. Perpetually just hunched over that gas tank.
It's going to have a bad back in eternity.
Yeah, eternity with a horrible pain in your lower back.
Chiropractors that are still practicing after their deaths.
Well, one probably died right after because God needed a chiropractor.
That's right. God gets one of everything.
He certainly does.
I don't know. I mean, everyone's calling about funeral shit.
That's morbid. I want to have a happy show. I want an happy day.
We'll have an happy day.
Yeah. Too much.
We could play Greg Giraldo doing a little roasting.
You don't feel sad listening to people that are just recently dead?
I don't listen to Greg now.
You can't handle that either?
No, to me that's kind of sad.
That's weird.
It's weird and it's very sad.
But, you know, he was a really funny fucking guy.
Oh,
yeah, he was funny, so I don't feel
we
bad
played
listening to Greg.
We played a clip of him talking about being on a plane all messed up.
Yeah,
that was, you know.
Yeah.
It's interesting. We have him roasting Chevy Chase. Want to go with that one? Yeah, let's go with that one.
Sure.
Here's Greg Giraldo, everyone.
This is an awkward situation for people like me. I mean, what the hell have I accomplished? Look at this. This guy's a comedy giant. I'm supposed to make fun of him? I can only dream of making 3 good movies and 40 ones. There are no interesting, famous people up here. Look, myself included. I know I'm nobody, but this was supposed to be a big night for me. I was supposed to rub shoulders with big shots. Look at these people. You've been in 40 films. The biggest movie star up here is Al Franken. An OJ roast would have drawn more star power. No Aykroyd, no Murray. You couldn't even have gotten any of those midgets you worked with in Under the Rainbow. They always brighten up a room. Bring down the midgets. We got booster seats. Right, Paul? There's booster seats. Where are the midgets? Tonight is about Chevy. And again, I feel uncomfortable trashing you. You've done things I can only dream of. Only in my wildest fantasies could I even hope to have a 6-week run hosting a talk show that made Arsenio seem watchable. Your show lasted 6 weeks. Sally Jesse Raphael's lasted 16 years. That's got to feel good late at night, huh? All joking aside, honestly, it's a thrill to be here honoring Chevy. Is it Chevy or Chevy? 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 I don't know. I can't. It's a thrill, a comedy icon, and living proof that you could actually snort the funniness right out of yourself. Thank you, and thank you, Chevy.
The Virus, SiriusXM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Jim Jefferies walking down the hall. Jim Norton running out of the building. Norton literally fleeing.
He was.
Trying to get on an earlier flight so he can make his gig down there in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh.
I want updates, man. We'll have to call Kenny when he's in the car and stuff so we can hear Jimmy yelling and screaming and cursing.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
What's up, Jim Jefferies?
How you doing, my friend?
How are you, sir?
He's making the rounds.
What's going on, brother?
The shake the hands rounds.
Kenny's working hard in front of a computer there. He's changing flights.
Yeah.
He's got his old lady glasses on. He must be hard at work over there. And Jimmy ran home to pack, and hopefully they'll make an earlier flight.
Yeah, Kenny's like a travel agent out there.
Of course, yes.
Ticking away on the keyboards.
This is where
phone.
This is where Kenny's in his element.
Oh, he loves it.
If it was up to Kenny, he would do this full time.
Yeah, he loves it.
He loves changing flights and booking hotel rooms and dealing with the car companies. for rentals.
Are we on the air?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's how this show works.
We really
Isn't that amazing?
We
how
gotta
many
get a
times,
montage.
How many times we get asked that?
The funny thing is,
I take it as a compliment.
Yeah, I guess we're supposed to be insulted, but I know that means we're doing our job.
Yeah.
We're not putting on the fake radio voices with the big coming back from fucking break shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw the mics on and start talking.
Where's
like human
Jim?
beings.
Where's Jim? Where's he?
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Just explain the whole fucking thing.
I wasn't listening. I was going around. I was eating a
Why
bagel.
listen as I'm talking into a mic?
I didn't know we were on the air. If we knew we were on the air, I would have focused. That was my whole problem. That's why I asked. I thought, fuck, I'm coming
Jimmy's got a
late on
gig
this.
in Raleigh, North Carolina. We got this tropical storm that's just coming up the whole fucking coast. So he's just going to be flying into shit all day. So he's trying to get on a plane from here to North Carolina before it hits too hard.
I only landed 2 hours ago myself.
How bad was it?
I was meant to come in at midnight, and then because of the rain, it was delayed by 5 hours, and I've just come in, so I haven't slept.
How was it coming in? A little bumpy?
It was fucked up, man.
Where'd you fly in from? LA?
I'm from LA, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty wet.
A little wet outside.
A little wet outside.
They can handle the wet. It's 40-mile-an-hour winds that they're talking about.
Crosswinds,
Might be a problem.
yeah, it gets a little wild.
Although this rain's going to be pretty damn hard. They're talking 5 or 6 inches when it's done.
When we were coming in, though, there was a weird thing. I don't know if it's got anything to do with it, but the lights in the cabin flicked on and off, right?
Yeah.
Then the pilot comes on and goes, "Oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh, that's technology for you." Right now, I'm thinking,
you don't want to hear that when you're 40,000 fucking
there's
feet
got to
in the
be
air.
more sophisticated technology than the light switch for the cabin.
Yeah.
In the front there. If he's bemused by that, like, I can't figure out how this thing works.
Bemused. Yes, he was. Wow, that's something.
You bring up a good point, though, because when you're taking a flight and they can't get the fucking TVs working, you're like, well, what else is not working on this fucking plane right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, look at that there.
We seem to be having a problem with the movie tonight. What else is, what other problems we're having?
I hear Jason Ellis is coming in. I'm quite nervous.
Jason Ellis is coming in.
Quite nervous.
Oh, you guys went at it last time a little bit, right?
A little bit.
Well, yeah. After he got there, I said that I thought he wasn't funny and that he's a bit of a cunt. So let's see how this plays out.
Holy
Oh, no.
Well, thanks for setting up the last hour nicely for us.
I didn't.
No, that's good.
I only found it 10 minutes ago, but I've been asked to go on his radio show in LA 2 times, and I've told his producer to fuck off. So
this is just getting one.
Let's try to make friends.
This ought to be friendly.
Yeah, we'll see how this
Nice.
plays out. Hey, the boys were telling me that you don't remember being here last time.
No, I didn't know. There was a time in between, I remember, but that time with the porn star.
Oh, right,
I've seen it back on the internet several times.
Where you
about
were dancing with Shawnee?
Jolie.
Oh, it was, who was it? Justin Jolie?
Justin
Yeah.
Jolie.
Oh, right.
And having an argument with her.
I was on Mountains of Ecstasy, and it was St. Patrick's Day, and I haven't had a drink, by the way, for a month. The longest in my whole adult life.
Are you dying?
No, because my liver, I was getting cirrhosis, but my liver got enlarged, and I was shitting blood, so...
Holy motherfucker.
Yeah, I know when to stop. I know the signs.
That's when you stop.
Yeah.
Did you go to the doctor?
I went. That's how I found out. The doctor sort of. I had I went to Australia for a month, and I did Montreal for a month, and I did the Edinburgh Festival for a month, and I drank every day from morning till night for 3 months. And it was till my hands were shaking and stuff like that.
Wow.
But the thing is, as with that radio show, this is what I was saying to the guys back there. As with that radio show, I came in on ecstasy. The problem is, I perform very well fucked up. I always have, right? On stage and everything. That's always been like a good thing. I really needed something damaging in my career where I was a disgrace and people weren't booking me anymore and all that.
Wow.
But that never happened. So I just kept going until my body said, nah, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, I've seen your special, and you just keep grabbing beers from behind.
Yeah.
And those, I didn't doubt for a second that those were real.
Yeah.
Honest to goodness beers.
Well, the new special that I just did for Britain, Alcoholocaust, which is coming out. I'm drunk during the whole thing.
During the whole thing.
I'm drunk before.
So a couple things. What I mean, beer didn't do that to your liver.
It was lots of shots and everything like that.
I mean, I think beer can do that to your liver. I'm not stupid, but it would take, I think,
a
lot more abuse.
It wasn't.
Did you drink some hard shit too?
No, I drank a lot of Jägermeister as well. Like as soon as I got too full on beer, I went straight to shots, and then
wow,
black out, and I'd wake up and start again. But the thing is, I have idiot friends who are doing the same thing as well, so I wasn't alone. And it's like, you know how people say that they're drunks when you start drinking by yourself, or you start getting drinks like on the sly. No, I was openly doing it with other people. This wasn't a secret, you know. So I don't know why you need the Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm the most obvious drunk in the world.
Yeah,
So-
people kind of know you drink, and that's what you do.
So I've stopped, and it's a weird, you know, what do people do?
You didn't want to stop,
What
first of
do
all, right?
people No, I didn't want to. What do you do? What do you...
That's the biggest problem people have.
There's only so many movies.
Yeah,
And once you've seen them all... And
you got to call Bob Kelly, and you got to get a hobby. You got to get into fly fishing.
I've gotten into cooking.
See, there you go.
Yeah, I bought myself a mixer the other day. I've got a garlic press. Never had one of them in my whole life.
And you're cooking? What are you cooking? Like what kind
I've started with... See, the thing is, for guys giving up booze, I've gained a lot of weight. Because I've just been... Because I thought, oh, well, all those calories I'm not having through booze... But now you do that stupid thing when you give something up, when you're like, I shouldn't deny myself this chunk of cheese covered in chocolate because because I'm not drinking anymore.
Right. Yeah, I'm taking care of myself.
I'm taking care of myself, so I can have that. Put a cigarette out in the top of it, and I'll have it as a dessert.
What did the doctor tell you about this shitting blood?
Well, the thing is, I always thought it was hemorrhoids because I've been shitting blood on and off since my early 20s. But this time,
what the fuck? That's as soon as you shit blood, man. You gotta go right to the fucking doctor.
If it's bright red, it's lower intestine. That's hemorrhoids. I've been a hemorrhoid guy.
Hey, did you take a shit before you came in here? Because this might be a weird coincidence, but there's bloody shit in one of the toilets.
No
way.
No.
And
I haven't had blood in my shit.
And I was going to bring it up on the air, and then I forgot. And then you reminded me because you're talking about this. I'm not. I don't think I don't think it's flushed because no one flushes anyone else's shit. So someone should run down there and take a picture of it. It's a rusty, bloody mess in one of the fucking toilets.
I was a hemorrhoid guy for years, and then when it's bright red.
Was it you, Danny?
That's
good.
Hold
That's
on.
good.
Dark red bad.
That's internal.
That's doctor for you. That's doctor talk. Dark red means ass cancer. Bright red hemorrhoids.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, because the dark red means it's been swimming around with shit.
Dark red also means you probably had 2 bottles of wine within the past day or so. And it just makes your shit all grapey.
Is that what you're telling yourself?
That's what I'm telling. I've had a good wine shit every so often. A red wine shit where you look and just go, oh wow,
stupid.
I've never drank a glass of one.
Vegetable juice drinks will do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put a little beets in your stupid vegetable juice.
Yeah. Well, beets will do that.
Oh boy, will it? That's a fucking die. So how is it performing without the alcohol, Jim?
Well, I had done gigs before without the alcohol if I was driving to a gig or something like that. It's all right. You know, they've been going fine. I'll tell you, okay, they go well. You never have, I haven't had a blinding gig like I have when I'm really drunk. But I also haven't had that one where some woman just says some innocuous heckle, and then I've gone on for 10 minutes about how she's a whore and she'll kill herself. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes the most unnecessary retorts to people who...
That stuff's great to watch, though.
No, it's good to watch, but
it's not directed at you.
That's one of the things when you wake up in the morning, that's the guilt, the horrible feeling in the morning when you wake up and you're like, I really just abused a person until they cried, and all they did was say something stupid.
They just threw some heckle out there.
I think they just got up to go to the toilet, and all of a sudden I was like, I hope your kids are dead. You know, and it was just unnecessary.
You guys are just very angry.
Oh, shit, that's bad.
Well, that sucks. You didn't want to quit. You had to.
Well,
got the liver that's a little enlarged and a little blood.
I don't know if I'm going to quit forever.
You can just wait till it rejuvenates itself.
Yeah, but also I kind of was sick of the depression in the morning. You know, it was outweighing the good time I was having.
Yeah,
Like I was feeling sad. It's always a payoff with anything like Coke or anything like that, where you go, how much fun do I have in comparison to how much depression am I going to get? And the depression started to outweigh.
Well, the more you drink at night, it seems the better you like the better time you're having.
Yeah.
Whether you are or not, who the fuck knows? But you will feel shittier in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, the hangover thing is the worst thing. There have been, like, Saturday mornings where I'm just like, all right, it's all day in bed. Just going to waste a day now because I had to have twice the fun last night.
Well, that's the thing about being a stand-up. You could, seriously, when you're at, like, say, the Edinburgh Festival, you're just working an hour a day. You do just do that, okay, and then I huddled in bed. And I'd be getting out of bed for my gig, doing the gig, getting drunk and staying in bed the whole day.
Shit.
And I'd be staying in bed for like 17 hours of the day, right? Just in there, and not turning the lights on or the TV or anything.
Just laying there.
Just laying there looking
sleep, wake up kind of a thing.
Not even sleep, waking, just thinking of like new stand-up routines and then saying I'm shit and I've never written a good joke and then hating myself and then having moments of I think I may be the greatest comedian that's ever lived.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
Like it's a horrible fucking.
That's
thing.
exactly what Belushi was going through before they found his fucking bloated
Well, see,
dead body.
that's one of the things that really got to. I read the Chris Farley book that was written by his brother called The Chris Farley Show, and there was things in it when they were trying to tell stories. Like it was all written by little interviews. Like Chris Rock would say something, and David Spade would say something.
Right.
And they would mention an incident that happened with Chris where he got drunk and then cut his hand punching through. And I'm like, I've done worse than that. And they were talking like that was the moment we knew that we were never going to have him back. And I'm going, that's a Tuesday.
That's a Tuesday for you.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Yeah, so
what does Gunther think about this whole
no, see, the thing
chain
is,
of events?
this is what I was saying before.
Gunther.
My mum will listen to this, and I will have to go lie and say, look, as a stage persona and all that type of bullshit, right? And for the most part, because she's a mum, she'll believe that. But that one incident when I came on ecstasy on here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Who was the other comedian that day?
There was not enough lying in the world.
Yeah.
You couldn't cover that up.
Andrew Maxwell was
Yeah.
it.
I looked him up after the fact. He's fucking huge.
Yeah,
he's a
funny.
huge comedian, and he was fucked up with you.
He was fucked up. Yeah, he was just on. Yeah.
If you were pawning that off as an act, you would have gotten an Academy Award. Like you should be an actor then, because that would have been amazing.
You know where we sit? That was awesome radio, by the way.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and that's the one you don't remember being here for.
I've seen the footage back because I got dumped by my girlfriend.
Because of that appearance?
Because I was saying to the porn star, go out with me, I don't have a girlfriend, I'm single, please have sex with me. It's fairly damaging.
You can explain.
Yeah.
I think you could have explained that to her.
I got it back.
I was doing it for the radio
eventually,
show.
No, I said I was on drugs and acting like an idiot. And then she said, what else do you do when you're on drugs?
Oh,
wow, not that. That's I reserve cracking onto women when I'm live on air. I'd never do it in a dark room when no one would know. There we go. I'm in trouble again. Some
now
cunt,
you're fucked again.
Some cunt will put this on the internet. I'm done.
So Gunther checked out the video?
Yeah, very
She
disappointing.
searches out your audio and video, doesn't she?
She has one of those little things that every time my name's typed into a
the
computer.
Google.
Oh, yeah.
She gets the Google.
And when you're 350 pounds, that's your hobby. Sitting playing solitaire and getting Google alerts of your son. You know, because it's a thing. There's certain things that she really enjoys, like a new poster or a DVD cover or something like that. That's like mum porn. You know what I mean?
Mum porn.
Yeah, it's mum porn. I reckon she'd put one leg up on the table and flick herself off with the other one, going, "Look at my boy." But the Jim Jefferies drunk, Jim Jefferies on drugs stuff, not so much.
She's not a fan of that.
Yeah, not as happy as you think she might
be. What
be.
were you doing here? Well, a lot of drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was St. Patty's Day. I remember you guys came in from the night before. You were
steaming.
The night never ended for those guys.
Well, the thing is, we had been sitting on a roof or something like that, and it was all dark, and then we went back into the house, and I actually thought in my head when I was coming, I remember this much, we were staggering down the road, and I had some other bloke he was the guy supplying all the drugs, the rich guy, right? And then there was Andrew, sort of just, normally when I go downstairs to the lobby, they check my ID and then they look at the photo and back like that. But I walked in with this drug confidence, right? And just went in, I went, I'm Jim Jefferies, and these are my associates.
My associates.
And they let us all. And Andrew, if you remember, was wearing like a green jacket with like 4-leaf clover glasses.
Yeah, he had the whole thing going.
Yeah.
With
He was dressed in the
St.
part.
Patty's Day.
And so we all got in the lift. No one stopped us. No one even questioned. They didn't even have passes. In we go.
Look at you.
And as soon as the light hit me in that lift, I went, oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Because I thought before that I was walking around in darkness and just with shades on. As soon as I took my sunglasses off and my eyes started to shut around, I went,
it's like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Now it's go time, and I'm fucked up. What kind of hangover did you have after that day? Like, it had to have been bad.
Yeah, it was the drug hangovers. They're ones that, I don't mind the coughing up phlegm and the headache. Like, I always see that as a bit rock and roll. I love, I love that whole waking up, your hair's a mess, and then you go outside to get a paper and you're wearing sunglasses. Everyone else is in suits, and you're like vomiting in a gutter. I like the fact that I feel like Keith Richards when that happens.
Yeah.
It's the no one will ever love me.
Right, yeah.
And I always think. Anytime, I can't say this. No, I can't. I'll get in trouble. No.
Oh, yeah, look at you.
Oh, wow, look at
Responsible.
that.
Yeah, see?
That's good of you.
Fuck, we got to get this guy a beer or something.
In a monologue.
Don't get him a beer.
Got to loosen up and open up a little bit.
Terrible.
Eating watermelon and fucking drinking Red Bull, though. God bless you.
I'm not as funny as I used to be. There's people right now.
Is that what worries you?
That did worry me, but the shows have gone fine.
Nah, you're fucking funny, dude.
I used to think the same thing, though, with afternoon drive radio as opposed to morning radio. I thought, like, an afternoon drive, before the show started, down a few beers, you get on the air, and you just start rambling on about something, whatever. And I was like, when we went to mornings, I was just thinking, oh, fuck, takes beer out of the mix. And then you realize, it don't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Then either it doesn't matter, or I'm gonna have a beer at 6 in the morning, and that's a problem.
You must have done shows here where you've just stayed up the whole night and then stumbled in. I don't think Opie has. He's too
There's
responsible.
probably a couple, but not
anymore. Yeah, I'm boring. There's been a few. Man, come on.
No, not where I've stayed up from a party or something. I don't think so.
You got to
I've
define
been
party.
hungover.
Define party in your world, though. So you have a lot of like people over all the fucking time.
Well, yeah, there have been times where where people have left and then I've gone to bed and
For an
got
hour or
like
two.
2 hours sleep, maybe at most, and then you get up and you're kind of like, well,
You're still in the moment.
Yeah, that's not exactly sobriety right here. And you come in and do the show, and then by the end of the show, it's like, my head's starting to hurt. But yeah, no, that's just fucked. Like, if you get a fresh buzz on, like it was with Afternoon Drive, where right before you hit the air, you're down a couple of beers.
Sure.
That was just like, all right, now we're ready to do a show.
You don't take drugs, do you?
Nah.
Never?
No, I'm not I'm not like a fucking ecstasy or. The only drugs I take are when they're prescribed and they're like
the legal ones.
That's what happened to Greg, wasn't it? That's the whole thing.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about, I got like a Vicodin for a tooth root canal.
Oh, you Americans and your prescription fucking drugs. Take some coke and ecstasy. Always with Oxycontin.
No,
it was Vicodin.
It was Vicodin.
And all this stuff.
It was
I
great.
got some Demerol and some Vicodin and some Oxycontin.
Vicodin was cool though.
This is how people die, though. This is how Heath Ledger died and all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
Someone
when you got a fucking night table full of them and you're
Wait,
popping them.
no,
I was
because-
taking it for
hold
the
on.
actual
But
pain in my mouth.
You hear what he's saying though? You're not gonna die from the coke though.
No, this is why.
You're gonna die from the
This is
prescription
why, because
pills.
you get your Xanax, right? And
Yeah.
you go, these are normal pills. So I have fucking 8 of them. When you got ecstasy, you go, I don't know what this will do. It looks kind of dirty. I'll bite it in half and see how I feel in 20 minutes. And if I feel all right, I'll have the other half.
The fucking guy just explained it.
The doctor gave this to me. This got to be good. I can take a few of these.
What about coke? Where's the logic there?
Well, coke you're only taking in lines, aren't you?
Yeah, but you can't really stop once you
but
start.
You can't shove so much in your nose to really overdose. I'm not, condoning. I don't take any of that anymore. I haven't taken coke or anything for a long, long time.
So you're out with the drugs too?
Oh no, I'm trying to get some mushrooms. And you can't die from mushrooms.
I don't think anyone's ever OD'd on mushrooms.
And the best time you'll ever have in your whole life. That's the one thing I couldn't do on stage. I was doing Glastonbury, which is like the biggest music festival in the world in Britain.
Who played?
Everybody. I think Paul McCartney was the head act that night, but it's a 3-day festival.
And what, comedians in between the acts, obviously?
No. There's a comedy tent.
Okay.
And in the comedy tent, I was on, and this is when mushrooms were still legal in the UK. Mm-hmm. Sorry, excuse me.
And you mean they were legal at one point?
This was the best thing ever. Right?
You can't just casually say that.
For 2 years, in like 2006 to 2007, because the law was, because mushrooms grow in Britain all over the fields in winter. They've got the right climate, the right grass, and they're just everywhere. So you can't police something that grows naturally. So what they said was they went so dried up mushrooms, because everyone wanted to have them in the summer. So people used to dry them up and then you'd eat them, are illegal. Right? But then the Dutch were just over the thing, and this has been the law for years, and some Dutch guy was like, do you know, I have a hydroponic set. Right? So they started growing them in shops in London, like, you know when you go to the movies and you get pick and mix, and you get your different lollies? Right? Your different sweet...
Wow.
You get your different...
That's...
wow.
You just said something
no clue.
that has no American translation.
Wow.
Okay,
what was it?
Your candy...
Pick a mix and you get your lolly.
You know,
What's a lolly?
Lollies are candies.
Yeah.
Right, you know when you get your candy in the little bag and you got the different choices of all the things?
Oh, okay,
just,
gotcha. Yeah.
Take a little this, a little that.
They call that pick and mix.
Oh,
anyway.
Okay. And you get your lolly.
And you get your lolly, right?
Wow.
Now,
I'm going to say that all day.
So you got, so what they did was they used to have like this wall of mushrooms in the shop where you go, like they'd have like some Philosopher's Stone, some Mexicans, some Colombians, and all the different types of mushrooms, right? And the Dutch guy would walk you along and talk you through what each of them would do.
Oh, man.
And he'd sit there and go, well, do you want something that's more in your head, or do you want your sort of your body to be fucked up? Is this the first time you have done these?
It's like picking out a tea.
Yeah, and so we'd get these big bags of them, and because, as you said, legal, we were doing them once a week. It was the best time, the best 2 years of my life, and then the government came in and fucked it up.
What did they finally decide?
Completely
They
illegal.
just said, no, you can't sell them in shops, you bloody idiots. Stop this, you fucking morons. Look what you're doing.
Yeah, how long do you think this is going to last?
You can still do it in Holland. That's the weird thing. When you're in Amsterdam, and every time I go to Amsterdam, take mushrooms, right? And it's always like, I'm always there with like my Canadian mate, and we're always like the cliche tourists. But it's that whole thing when you're walking along in Holland with like a hooker and you're on mushrooms, and you see like a group of cops, and you're like, play it cool, play it cool. And then you go, fuck this, I'm allowed to do all these things. I'm not doing anything illegal. And you're just looking at the cop going, I'm on mushrooms, she's a hooker.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's
God
hilarious.
damn. What the fuck do the cops do there?
I'll tell you what they do. They caught me pissing.
Oh, really?
I read an article on that. That's how they get you over there, because people like to pee on all the really nice fucking.
Well, no, because when
old
you're drunk
buildings
or
and
whatever
shit.
and you're stumbling around the street, I got caught pissing. My friend Reg Hunter has a good joke. This is his joke, but Reg Hunter says he goes, he got caught pissing in Amsterdam, and he goes, the fine was $150. For $60, you could pay to piss on a hooker, which is actually the going rate in some of the dodgy bits.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Made a mistake.
So you're going to do the shrooms. You're not crazy.
No, not often. They're hard to get in this country, aren't they?
Are they?
Shrooms? I don't know anymore.
I haven't tried to get any in many, many years.
That's what we should do. What are you doing Sunday?
Not mushrooms with Jim Jefferies.
Why not?
I don't know.
Wouldn't that
lead
to like a book? Mushrooms with Jim Jefferies. That's like the how to knit an American quilt.
Yeah. Wouldn't that lead to drinking, maybe, doing the shrooms?
I don't think so.
All right. Just asking.
I'm not an idiot. I know that mushrooms aren't liver impaling, are they? There's got to be some doctor that's going, they're really bad for your liver.
they're horrible for it.
Oh, well, we got to get Dr. Steve on the line. You got some questions for Dr. Steve today?
Can you die from mushrooms?
All right. We could ask him.
Can you have an overdose and pass out? I know you can get into psychoses.
Is the psychosis good?
No, I know you can like be rocking backwards and forwards in a chair in a mental home, but will you
Really,
die?
that bad?
Well, it's the same. They reckon pot affects more people than any other drug because all the teenagers who become schizophrenic are, smoking a lot of weed.
Yeah.
What's the hangover after mushrooms?
It's all right. You have a nice sleep after those. I've never had a bad. All these people who say they see like oh, my friend turned into a lizard and then we couldn't. That's all. I think that's all bullshit.
Yeah.
I just see that like if I was in this room, the microphone stands would be a bit wobbly.
Right.
You know what I mean? They'd be flexing around, but they wouldn't turn into a snake.
You better hope not. I'll freak your ass right out, man.
We'll come in here on Sunday.
Dr. Steve.
Hey, boys.
We got Jim Jefferies in studio. He just told everyone that he had to stop drinking because of an enlarged liver, a little blood in his stool. So he decided, or the doctor decided for him, that he has to stop drinking. He's not happy about it.
Well, I wanted to for the depression.
And the depression part of it. He had enough of that the next day. But now he's into shrooms. And he wants to know if he could die from shrooms, taking too many shrooms.
Well, of course, too much of anything is not good for you. But I believe that mushrooms, the psilocybin in the mushrooms is metabolized.
Oh, the psilocybin.
This is something. I'm in my car. I just dropped my kids off, so doing a little biochemistry this time of the morning is a little difficult for me. But I could look that up for you.
Are you at the drive-thru yet for breakfast?
I heard.
And an Egg McMuffin?
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll have a number 2.
I never cook them up or anything either. I just eat them raw. You
don't put them on cheese.
No,
or
you
anything
just
of
fight
that
your
crap?
fucking way through them. Grab a handful of them
and just fight. You fight your way through.
It's horrible.
Everybody would always say, oh, they taste really gross, so, eat it with something, put it on a burger, or eat it with a candy bar, and it just, if you do that, you're just making like a candy bar taste like shit. Just eat the fucking mushroom.
Exactly, and if you put it in a frying pan or something, all that oil's got to be mushroom goodness that you're losing. Like you must be cooking out some.
You got to be cooking out some of the buzz,
some of the good stuff.
That's some visual snake work falling into the pan.
Yeah. That's got to be.
So you just eat it raw and you man up to the fucking situation.
But I mean, the shrooms will make you die in some silly ways, though, like walking off a cliff or
killing yourself,
or walking into the middle of traffic thinking you can. No.
It's not. It's not like like cirrhosis of the liver or something like that.
But as long as you stay in your house.
Oh yeah, does the mushrooms affect your liver? Because he really has to take care of his liver. How old are you, Jefferies?
Here's the thing: there are. You're presuming that the person who picked these mushrooms knew what they were doing too, and there are some pretty deadly fucking mushrooms out there.
Wow,
when I first moved to England, we used to just go to a field and try our luck.
Oh my God! There's potluck in the field.
Eat them from the fucking field.
Hey, you try that one over there.
Wow!
I wouldn't do it in Australia. My dad picked out some mushrooms from the backyard in Australia to cook up because he thought they were good, but he got ill.
My sister did that.
Fucking turned green and sat in bed rocking.
Yeah, mushrooms. We
fancied herself a horticulturalist and went out and harvested a bunch of mushrooms in her yard and almost died from it.
Why?
My dad eats the snails from the backyard.
Oh my God! What do you mean from the backyard?
From the backyard,
just
from
like
the
snails
garden.
that are going around.
Just snails hanging out in the garden.
Oh my God! Why would he do that?
Because you can. The same as the snails you eat in escargot. You fucking just fry them up.
You got escargot in your backyard?
Everyone does. They're snails.
Oh my, that is weird.
Isn't it a certain kind of snail?
I don't know. He eats them.
I don't know.
He eats them. Hey, Dr. Steve, why is it that some mushrooms make a steak taste, a little better, and other mushrooms will make you see God? Like, I don't get that.
Well, just, mushrooms have a bunch of complex defenses, and some of them make compounds that work on our brains, and other ones don't do that.
Yeah.
And it's just, the variety of nature. I mean, why do some cacti make peyote and other ones just,
I like the truffles. The truffle ones.
Yeah.
Hey,
those are
Jim?
good.
Yes, mate.
I did want to ask you something that's probably more important is what the blood in your stool, was it bright red or was it
No,
black?
it's bright red now. It's only bright red, yeah.
Okay. So bright red blood usually means that it's that you're bleeding from the lower intestine.
It's hemorrhoids, right? Bright red.
Well, it can be hemorrhoids. Did they look up there?
They said I had two. That was a while back. They put a camera up there and said I had a couple. But they don't seem to hurt anymore, you know, the hemorrhoids. So I just get a bit of bright red. But the thing is, they said they can remove them, but I thought, nah, it's fucking just right out. I don't use Rectinol or any of the ointments either. Preparation H. Just fucking tough it out, man.
Are you sitting on an inner tube right now?
No, just
you all right?
tough it out.
Are you pushing hard? What are you doing? What's causing it?
But see, that's the whole thing. I wasn't having hard poos for about 2 months because of all the drinking. And now I'm having hard poos again. It's like fucking an old friend. I kept on,
an old friend.
I kept on. They used to, like, whenever they go, oh, the first signs of AIDS is 2 weeks of diarrhea or something like that.
Jesus.
And I'm like, I must have had that for years. But like, my theory on AIDS is I can't have it because if you fuck enough women, one of them's got to be respectful enough to call you eventually.
Right. That's wonderful
and
logic.
say, well, I just wanted you to know I went to the doctor and they told me to contact my sexual partners and I haven't.
You think that one of them would be nice enough to say that I've given it to her? And you got to think if one of them's got it, I've got to be the first port of call they blame, right? and none of them have done that. And also, a few girls that I've slept with very quickly afterwards have had kids, and you got to think they test pregnant chicks.
What logic you have, Jim Jefferies.
It kind of makes sense.
It makes total sense.
Dr. Steve, does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yes.
It does. It does, though, Steve, doesn't it? It does make a little bit of sense. And you doctors don't want to conform to me keeping it real with the AIDS front. I don't know what that means.
And he's got the enlarged liver there, Dr. Steve. Talk to him. Because he said he's not going to quit drinking for good.
I'm giving it 6 months, and then I'm going to start drinking like an adult. Just like stag do's. And
some people with alcohol problems can pull that off, but very few. We really recommend if you have a problem with drinking that you just leave it alone. You know, I mean, what
else you got there, Steve?
Yeah, he's looking for other choices.
He needs another option there. He doesn't like that
He needs
one.
a few options, Dr. Steve. Give him some hope. Needs a little hope today.
Give him a bottle of your wine. That'll get anyone off of drinking.
And then clear up the hemorrhoids, too.
Did they do a blood test and said that your liver was out of whack?
Yeah. Just enlarged. It wasn't in dire straits, bad, but it was starting to get fucking swollen and a bit crap.
It was a little ragged around the edge.
Yeah, and they didn't have to do a blood test. It was hanging out of my ass at the time.
The liver will definitely...
They just looked at it and just sort of held it a bit and slapped it.
What's that, Dr. Steve? What will
I'm saying the liver will definitely regenerate if you stop exposing it to alcohol. But here's the thing. Once your liver tests start to get out of whack, then what you're looking at is sort of a pre-cirrhosis situation. And if you expose it to alcohol again, it appears to be quite sensitive to it, and it'll just happen again. If you just keep doing it, eventually you're going to do some irreparable damage to
I wish
your liver.
Jimmy
You
was
got to
here.
have your liver. You just got to have it.
I wish Jimmy was here. Jimmy does an impression of Dr. Steve that is so funny and dead on.
That's hilarious.
He said it was just the start of bad stuff. It wasn't, you know.
Right.
I wasn't in dire straits. Like,
so you got plenty of liver
Yeah,
left.
no, I'm not waiting for a donor or nothing like that.
Yeah.
No.
So you'll go back to drinking.
That's what I'm saying.
No, hey! I might never drink again. You have
you'll go back to drinking.
It's the depression thing that I don't want to do. I suffer from horrible depression. I can't, you know.
Yeah. You take a little pill for that.
Post-drinking depression.
No. See, it's like not using Erectinol. I toughen up because, you know, those pills don't work on alcohol, and I've always been drinking along with it. So I used to take antidepressants, but then I got this theory that they don't have antidepressants in Africa, and they have less suicide in Africa. Right? And the people in Africa
have shitty lives. So why aren't they depressed?
Less suicide
because I'll tell you why. Because
they have less responsibility.
I talk about this on stage. It's because we were brought up on dreams, and we see dreams as wonderful things that keep us going and all that type of stuff. The reason we live for is our dreams. The reason we die is for our dreams, because dreams, when they don't happen, you get depressed and then you get down. Before I was a comic, I just dreamt of getting up on stage for 5 minutes. Now I've got an HBO special. My dream is to become a movie star. And if I'm not a movie star, I'm going to kill myself. Right? That's further than I've ever thought I'll go in life, and I'm depressed because I can see further. If you live in Africa, your life's so shit. 1 in 4 of you is dying from AIDS. You live 5 miles from clean water. Can't even think to move closer to the water. That's how shit your life is. But you see what I'm saying? It's
another good point by Jefferies.
You
got to write a book. Got some good theories.
I bet they're depressed though.
Of course they're depressed. They don't have TV or nothing.
No, it sucks.
Yeah, the only reason they kill themselves is they can't find a sharp enough implement. There's not one building high enough to jump off.
It's hard to throw yourself off a mud hut and actually kill yourself.
You just land in more mud.
Can't stab yourself with a stick, right?
It's actually the only way they can kill themselves is by fucking each other. And even then, that's a slow fucking demise.
That's funny, man.
Shit.
All right, Dr. Steve, stay on the line. We got Steve from Connecticut. I think. Yeah, I think.
Yes.
Steve from Connecticut, you're talking to Jim Jefferies. By the way, Jim's in town because he's playing Caroline's tonight, Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday. Wow.
And Sunday, yeah.
Right on, man. 212-757-4100. Jim
Sunday's
Jefferies.
the Monday show. Me and Ant. Mushroom show.
Yeah, the Mushroom Show. It's
Mushroom
Sunday.
Show.
Get your tickets now for Jim Jefferies at Caroline's. You did real well last time you were there, right? So these tickets, are going to be hot.
We almost sold out last time, so yeah.
Get your tickets early. Steve, Connecticut, go ahead.
Jim, you know what they also have in Africa that they've got a lot more of than here? Is sunshine. If you're living in England in places where there's very little sunshine, that affects your body's ability to make the necessary chemicals to have a balanced mood.
Yeah, but in America, you got plenty of sunshine.
Yeah, he lives in L.A. now.
I live in L.A.
I think there's sunshine there.
There's some sunshine over there.
I don't draw the curtains. I live like a vampire. My room stinks.
Really?
Yeah, fucking stinks.
The other thing I wanted to offer you is, if you've been drinking and, taking a variety of drugs for a long time, the thermostat, if you will, in your brain that delivers the chemicals hasn't had a chance to operate without those influences. Give it 6 months without anything, your mood may correct itself. Or, at the very least, you'll be able to take advantage of some of the newer antidepressant pills, which are really changing people's lives out there.
Huh.
That's some very funny stuff. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, listen to this guy just hawking his fucking wares.
Let me go with some
Chuli's gum salesman.
Let me go with some reality here. When do you think you're going to start drinking again?
I think I'll dip my toe back in the water in maybe 6 to 8 months. Just to see.
Oh,
Steve,
wow.
Dr. Steve, that bothers you?
yeah. Well, look, I'm not some namby-pamby, just say no guy. But once you've had some,
You know who's a namby-pamby? Anyone who uses the term namby-pamby.
then you are one, right?
Absolutely.
If you've had some liver damage already, you're prone to get liver damage again, and it can become a serious thing. I would really advise against drinking, Jim, and
I like that one,
especially with the Giraldo thing, man.
No,
Is that a wake-up call for you comedians, Jim?
I didn't know Greg. I thought he was an amazing comic, and it did. Yesterday, I was shook
He
up
openly
by it.
admitted his partying ways.
Yeah, I was
many times in the show and elsewhere.
There's plenty of other comics, the Jim Belushis and the Chris Farleys and even what's his name, Artie Lang, who's had his difficulties and all that. And of course. And the thing is, great comics as well. I always find that the ones with the habits and the self-destruction are always seem to be the better comics. Because we have to fight through not lack of ambition, but lack of getting shit done. You know what I mean? Like, you got those, like, we're not the guys on the computer all day going, come and see me at this, and I'm at Governor's, and I'm doing that, and then constantly doing little clips on the internet trying to promote ourselves.
Yeah.
We're waking up with a fucking hooker with a cigarette put out in her eye. You know what I mean? And thinking, and
and then you got to work through that on stage.
Every couple of days I get a phone call from my manager. I'm not sure if it's good or bad news. I'm just like, did they like me? They did like me. Of course they did. I had a good weekend.
The ones who had a substance abuse problem and then kick it, though, get to live to enjoy their career, like Jim Norton, Ron Bennington, and people like that, you know. So there are good examples.
No, I do. I would like to do that. I really want to get into movies, and I don't think there's a possibility of me doing it if I don't do anything. So I'm off the booze.
Well, Brian in Virginia has something really good for you, Jim Jefferies.
You guys are very... I like how unencouraging you go. Greg Giraldo has just died of substance abuse, and you're there going, you can't do it.
With the holidays coming up, no way. You're not lasting 6 to 8 months. Brian, go ahead. Virginia.
Morning, guys.
Hey.
Jim, you just need to man up and just get on the transplant list and keep drinking.
Yeah, why don't you get on the transplant list now? That's not a bad idea.
That would be a good thing to get on the list
a good year
now.
wait anyway.
I got to get my green card first. I don't think they let those immigrants straight on the list.
We have.
I'm not allowed to get unemployment benefits. How often do you think they're going to give me a liver?
It's going to be a while.
We have Dr. Steve on the phone. Dr. Steve.
Yes.
I got some advice for Jim Jefferies with the seepage. He's got the liver is very visceral, and if you've got the seepage, then the liver, the membrane of the liver. You don't want to drink the seepage.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Dr. Steve.
Then you got to do the foul. Yeah. He's no Jim Norton,
and you got to speed up your words all of a sudden. And then slow him down again.
God damn. That will make me fucking laugh every time Jimmy would do that.
Well, start talking like he's dead now. The way that you just say every time.
Well, he's
Jimmy
taking a major. He's taking
Jimmy.
a major chance just to get on a stage in North Carolina. Did you see the map? It is a green fucking blob that stretches from New York all the way through North Carolina.
Dude, I'm not even. I was looking at the New York map, and that's one thing. The Raleigh map is worse.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is spinning down there.
So what
by Raleigh.
is it like a small hurricane?
Yeah, it's like a hurricane that kind of busted apart. It's tropical storm kind of shit.
Not a Katrina.
No, but it's windy and he's taking a prop plane, so he's freaking out.
Well, not anymore. He switched flights. That's
Did
why
he get a jet?
That's why he fled the building.
I would love to die in a plane.
Really? Would that be good?
Why would you love?
That's the way.
That's rock and roll.
That's the way you become iconic.
That is true.
That's the way to do it, man. Because especially where my career is right now. Because if I die in a plane now, people will always be talking about what I could have been. I want to do it before I've outlived, because I'll never reach my potential. I got heaps of potential. I'll never reach it, right? But people will always talk about I could have been something.
They'll listen to all your older stuff and just be like, listen to the genius that this guy was.
He was just getting started.
Yeah,
This is the thing. I always think that when I get on planes, I go, this would be a good one to die on, right? And then because I'm depressed, I'm hungover from the day before, thinking, plane death, right? I get on a plane once, and I never met him before. I've never gigged with him since or before. And I sit next to Bob Saget.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, man. Now they're only going to talk about this cunt.
They'll just talk about Bob Saget.
They'll never talk about me.
No,
I'm the big bopper of that flight, aren't I?
Yep, you are the big bopper of that flight. And he was fucking Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
I was on a flight with him once, too, and thought the same thing. Like, fucking Bob Saget, fucking up everybody's chance.
This plane better not go down.
Famous.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, we got Dr. Steve on the line. Dr. Steve.
Of press in Britain, maybe.
Can I tell you 2 breakfast burritos and large coffee? Sorry, guys. The other thing about the liver is the epidural sac that you want to take care of, and maybe a cup of wine once in a while. You really need to watch the seepage, though. It's really critical.
I love how he's picking up on the fact that you eat like shit, Doc. Fucking, I'm calling him about advice on how to keep my heart healthy, and he's ordering. What were you ordering? I was trying to tell these guys the other day. A number 3 or something?
No, it was a number 2 from Chick-fil-A.
That's one. And what do you get with the number 2?
I don't know, some fucking cheese and...
I was in Taco Bell the other day, and the meal came. I ordered everything I wanted, and the girl's like, that'll be $2.80.
I know, isn't that amazing?
I would rather it be $5 I don't want to know that they've put in, because that means they've got to put in $1 worth of ingredients into that meal.
Yeah.
That means that's really shitty stuff. I would rather it be triple the price and be slightly better grade. I don't want the bargain. It's one of the rudest drunken things I've ever said to a young comic like this, right? I finished a gig, and then afterwards I wanted to go to get something to eat. And there was like a buffet over there, and I fucking hate buffet meals because I'm a pig, and if I see something like that, I'll go, shrimp and chocolate cake, and I'll put everything on the same plate. You know,
don't even care.
It never looks right. I like a meal that's presented to me that looks nice. Like this,
it's supposed to all go together, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to all go together. I hate
like
buffet
meat,
food.
potatoes, maybe a little vegetable.
Yeah,
not chocolate cake and shrimp cocktails.
And I went, let's go to this other restaurant next door. And he goes, nah, this one's all you can eat. And I said, when you're a headliner, mate, everywhere's all you can eat. That's got to be one of the cuntiest things you can say to a young comic.
Pretty cunty.
That's hilarious. Hey, we got Chris in California. Chris, hanging with Jim Jefferies today.
Hey, Jim, this is Chris.
G'day, Chris.
Open A. I'm 48 days sober now, and I never fucking thought I'd ever be like this, but I just give you something to think about. Have you ever woke up and actually felt good the next day besides being high?
Yeah, I've had a few days lately where I have woken up because I haven't been drinking, where I've felt pretty good. But also, sometimes I have sex with good-looking women, and they're good mornings as well. You ever woken up next to a good-looking woman?
Oh, yeah, my wife, but that's a thing for the
your wife.
Good answer.
Yeah, that must be an exciting wake up. She's here again.
Good answer. My wife.
Hey, no, she ain't here no more. That's what I'm fucking getting.
Oh, okay. There you go. That is a great way to get rid of a hangover too. If you wake up
get married?
Morning. No, yeah, right. You get more pain in the marriage than the fucking hangover. Is the sex in the morning when you have a hangover? Dr. Steve, are you still there?
I am so horny.
Why does that feel so good?
Very, very
That's
horny.
the best sex you can have.
Very horny hungover, and it really does take away the hangover.
Fuck, I don't think we ever talked about this before. You're absolutely right.
The wank I have in the morning when I'm hungover, I'm never. That's the only thing that's still living inside me is horny. That's the only thing that's still like got a little ember that's keeping me going.
The spark, a little spark
and
there.
And I find it hard to come in the morning when I'm hungover as well. Like I do that wank that sort of looks like, like your sheets are like there's your body laid out. Like what's that cloth that had Jesus on it? The Shroud of Turin. Like where you have that.
It's all the fucking dump sweats.
I want to hear though from Dr. Steve. Dr. Steve, what is the science behind the fact that that the sex does kind of take away the hangover?
It certainly does. When you have an orgasm, there are two chemicals or two classes of one class of chemicals and another chemical that are released, and the most important one is this stuff called oxytocin.
Cum.
Okay, 3. So you've got this chemical called oxytocin, which is a chemical that's released when women breastfeed, and also it stimulates uterine contractions in childbirth, and it causes a feeling of trust and overall well-being and bonding, and so that's one of the chemicals. The other one is endorphins, which are basically opioids or narcotic-like agents that are released by the central nervous system, and stimulate the pain and pleasure centers of the brain, and just make you feel better. So there's absolutely validity behind that.
Now, why the fuck isn't there a way, if we have these abilities and these chemicals in our body, how come you got to do these certain fucking puzzle things like have sex or have like need an adrenaline burst, some kind of fright? Or something to release these chemicals. Why can't you just release the fucking things? Wouldn't that be great? It's like, I need some endorphins. And then you just can release it and feel better.
Absolutely.
Have you ever had a wank while you're driving?
We talked about that, too. But,
yeah. You never done it?
No, I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not.
Of course.
I've had it, yeah.
Of course.
Keep me awake.
Especially if you got a really long, boring drive.
It's funny because sometimes
Anna's never done it.
I have a wank in bed to make myself go to sleep. I have a wank while driving to keep me up.
Yes.
And
Really?
Yeah.
While we're at it.
And so I can't do it without porn anymore. So I used to keep a porn mag in the glove box
Holy
and put it
dangerous.
under the
that's
seat next to
crazy.
me.
You're worse than
I was driving. I was driving
You
a
just,
lot
gotta
of
have you just gotta have a good fucking visual fucking memory.
I
there,
always
Jim.
knock one out on long flights as well to break the trip up.
How do you do that?
Under the blanket.
Under the blanket?
I go to the toilet.
there
I
you
take
go.
my phone. I got a few pictures on my phone.
Yeah.
I can't do it just straight without any.
Well, what if it's a red eye? You can do it right in your seat while everyone else is sleeping.
No, but
what are you gonna do? Clean
Right
up?
in your seat.
How do you clean up?
That was a bit too. You can put it right in your seat.
Right under the blue blanket.
No, because I don't that isn't a thrill for me that I could get caught. I've never been that guy.
Everyone's sleeping.
You just want to get one out.
But sometimes I do just leave it everywhere in the little toilet just so the next person.
yeah.
No, I don't do that.
Hey, while we're at it, because you brought it up, because people getting sick of me bringing this up, but do you shit outside? Have you shit outside? You've done the fucking jerk on the road.
No, I don't. I don't shit outside. No.
Now I gotta think I'm a creep.
No, I never shit outside.
I'm a creep.
I don't like when women piss either. If I see a woman piss, then I'm off her for life.
Really?
There's something so unladylike about a woman's piss. Like a man's piss is what a woman should have. That gentle, thin, pointed stream.
Oh, they got like.
We have the effeminate piss.
Yeah, they got
where
that
they
waterfall.
have just that. And it's like, whenever like a woman goes to the toilet and she's always like whinging about some man like pissing on the seat, it's just like, oh, he left some urine on the floor. You tried doing standing love with the fucking stream you got going.
That's great.
See, the bathroom looked like a yellow Jackson Pollock painting.
There is something odd about watching a chick like in the woods or next to a dumpster in a parking lot, and she's got to pull her panties and skirt or something around her ankles, and she's got to pull them away
forward.
really far forward, or else they're just going to get soaked.
It's like a horse doing it. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing when women do it.
It's a little rough to look at.
There you go.
A little rough.
Oh, fucking
All right.
Danny's the king. He picked up a bunch of fucking.
By the way,
Oh yeah, good on you.
By the way, they say the meat in some of these fast food joints, I don't want to mention one in particular, is like cow tongue and all that. That's why it's so fucking cheap.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
well, it's
They're
still
grinding down. They're grinding down the
Yeah, but I eat fucking haggis, man.
the leftovers of the cow.
apparently
It's fucked up.
there's this processed stuff called pink slime that they add to the beef in some of these places.
What the fuck is that?
Ooh,
Pink
so
slime.
much pink
Some
slime.
kind of filler and
Sweet pink slime.
Shit.
All right.
How
well,
come all the girls pissing in these pictures are hot as fuck?
you want to see a fat pig doing that?
No, but I
No.
mean, you would think there'd be a fat pig chick taking a piss. I'm not even talking about the porn
I
sites.
once shagged a bird who was like a proper squirter.
Yeah, really?
And just like floods in the room.
Wow.
And the first two times you're like, whoo-hoo-hoo. And then the third and fourth, you're like, I fucking sleep here. Like this was flipping the mattress at the end of sex. It was like having to lay down towels upon, like proper, like she was shooting out like half a pint at a time.
Really?
Where you just like, and she was doing like 8 times, and you just
Wow.
like, and it was just water everywhere.
So you start yelling, "You're ruining my shit! Stop
Yeah,
it
yeah,
already!"
and you just-
It was fun the first time.
Yeah, there we go.
that's
Good.
perfect
She
fun.
looks like she might be English. That girl.
We're just looking at pictures now of girls pissing in the street.
She's doing that. What are you looking at?
Yeah.
I'm just fucking pissing, aren't I?
Trying to take a piss here.
Well, let's let Dr. Steve order his fast food
Yes,
breakfast.
Dr. Steve, thank you again. Very informative, as usual.
Yeah, what is the doctor eating this morning?
Actually, I'm fasting this morning, so.
Why are you fasting this morning?
Well, just because I was trying to get to work on time.
Oh, great. So you'll be thinking clearly as you're shaking
Yeah.
from not having any food.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like a doctor.
As your blood
who-
sugar level drops, someone needs real advice and you can't give it to them.
Yeah, there's going to be some girl suffering from anorexia, and you're going to go, "That's me as well. I'm also fasting."
I'm thinking of going vegan. It's just so many things about our meat supply is starting to skeeve me out.
Don't be a
great vegan. That's it.
Yeah,
That'll make
don't
it
be
easy.
a fruit.
That'll make it easy to go out to dinner.
Yeah, do that after you leave New York.
Yeah,
I'm counting on. bringing you out to a nice dinner for everything you did.
I couldn't
for us.
date
I'm not
a-
going to a vegan restaurant with Dr. Steve.
Could you go out with a vegan, have a girlfriend who's a vegan?
It's a pain in the ass. No, I went out with a vegetarian.
I went out with a vegetarian for a while, and that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And also, don't you when you're in restaurants with a vegetarian and they suggest like a restaurant, you go, gotta go to this restaurant, it's wonderful. It's like, your opinion doesn't count.
Yeah, yours doesn't count.
You're a fucking moron. And they're always going in there going, oh, they have a lovely pea and something soup. And you're like, fuck off,
that's
you
great.
fucking moron.
And then my chick would always be like, she'd get pissed because I'd pick a restaurant and go like, I want to go here because I want a steak or something good. And so the first thing I do, though, I wouldn't even look at what I want to get. I'd have to start looking and going, oh, shit, I hope she could fucking eat here. So you start looking, and then I go like, oh, look, they have this. You know, they
have one
and she's
dish.
like, I don't need you to tell me what I could eat. I could find this. You're like, all right, fuck, forget it.
Yeah.
It is a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the fucking ass. And then
I've
once
worked
they
with the idea, but I always go back to the.
then once they go vegan, cheese is out.
Oh, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
other shit. So it's, what do you want? Here, have the bread.
You can't have
no
eggs, you
butter,
can't have
milk,
things.
cheese. Yeah, shit like that. So it's
Just
like
eating vegetables.
and then all meat, nothing, no fish, no fucking. What do you eat? What the
And,
fuck
you
are
know,
you eating?
I hate
Tofu?
when they fucking they have their like their soya bacon.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
it's like you've made your fucking choice.
Yeah, yeah.
Tofurkey.
Yeah, don't fucking
we got
person-
tofurkey and tofaken,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we got some knot dogs,
Yeah.
and we have.
I think it's why Linda McCartney got breast cancer.
Yeah, not eating enough meat.
Not eating enough meat.
Enough red meat. Hey, guys, I got to break in for a second. We got Jim Norton. We want to get his progress. He fled. He ran out of this building, basically, to get on a... to get an earlier flight. Jimmy.
There's really not much to tell. We just left the Lincoln Tunnel. We're en route, and the rain has kind of slowed down, so hopefully we can get a little window.
Well, I wanted to call you because people are telling me that trees are falling down in North Carolina from all the rain.
All right, well, I'm sure it's going to be a horrific trip in, but...
Raleigh looks worse than New York does on the maps.
Yeah, I'm sure it does for every reason possible. Real estate, fucking income.
Average income.
Hey, I also got you on the line because Jim Jefferies announced that he stopped drinking.
Oh, good, Jim. That's great to hear. How long?
1 month and 2 days.
And it was because of a doctor's advice about I don't know, maybe,
But also I want-
maybe an enlarged
But
liver and some other things happening.
You're acting like I was told by a doctor. I was planning on doing it after anyway. Yeah. You have no faith in me, do you?
Well, you said you're going to dip your toes back in eventually.
I would like...
And that's why I want Jim Norton to say that, to be on the line here.
I would like to be an adult in my life and be able to do
He's gonna dip his toe back in eventually, Jim Norton.
Be able to just drink socially.
If the liver is going to swell, there's going to be a fluid buildup, and there's going to be seepage in the pancreas. I'm happy to hear it, Jim. I'm very happy to hear that you stopped, even if it's just for a while. I'm very pleased to hear that.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
see, that's someone being encouraging.
If you guys get any updates, please let us know. All right, Jim.
Oh, we're in traffic. Believe me, I have so many great updates. I'll call you when we're going through Easy Pass. There'll be more big laughs.
All right. Norton on his way to Raleigh, North Carolina. We got Dr. Steve. We'll let you go, Dr. Steve.
Yeah, Dr.
Okay,
Steve,
boys.
thank you,
Weird
man.
Medicine this weekend, and then again on a live show October 16th.
That's right.
Very good.
Thank you for the advice, Dr. Steve. One more
Okay,
thing.
buddy. Hey.
Is lumpy cum normal?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, rock on. Enjoy your breakfast.
All right, there you go.
Enjoy your breakfast.
And Jim Jefferies, of course, playing Caroline's tonight. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, 1 show Sunday. 212-757-4100. Jason Ellis joins the program next.
Oh, bloody hell. Fucking 2 Australians in here.
That's
Fucking
right.
hell.
I think you guys will end up getting along.
Maybe we'll. I'm a self-hating Australian.
Yeah, it was it's been a little rough between you two.
It was only one incident. It'll be fine. He's probably listening right now. I'm a big fan of him and all of his skateboarding adventures.
I was watching a show called I Survived, and there was this Australian woman, and there was this apparently just a huge fire that was sweeping over their entire little village or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And she was trying to get away, and her describing it made me I wanted to throw something through my TV.
Oh, we couldn't go any further. The flames were just getting so high.
And it was like, so the fire was getting very hot, and we got in our car,
No, you're going up at the end. I don't do that anymore.
It was all up at the end. Everything up at the end. And I was like, stop doing that.
We got to find this clip now.
As we drove away, I was thinking to myself,
I
was thinking, fire's not good.
I couldn't find me father. And I got me daughter. We went in the car trying to go to the park. Stop doing that.
Sometimes when I'm at the airport and I see like a group of Australians, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you're embarrassing me. And they're going, we're going to Disney. You ever been to Disney? And I'm like, I fucking live here, you fucking cunts. Fuck off. I'm horrible. I'm applying for a green card, man. I'm going to become American. I'm going to do the full thing.
That's it.
Then I'll be like you guys. I'm going to drive a big fucking truck.
Yeah, big SUV.
And I'm just going to fucking kill the world and the environment. I don't give a fuck.
That's our job.
Be American.
That's America's job is to fuck this place up.
Yeah.
Just fuck the world up. It's the next generation's problem. I was talking about that to somebody. I was like, you know something? Everybody says, oh, we got to save the world and make the world good for our children and this, that. Fuck that. Everybody, every other generation's been in charge of having to fix the last generation's shit.
Do
you know there used to be fucking smokestacks just billowing coal out all
I hate
over?
how they blame our generation.
Yeah.
They're always like, it's like, did we invent CFCs?
No.
Did we invent the fucking motor car? We were the people
No.
And it's also like our parents had, my dad was always like, why haven't you bought yourself a house yet? And I go, because I'm not a citizen, I'm a self-employed guy, and even though I make good money and all that, it's very hard for me to get a loan because A, B, and C. I'm watching this documentary, America, the History of Us. I watched it all in a day. I went from the fucking Mayflower right through to the invention of the Mac computer, and then I had to go to my gig. So I still don't know what happened on 9/11. but I got up to there, and they had this thing where they go, and the average house in America, by today's money, the average house in America was $30,000. By today's money.
Wow.
Right? So that meant cunts like our parents were like, I could buy a house in cash right now.
Easy.
The average price is 10 times that amount.
Yep.
It's obviously harder for us because the world's more populated and therefore it's, so the next generation's even more fucked. And we're not even going to have a pension because there's not going to be the workforce to take care of us.
Yeah.
Because this whole idea of the population getting too big, it's got nothing to do with people say, I have the one-child policy like China. That doesn't work. You've got to kill old people. Because if you've only got one child each time, there's not enough people paying taxes, therefore we can't take care of the old people, therefore we're fucked.
It's a pyramid scheme that's going to, the bottom is going to fall
out. When you
out.
get to 65, we've got to put you on a raft and just wave at you. And just as you float away, just go, fuck off, you old cunt. I'm taking your house. And we keep doing that in circulation, the world's fine.
They've come up with so many new drugs and new ways to just keep people
every
alive.
time I hear of a new vaccine, I swear. Like, just bring back polio.
Just let it sweep across the world.
Whatever happened to scarlet fever?
Some of this shit's coming back.
I want to see a cunt in an iron lung. I haven't seen someone in an iron lung for fucking years.
Here in the lung, bring it back.
Bring it back.
Oh, God damn, with the stupid mirror that they used to have to look at people through.
See,
that bus driver fucking, the kids fucking up mirror. This iron lung guy had to look at.
What did the iron lung do? I don't even know what the disease was. Was it just a bit of asthma?
It was like a polio thing, and your diaphragm wouldn't work.
He's laughing at the pictures.
Your diaphragm wouldn't work to expand and contract your lungs, and you couldn't breathe. So that would do it mechanically.
It looks like a hell of an invention.
It really, whoever came up with that, and it was some guy working at an oil tanker factory. That's just I just used some parts that were laying around.
See, that to me looks like something in the future. Looks something that was way in the past. Looks like something that's way in the future.
Look forward to.
See, it's like movies. Movies have never really encapsulated what Back to the Future 2. With the hoverboards and all that. It's only 5 years away.
I know, yeah.
They're never going to work out. Never going to work out. But the iron lung.
All right. Well,
the
bring that back.
That one. Bring the iron lung back.
All right, we'll continue with this after the break. Jim Jefferies has a lot of fine thoughts. Jason Ellis joins us in just a bit. And Travis, you got some Greg Giraldo going into break? No, you don't? All right, I got some, man.
Hell knows. Well, fuck you, Travis.
Hold on.
Well, I was going to play something else, but I could play Giraldo too.
You got some? Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
I'll go shit in your hat.
A little more Giraldo for everybody.
It's always something new to worry about. Every day there's a new one. Bird flu, the monkeypox, the mad cow, the turtle cooties. Stay out. Don't go outside. There's no ozone layer. If you go outside, you'll be fried to a crisp. Don't go inside. There's mold. You can't stay inside either. Watch out for ticks. There's ticks on the deer. The Lyme disease. It'll fucking kill you. And just get away from... Just, you know what? It's literally to where like you just got to wrap yourself in cellophane and bury yourself in a hole in the yard and just hope for the best. Mad cow, bird flu, the bird flu. The monkeypox. A while back, there was an outbreak of the monkeypox in the Midwest. Monkeypox. When I heard you can get a disease... Oh, by the way, there was an outbreak of the monkeypox. It was people were playing with their prairie dogs and getting the monkeypox. When I first heard you can get a disease from playing with your prairie dog, I thought, well, shit, that's a weird euphemism. You know, I thought playing with my prairie dog was the best way to avoid diseases. But... people in the Midwest were getting the monkeypox from playing with their prairie dogs. And by the way, the Center for Disease Control swooped in and stopped the whole thing. Within no time, they figured the whole thing out. They're like, well, this prairie dog had shared a cage with an African rat from Namibia, and you could see from the bill of lading that it came from a part of Namibia where the monkeypox is rampant. So they came in, they quarantined everybody that ever came into contact with these things. Within like 2 or 3 weeks, they stopped what could have been a serious epidemic. Well, where's Osama bin Laden? Where the hell is he? We can't find him. We can't find him, but we can find a gopher with the sniffles in a terrarium in Madison, Wisconsin. Do you even remember bin Laden? Wasn't he important? Weren't we supposed to be looking for Osama bin Laden? He's public enemy number 1. We got to get bin Laden. And then the new season American Idol comes on. We're like, oh, fuck it. I don't even want to think about it. We're supposed to democratize the entire Middle East, rebuild whole countries from scratch. We can't find one dude. We can't find one 8-foot-tall terrorist with kidney failure. He's tethered to a goddamn dialysis machine, for Christ's sake. He somehow drags that around from recording session to recording session. That's got to leave some sort of trail in the sand, wouldn't you think? That we could... I mean, it's not like he's keeping a low profile. He's got a... Dude, every time you think he's gone forever, he cranks out another shitty recording. He's like Madonna, for Christ's sake. The fucker doesn't seem to want to go away. Mad cow, the monkeypox, the bird flu. The bird flu. Even that story. Watch out for the bird flu. It's coming. It's going to kill 100 trillion people. It's going to kill everyone. It's going to be a huge worldwide epidemic. It's a pandemic. That's like epidemic, but worse. There's a P at the front. It's a pandemic. It's going to kill everyone, even the pandas. Even adorable little pandas are going to get it. Everyone's going to die from this pandemic of bird flu. Everyone will be dead. Back to Jim with sports. They don't even... It's this giant story, and then it just goes away. The bird flu spread to Romania now. It's in Romania. But it hasn't affected any Romanian people, because apparently the virus can't penetrate shitty cologne and polyester sweatsuits. But it could mutate. That's the fear. The bird flu. You know how they know these viruses spread? They find a dead bird somewhere. They found a dead bird in Romania. They figure out the virus is there. Who's finding these dead birds all over the world? When I was a kid, we used to find dead birds all the time. We didn't take them in for autopsies. We picked them up and we threw them at the gay kid. That's what we did. That's what we did as kids. Kids are cruel. We didn't even know what gay was yet. We just knew he ran like a girl when you threw dead shit at him, so we did it over and over again. You know? We tortured these little fuckers for choosing a decadent lifestyle. That's what people think these guys are choosing. You think this 6-year-old kid was choosing to run like a girl? He was choosing to have birds smushed in his face because he knew that one day he'd get to wear assless chaps on a papier-mâché penis float on the gay pride. I mean, you know, pretty much.
You're listening to Opie and Anthony. Virus. SiriusXM.
No, I ain't seen my baby since the night before last. Gotta get a drink, man, I'm gonna get gas.
Oh, good one.
Gonna get high, man, I ain't had enough. Need me a triple shot of that
This is for you, Jim.
Gonna get drunk, won't you listen right here. I want one bourbon, one shot, one beer, one bourbon, one scotch.
One beer. We're hanging with Jim Jefferies today. Opie and Anthony. We got Jason Ellis. He's going to be in studio in just a minute or two here. I don't know. Jason Ellis and Jim Jefferies went at it. on the phone or something, right?
Oh,
First time you're gonna meet him live.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're
too
both from the
nervous.
same place originally, right?
Probably yes.
So yeah,
I'm sure.
I think in the end you guys will be
we're gonna
just
be good
fine.
Well, see, because he's a funny guy. I'm an excellent skateboarder. Not many people know that about me.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know it either, but I just think that I could do it.
Yeah,
I don't come off as the type.
Yeah.
If I said I was good at any sport, would you go, really? That seems about, yeah.
No.
Let me think of what sport, maybe. Like bowling.
Yeah, I look like a guy who
You
could
look like a
bowl.
bowler.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you good at bowling?
No, I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I just like
you
it
think
'cause you could drink a beer.
because of the shaky hands, you think a big heavy ball, that would be a go-to sport for me?
Yeah. Yeah, all you got to do is heave it down the fucking lane, drink some beer,
Yeah.
hang out.
10-pin bowling is the weird thing that I think that's the only sport in the world that every single country has gone, nah, we like that. Every other sport, there's like, every other country has its own little separate things, but
Yeah, yeah.
everyone universely has gone, and we all like it the same amount. Everyone's like, yeah, we like 10-pin bowling a bit.
Not candlestick bowling. though.
Yeah, it's not like, it doesn't run away with a country where it's like, oh, wow, that's the national sport of this country or whatever. But everyone likes going. It's fun.
So we should have the World Cup in bowling. Fuck that soccer thing. The whole world could get involved with a bowling tournament.
I took my nephew and my niece bowling the other day, and kids now are shit at it because, because of the bumper bowling.
bumper bowling.
Putting the bumper bowling. When I was a kid, you just got gutter ball after gutter ball, and you fucking manned up about the whole thing.
You had to figure out how to not fucking get it in the gutter.
And you went back with a score of 27.
Yeah.
And you were like, all right, that was better than last week was 18. I'm getting better. Then you'd fluke one thing. So my nephew now has reached 11 and my niece is 9. And so I said, when I was out in Australia, I said, okay, she can still have the gutters, but you're too fucking old. You can't have them. And then he realised he used to get these top scores, and then he figured out he was shit at it. Right?
Yeah.
And so he starts crying because his sister's beating him in a game. And I go, you're 11, you stop fucking crying. So that was his outing with his uncle. Just learning that he's shit at sport and being told to man up.
They used to drag those literal bumpers. They had like the big fucking mat
tubes.
things, the tubes that they put in the gutter. And now it's just these electronic fucking
that come up to their
things come
turn.
up. And yeah, sometimes they come up for, you could program it in so it comes up for little Jimmy or something like that.
You should only be allowed to have the bumpers if you're under 5 or you're Down syndrome. Or
in a wheelchair, maybe?
A quad.
Or
If you're a
Scotty.
quad.
A quad, all right.
If you're a quad with a ramp and a pointing hat. Like to push the ball off the ramp.
I'm not into that fucking little wheelchair person, little aiming device, and they put the bowling ball on top of it and roll it down.
You're not into that? You're not into that?
It's not bowling.
Yeah, but
like, let me use that fucking thing. I'll be able to put it in one spot, know exactly where it is for a strike every fucking time.
Yeah, but you're not a retard.
Some people would argue that point.
I think Down syndrome people, because they got the superhuman strength. See, I used to. No, they do. They're superhuman. See, this is the whole thing about Down syndrome people, right? Everyone thinks that they have a bad life, but in my experience with working with disabled people, Down syndrome people, happiest people on earth.
Yeah.
But always hugging and happy, amazing sexual energy to them as well. But it's because the guys have big cocks and they're really strong, and quintessentially that's all you want in life.
To be strong and have a big
cock. That would make you happy.
Yeah. So that's why they're happy.
Yeah. I got a big cock and I can lift heavy things. Opie, why have you gone quiet? Are you?
Oh no,
you're not going to tell me that your brother's Down syndrome or something like that.
So Sam was giving me
Jefferies'
something I
logic
had to check out for a second.
Is impeccable.
Impeccable.
Your logic is impeccable.
This logic has to be in a book.
It's fantastic.
It's very good.
Well, they're measured arguments.
Well, why don't we move on? Because Jason Ellis is hanging outside the
Yes.
studio. Sam has got a little update because there's problems outside the studio already.
Yeah, during the break, I was in the producer studio discussing show strategies with Troy and Travis.
Oh, wow.
Sure you were.
At which point Liam, our talent booker, who was with our guest, who you would think would be treated respectfully before he came on the show, let me know that blind intern Stevie had somehow.
Speaking of Down syndrome,
yes. People are confused. They're seeing the latest video. He does not have Down syndrome.
No, I thought he might have.
You think he might have a little of the Downs,
See, this
right?
is the whole thing. He's got the look, he's got the physique, but he doesn't have the charm or happiness.
Probably the big cock of the super.
And you nailed what he looks like, by the way, Jim Jefferies.
He looks like the little boy out of the Far Side calendar.
Yes, he does. So what is Stevie doing?
Well, I left him in the office, and he, for some reason, on his own accord, for once, I didn't even instigate this. On his own accord, he waddled up the hallway and started fighting with Jason Ellis.
About what? Like, what's his beef?
Bring him in.
He fought with him yesterday. He's making fun of his accent. He called him a princess.
Why didn't he make fun of my accent? Why?
He said after you left the room, you said you were a self-hating Australian earlier.
Yeah.
After you left the room, Stevie goes, "Now that's a good Australian."
Fuck this little Down syndrome.
Now you're mad at him too. Get him in here.
Yeah.
Fucking.
You want to bring Jason in too, or you want to talk to Stevie first?
Bring in the Far Side.
Bring in Stevie for a sec. He has the worst eyes without not being blind.
Yeah.
This is it.
So, okay.
Stevie, what's going on with you?
I don't know what's going on with you guys.
Oh, stop it!
You know what you just did then was when my parents go, "Where have you been all night?" I don't know. Where have you been all night? Like you're in trouble.
What's your problem with
Jason Ellis?
Jason Ellis and Australians.
Why don't you like
the guy outside? Okay, here's what happened.
The guy outside.
Okay.
The trained killer, yes.
I was introduced to him yesterday, and I was trying to have a casual conversation with him because I didn't really know the guy at all. So I figured...
Mistake number one, by the way, you're a fucking intern. You're not supposed to be having casual conversations with the guests.
Sam introduced me. Sam kind of forced my hand a little bit. He's like, "Here, why don't you, meet
all right,
Jason?"
just blame Sam. By the way, passing the buck. Good strategy.
This is the same thing that happened with the morning mashup. For some reason, he's the one intern. When I introduce him to people that might help him somehow, like other interns would be like, "Oh, cool, you introduced me."
Yeah.
He's saying, "Yes, Sam forced me to meet this guy."
No, I didn't say
You never know if he's looking for like a half a retard or something. You're perfect for the job.
Look at your fucking. Oh, look at your Larry Sanders lips. You are fucking.
He's Larry Sanders.
Doesn't he have Larry Sanders lips?
You do have Larry Sanders lips. Yeah.
I can't help how.
And Ricky Lake's body.
He looks like Bobby too from
Yeah, Bobby from fucking
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
You got a little Bobby.
Now, hey there, Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby?
Bobby? Yeah.
So what's wrong with Jason Ellis?
So I started having a conversation with him. I'm not blaming Sam at all, by the way. I mean, I'm just saying, I had a conversation with this guy,
Right.
and somehow it ended up him hating me, and we ended up having this back and forth where...
This must have been like when you met your dad.
Oh, don't bring up his dad. Stevie, he didn't even know, Stevie.
I know, it's all right. It's all
Dad
right.
hates him.
He scares very easily, and we finally learned why, because he got beat up a lot as a kid
Oh, you're
by
like
his own father.
You're
might have
like when
belted
you
him.
get a rescue pet and you can't pat it.
Yeah, he's kind of like that.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay,
Who
yeah.
hasn't been smacked by their father? Man up,
Well,
you
I'll
pussy.
tell you
No,
what.
I'm not.
I tell you what, my mother, this is how sadistic this bitch was,
Gunta.
right? Yeah, she used to make me think when I did something wrong that I'd gotten away with it, right? And then would be punching you at 3 a.m, would wake you up to hits. 5 or 6 hours later, she'd put an ass kicking in her diary. So yeah, you didn't have it so bad. Come on.
Gary Shandling shit is annoying.
No,
me
I don't
now.
want sympathy for it. I just,
Now you fucking completely brushed over the whole thing. So we were talking, and then he hates me. What happened during the conversation? Something you had to have done something that pissed him off. And if he comes in here
Tony
and tells
Curtis
us,
is dead.
Yeah, we know about that one.
We were talking. I noticed he had an Australian accent. I asked him, you're all from Australia, and he's like has this attitude towards me. I don't even.
Well, then Stevie started making boomerang jokes.
Oh, okay. See, now why do you leave that shit out?
Why would you do that?
I'm not.
Go on.
Hack.
It was
Tell me the
friendly
boomerang.
joke.
Tell
It
me the
was-
boomerang joke.
I don't even remember. It was like, he's gonna throw a boomerang at me or something. I was like,
Oh, that's a good one.
I
No.
know it was a joke.
What you
No,
should
it
have done
wasn't.
is he should have said a boomerang joke, then you should have said good comeback because it's a boomerang.
That's a
That's a
professional.
boomerang joke.
Now you see a professional as opposed to you.
And you
That's
do
why
have Gary
he's-
Shandling's lips.
Yeah,
Now
they are.
that
Gary
now that I'm
Shandling's
seeing the
lips
pictures
are
online.
Oh, those Gary Shandling
Why
mouth.
don't we get Jason in here because we're not getting
Yeah,
a
we can
proper
never get the
story.
better. You know why?
No, keep
Scotty's
him in.
lies.
Oh yeah.
Scotty's
Stop
a little
pushing him
liar.
around. Stop pushing him around.
Jason Ellis,
Look at
everyone.
this animal. My
Bloody
God.
hell. I didn't know when we didn't go along on the radio.
Jason's on Faction, Sirius 28 XM 52,
Yes.
Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. And then, of course, we do the best of Jason Ellis here on our fine channel. So what happened with you and Stevie to start
Look
off?
at little fucking Stevie over
Stevie.
there.
Oh, this motherfucker over here?
Yeah.
I saw him yesterday, and somebody said that he was kind of like my guy. That they're a little bit fucked in the head or whatever, a little bit useless and shit.
Yeah.
And
Little.
so I said something to him about his shoes or something, but he spracked off back to me. And then this morning he talked about, he called me a princess when I wasn't in the corridor, so he wasn't even fucking with anymore. It was like sort of a backstab thing in another corridor. So I was like, well, if you want to play again, because he said you were all working for the same company, he's an intern, and why would I hit him? Because he's smart. He pretends, he uses his stupid face. I've already got him. He's got a stupid face, and he uses it as an excuse. He's actually kind of smart with his fucking dumb-looking head. He's like, duh, I don't know what you mean, motherfucker. Like, he's talking shit. He knows. So I want him to be in the game that I brought today.
I take total offense to that.
I don't want sex. I don't want Sex Bagel. Who's Sex Bagel?
Oh, no, that's E-Rock.
Who's Sex Bagel?
Why did you have to go with the Sex Bagel name?
I don't want to play a game with
Sex
Sex
Bagel.
Bagel.
It's E-Rock.
Your
Stevie,
lips look like a horse's asshole right after it takes a shit. Like, that's what you do. It just looks
He
like...
does look like a clenched fucking vagina.
You know what I like about that is that you've seen enough horses' assholes after shit.
I grew up,
man? What's
I
wrong
grew
with
up
you,
in Southern
Jefferies?
California, very
It looks like,
equestrian.
He's got burn victim lips.
You really do.
Stevie, why did you call Jason Ellis
They
a
do
princess?
look like they used to be stuck to something.
Yeah. Why'd you call him a princess?
It was. It was a casual. I was joking with one of the guys out there.
How is it casual to call someone a
fleeting thing.
princess?
All I said was, well, you know, what's with that? You know, the princess, because he was acting, you know, like a. You know, like, I guess he's supposed to act like because he's a big star or whatever, but I mean, like...
A big star.
what I mean?
Why was he acting like a princess? The last word that comes to my mind when I look at Jason Ellis is princess.
Yeah, no.
You don't
Or
even
big
make
star,
sense.
really.
Can you imagine?
Big star.
Can you imagine the ugly bitches he goes out with?
Oh,
He doesn't go out with
Jason
bitches.
probably is
he's
a
a virgin.
princess.
He's a virgin.
He's another virgin.
Are you a virgin?
And you also...
Yeah.
and
Why do you always intern virgins in this fucking place?
Because we can
Fucking-
get him to
that's
do
why
crazy
they're
things.
into
that's
fucking
true.
broadcasting.
They got low self-esteem.
Desperate for attention.
They're-
More
they're-
followers.
they're all
Just pay
geeks.
for it. Just fucking pay for
Yeah,
it.
they're all
He's got no
geeks
money. He's a
in-
fucking intern.
Yeah.
And his father, you know, left him a long time ago.
You're gonna charge extra with that fucking crushed up pussy face too. I'm telling you, hookers aren't gonna do a $50 job on you. No way, right?
No.
Jason, watch out.
if I was
Watch
a-
out, though. Stevie has a tough punch.
If I was a hooker,
We all found out the hard
that
way.
would be my
He punched-
stomping ground.
Yeah.
You're right. These
What's
guys.
that? The hooker place?
Yeah, because he wouldn't know what he wouldn't fucking slap you around or anything. He just put it in.
body's
so
come,
grateful.
And then
He's
he'd
probably
cry
not
in
that
the
big
corner.
either, so he wouldn't hurt him.
No,
You just
you
cry.
fucking do
You-
10
You
again
got a little
night.
dick there, Dick?
You probably got a little dick.
How little is your dick, Stevie?
Can we see your dick, Steve?
No.
Hey man, this makes you feel better. The average penis is 5 1/4. What do you got?
It is not.
I don't even know. I don't.
You don't know how big
You
your
don't know
penis
how
is?
big your
Every
penis is.
fucking
Everybody
idiot.
knows how big their dick is.
Everyone's measured their
Come
cock.
on.
It's like I don't know. It's like 8 or 9. I don't know.
No. When he said like, it looks like he's 8 or 9.
Dude,
He doesn't know if it's 8 or 9.
8 or 9.
I love that. Could be
Hold on.
9, could be 8.
Hold
Depends
on.
on the
You
day.
got a 9-inch cock. You know you
Hold
have
on.
a 9-inch
Hold on.
Yeah.
I got $100. This is our first bit.
Yeah.
An easy 100.
I'll
Now,
match it.
Anthony will match it. If you could fucking prove you got an 8 or 9 inch fucking penis, you get,
I'll
you
even-
get
you get
$200
$200
cash.
I'll even give you a
Right
side
now.
bet that it's under 5.5.
If it's, I'll give you if it's 8, if it's near 8 inches, you don't have to be in the dog collar.
7.
Are we still allowed to measure cock on our show?
Start jacking the
Thumbs
champ.
down to measuring cock on our show?
Intern cock.
What? No,
What's
wait,
wrong
wait a
with
minute.
measuring
Then
intern cock?
fire him.
Can he do it in the bathroom?
Well, come on.
He can do
What's
it
wrong with
himself
this
and then
place?
come
Measure
back.
your
Sex,
own-
can he
measure
get
your own
sex
dick.
bagel in the bathroom with him?
If the guy wants to fucking measure his cock, he should be allowed to measure his cock.
Seriously.
I didn't say I wanted to.
What? Do you want money?
You want to
Yeah.
make a couple $100 bucks?
Have you ever
So
taken a
$100.
photo of it
I'm
and
not
sent it
that
to a
desperate.
girl?
You're not that desperate.
$200, you could get laid with that.
Well,
Yep.
why else is the intern here?
With your
if we
9
can't
inch,
measure his fucking
with your
cock.
9-inch cock.
My intern
I
would
know
measure his
what
cock.
you do is go home, measure it, and then take a photo and then bring it back so we don't have to see it.
Well,
but you can cheat because you can get like
Hold
one of
on.
those little Coke bottles off
Is he
airplanes.
allowed to take a picture in the bathroom of his cock?
Or
and
a
then we can-
child's hand.
Yes, he is. Allegedly.
If he's lucky, a child's hand.
What about if he took it before he came here and it was in his phone? He just had to go retrieve it in the bathroom.
Take a picture of your dick in the bathroom.
Go on.
With your phone.
Yes, now, motherfucker.
With your phone.
Oh, does your phone take pictures? I remember you have like some old.
All right, I know what to do.
It's not that bad.
Have him, hold on. Have him grab the Red Bull can.
Yeah, beat
For
that for
perspective.
$200.
Put your
shitbag.
cock next to the Red Bull can.
How
Take
tall
a
is
picture.
how tall is a Red Bull can?
We'll measure that, but you got to.
It's not 8, I'll tell you that.
You got to bat it off to get it erect. The Red Bull can's about 5 inches, I think.
Look, we could work around the rules, man.
At least get it a little. At least get it plump, and we'll be able to figure out. Because if he's saying 9 inches, it's not even going to be fucking 6.
Sure.
Yeah,
if it's plump, it's better than the Red Bull can.
You don't have to compete with girth of the Red Bull can.
No.
Don't worry.
Leave that out of your
Just
mind.
with length. We're not even worried about
Just
your
get the
girth.
knob past the end of the can.
We do have a tape measure. Is he
Tape
allowed to
measure right
measure
there.
his own cock in the bathroom?
And we'll even,
Sooner the better would be great.
All right, he can measure his own cock in the bathroom.
Okay.
What? He can't even measure his own cock in the bathroom?
I'm getting word. Hang on.
Where do we measure, from the sack or from the top?
You can measure from his tailbone, and it still ain't going to be fucking 9 inches.
We can measure his cock.
We can.
All right, well, then
It can,
fucking
it
pull
can
it
happen.
out.
It can happen in. He doesn't have to go into the bathroom. It can happen here.
There you go. Face the fucking corner and start jacking it, asshole.
What
Go on.
happened here? You said 9 inches.
You got any porn or something? You got any porn? You got any...
Who's being the princess now? Fucking Stevie. Who's being the princess now?
Hey, you want me to fucking touch your nipples while you're jacking it, asshole?
We've all whipped out.
Come on, I'm the princess. Maybe you can do a little dance for you. You can see it on my skirt.
Here it is, liar.
Here's mine.
Fucko.
Here's
right
mine.
There. I got $100 for you.
And here's mine.
You did say
He'll never know. It's $1.
Can I borrow 100? I'll give it back to you tomorrow. I haven't got it on me.
You coming in?
Yeah, I'm here tomorrow.
I got $100 too, shitbag.
Hey, shitbag, it's up to $400.
Hey, wait a minute.
No, it's up to $400
Because
cash.
I know I'm not going to have to fucking pay him.
Yeah. I'm not really. It's not a huge claim for me. You got an 8-inch cock. You can have everything in my money clip.
Yeah, look at that. Because we know you're lying.
Now turn around, Stevie. We've all done.
We've all
done cockpits on the radio.
Think about it. If you really do beat this fucking Red Bull can, how many people are listening? You're going to get some MySpace. You're going to get a blowjob without paying for it. Chicks love big dicks.
And now we got porno in studio.
$400 and you can buy yourself a good hooker for $400.
There's some penthouses.
Not a great one, but a good one.
Either way, you're going to get laid.
Unless you want fucking Black Inches. You want that one? What? You want
I had a
fucking
purple
magazine?
cock the other day, you know that?
If someone
had a
gives
full-on
me
purple cock and balls.
Why?
I fucking crashed my dirt bike and got internal bleeding in my stomach, and then it went down. So this part was a white guy, and then just from the shaft on, all purple.
Wow.
Like a fucking bleeding cock, full sensitive testicles for like a month. Like they hurt the touch and shit.
What the fuck?
But you could pull, but it was. I pulled my dick out and showed every single person I knew. And it was never. That's what I'm saying.
in the rule book.
I would do it to you, and you go, no, look, I don't want to see it, and then I would pull it out, and you'd go, fuck! Everybody, check out Ellis's cock. Everybody did it. I did it on Hollywood Boulevard.
Of course.
To these dudes on Fuel that I kind of know on Fuel TV. They were like, "What's been going on?" And first thing that came to my mind was I got a purple cock and balls, and there was a girl there, and I was like, "You got to see it." And they're kind of a little more uptight.
How purple though?
I've got a fucking photo, but it has a Twitter account. My purple cock follows me on Twitter.
Did I once show
It actually
a wart
talked shit on
here?
me a couple of times the other day.
Did I once show a wart on my cock on this show?
You got warts on your cock?
Yeah, I've had a wart.
They don't go away, you know that,
No,
right?
no, it's 80% of all Americans got them. Yeah, I've got them for
well,
life.
I'm in the 20%.
That's what you
there.
tell yourself.
I'm in the 20%.
I once got a cluster of warts on my fucking sphincter, right? And I went.
Oh my! I'd rather have a fucking microscopic penis.
And I went to the doctor and
A cluster.
I went out and I bent over and I spread my. This is years and years ago. I spread my asshole open. The doctor's like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "You been having anal sex?" I went, "No, no." And he's like,
want to?
He's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "I'm pretty sure." Yeah, I'm pretty.
This is really gay, but you've got warts on your cock. But that is my fucking dick. But it looks like a dead guy's dick, huh?
Oh,
it's a dead dick.
Oh man,
Look at that,
dude. Were you afraid it was going to fall off?
No, I've got 2 kids, so I wouldn't mind if it did anyway. But it got a little bit worse than that.
What the fuck?
Thank you. Anybody else want to see my purple cock?
Did you tweet that picture?
Huh?
You tweet that one?
Are you jacking up in the cock? Did I tweet it?
If it's a purple cock, you got to tweet that picture.
It's full on cock.
I like that it's purple and shaven.
I did a shaft one for my Twitter. That's just the shaft. I had my hand over it.
Jesus.
I probably should have done that, but
What happened to the
crazy?
Jesus Christ! What happened to the cluster of warts around your asshole, Jim Jefferies?
This is what happened. Right? So the doctor goes, oh, you must have been having anal sex. I'm going, I really haven't. And he sends me off to the sexual clinic type of thing, right? And so this doctor bends me over, this real old doctor, and I bend over and I go, I haven't been having anal sex. He goes, no, it's all connected. He goes, you probably just was fucking wiping your ass and there's germs there and you've got some warts there. He goes, it's not a big deal. Come back in next week and we'll burn them off. Right? So for about a week, I'm just wiping around my cluster of warts, just feeling horrible.
Fuck.
I go back there, I bend over, I pull my ass open, I can smell the steam coming off the burning gun.
Well, that's got to be bad.
And then he goes, the exact words, he goes, oh, they've fallen off. Well, you're okay then. And I put my pants back on, and it's the only time I've ever believed in God. I was like, this is all right, so I didn't have my ass burnt. But I haven't had one since I've had...
It was a miracle?
Is that what it looked like? We're looking at a picture of
no.
a cluster of warts.
Come on!
Jesus, what's wrong with you, Jim
No,
Jefferies?
mine was like 2 little ones.
No, he said a cluster. That's a cluster. Two's not a cluster.
No.
Five's a cluster.
It fell off. It was in a little bunch. It was maybe that big. It was hanging off like an ass tag. And it fell off.
I can't take
You gotta look.
Nobody put a dick near your ass.
No one put a dick near my ass. I'd put things up my ass.
Look him in his eyes and say that.
Wow.
No one put a dick in my ass.
Oh, well, that makes it... I believe it. Sure. You're a fucking comedian. You know you can trust
Hey, are you guys getting along?
Yeah. I think so.
Why is he fucking
because you hate me.
standing there?
Well, I don't. You weren't very nice to me last time,
No, you weren't nice to me.
What do you measure?
After I got off the air.
You weren't nice to me on the air.
I didn't say anything mean to you on the air, did I?
Make sure you
What did I say?
Yeah,
no pulling.
What did I
No
say?
stretching.
At the beginning.
What did I say?
You were saying, I can't remember the exact words, but you pissed me off
Why
at
is
the
he
beginning.
doing
Fair
it
enough. I
backwards?
can be annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Where are you from?
Sydney.
Yeah, well, you'll be all right.
See, this is the thing, right, about Australians. Where are
I
you
fucking
from?
live in LA. I give a fuck about any
No,
of
I
it.
live in LA as well.
Yeah.
I live in LA. But where are you?
We had to move here to make it, didn't we?
Oh, no, I'd already made it in other countries.
Have you?
Yeah. No,
What country is this?
I'm more popular in the UK.
You kind of do sound English. You go there a little bit.
I lived there for 10 years.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Hang on. I think he's measuring.
Wow, they get along now. That's good. Jim, now you got to do Jason's show. He broadcasts from L.A.
Yes. Fine.
I'm serious.
Well, he seems really pumped about it.
Well, I got it,
Don't make a measure from his fucking nutsack.
Sam, what's going on over there?
Everyone thinks I'm being standoffish. There's a guy measuring his...
Stevie's putting the tape measure way deep into his pants.
Is it hard
now?
From the shafts?
Is it hard?
It's not.
Of course it's the
All the
shaft.
way, not all. There's freaking
But
like, 9 guys in the room.
I can tell you it's not more than 4 inches because I'm sitting on an angle where if it was 9, I could already see it from here.
It'd be hanging out everywhere.
Yes.
You'd fucking pull it out and just stick it past
You'd be
the can.
proud of it.
Is his pants
I'd
down
be
a little bit?
swinging around like a fucking zoot
If
suiter.
someone gives me a glove, I will massage it with my hand.
Use your fucking t-shirt.
No, I love this t-shirt.
Use the other one. Has anyone got a tissue?
Yeah, Stevie, what's up?
I'm very self-conscious right now. So
Well, if you had a 9-inch dick, you wouldn't be fucking
Exactly, you'd be whipping that shit out.
Walking down the hall with it hanging out.
Stopwatch. You know what I mean? What time is it? Hey, everybody, look what time it is. It's fucking 9-inch o'clock, motherfucker.
It's not. It's not
What are you
even.
doing tonight?
It's not even poking outside the jeans yet.
Oh. Like it's looking like it's got a spine.
Sam, make
You
sure.
want me to whip it out?
Show us.
We don't give a shit, Stevie.
Show us your dick.
Whatever you need to do.
Turn around and pull it
Whatever
out.
you
Fucking
need
haven't
to
got all
do.
day with your bullshit. Oh, rubber gloves. Hang on, wait a minute.
Hold on, we
Keep
got
it
rubber
sealed.
gloves. Hold on, we got rubber gloves.
Do you want to hold the back of your elbow and we'll do that rowboat thing so it's not gay?
I'm putting the
No
glove
one's
on for
saying
his
anything.
benefit.
Jim Jefferies, you better. It will be the official measure.
All right.
Put those
Jim
gloves
Jefferies
on.
is
This
just
is
gonna
very
measure.
clinical,
Here's your Red
Stevie.
Bull can,
It's
champ.
just measuring.
Yeah, this is just measuring.
Nothing's
I'm going to hold the can
Nothing's
next to
being
it.
No
Shut.
problem.
We're looking forward
nothing's
to
being.
it.
Now,
Alright.
at least show Jeffries.
No, I don't have it out.
Pull your fucking dick out.
All right, Jeffries.
I'm looking at. I can see.
Jeffries
his
got a
face.
blue glove on. He's holding
I'll tell you
a
whether
Red
he's got
Bull
it or
can.
Hold on. Oh, come on.
Looks like everyone can take their hundreds back.
I'm gonna take my 100 back.
What happened?
I didn't even know why you would pull it out if it
was that small?
Jim, it literally didn't make the barcode.
It's just as big as the barcode on the fucking can.
Stevie, why would you lie?
Stevie, what are you doing, Stevie?
If you're gonna lie, you say 6 or 7. People aren't gonna fucking call you on it.
It wants to go
It was soft.
It's a grower, not a show.
I'm a grower, not a show as well, but mine's not 9 inches. Mine looks slightly bigger than that, and I get to maybe 6 at best, right? Now, you're lying.
Yeah. Which you've done before.
What you did there was a lie.
You were caught lying.
You're not supposed to pull it out when you say that.
If you're going to lie, say 7. Say 7.5.
Not even.
You don't go 8, 10, 11.
8 or 9. Like...
Yeah, you're going into the monster category.
It literally...
You can't even use 9 correctly.
It was the barcode.
It was the barcode on the Red Bull can.
So you're talking 1.5 inches.
I'm talking 12 numbers.
A nose.
in a small font.
A large man's nose.
That's an inch. Your dick was 1.5 inches long.
Yeah, because I'm not even...
Oh, my God!
Your cock wasn't
I'm
big
looking
enough
at,
for the nutritional facts.
1 inch of rock hard boner over here.
Yeah, it's a hard-on that's
It's
not
great
even
to be
2
on the
inches.
show, I tell you.
I was sitting there about
Jesus.
I've got pictures of my own cock on my phone as well, and that's the modern technology. That's what it's done. Is people are more slutty and sleazy now.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can get drunk and I go to some chick, send me a picture of your finger up your ass, and they'll send it. But eventually, if you do enough of that, you'll get a girl who'll go, send you a picture of your cock. So I've got on my phone, I've got maybe 4 different pictures of my cock in different moods.
You got a wart snap?
No, I've only got ones on good angles. I haven't had a wart
You're
for a
hiding
while.
the wart?
I feel like if I got warts in my ass, I'd take a photo of it.
No, that was
why did you take a photo of that?
That was about 8 years ago. The warts in the ass.
Yeah, they had cameras then.
Not in your camera, not on your phone though.
You got to take a
Not
picture of
digital.
the
I was
cluster of
still on
warts.
film 8 years ago.
Old school.
Yeah, I
But you were in England.
You couldn't go down to the fucking place going, yeah, there's a few holiday snaps here who I'm a bit sensitive about. So when are you back at work?
You forgot about that.
Because that's what it is. Because remember that used to be the one picture of like you'd have your girlfriend sunbaking topless in Spain or something, and that would be the one. Now you've got like all the horrible. It's like so girls now get me to send a picture of my cock to them, and I'm drunk and I just go cock's end, right?
Yeah, of course.
Where in the old days you'd be like up in like a black room with the water.
Developing your cock photo.
Thinking.
Then you got to walk down to the fucking post office.
When the post office opens, that slut's going to get it.
That's right.
Yeah,
In 3 days, she's going to get it,
she's
boy.
going to fucking get it, that slut.
Or later on, like back in the mid-'90s, you were able to fax a picture, but there was no detail in a faxing of your cock.
But that's what used to be so exciting about someone photocopying their ass.
Yeah.
You can't see inside the hole.
No, it just turned out as a
instead it gets
a smush.
Had no dimension to it at all.
And dimension is really where it's at.
That is.
I'll
Yeah,
give you the
need that.
benefit of the doubt if you get it hard, because you look really sad now.
No, I don't want to get hard. I'm very conscious.
All right, you might as well get hard, Stevie.
That's his look.
How about if I give you the picture of my cock to help you get hard? Because I think that might do it.
No, I'm not like that.
You got a lot to prove
come
now. You might as well get. You might as well get
You
hard.
were looking at a picture of that woman, that beautiful woman.
He's saying it now?
centerfold, and that wasn't.
Hold on. Stevie is saying to Sam that Ellis is a douchebag.
What?
Not a half hour ago. A mere minute or two ago.
What happened?
What? Is it true, Sam?
Well, yeah, he was like kind of shaking his head, going like this, and I said, "Good job," and then he whispered, "Jason Ellis is a douchebag."
Why the fuck would you say that?
What did I have to do with that?
What is your
That was
problem?
fucking Jim over here telling you he's put the coke, he put the can next to your dick. I'm sitting
I
here doing
was
nothing.
probably more a douchebag in that situation.
what's wrong with
And
you?
Jason Ellis isn't responsible for your inch and a half long fucking puny dick.
He is blind, so when Jefferies was talking, he might have thought it was Jason Ellis. So.
We do have a similar physique.
No.
Do you know who was looking at your dick?
To laugh so hard.
You know I haven't looked at your dick, right?
Yeah, I know.
You'd
Why
be
is he a
jealous about
douchebag
my
now,
purple
Steve?
dick.
I tell you, I am always surprised about the guests who are on this show who haven't had sex, who have gnarly dog bitten up cocks. Like Bobo's cock's horrific looking.
That thing has been through the fucking mill.
Yeah, I'll tell you got a better cock than Bobo. You can put that. The better cock than Bobo.
That's
We'll give you
nice.
that.
What about form and shape? Was it normal?
Better than Bobo's in every. Oh no, it looked a little bit.
Sad.
It was a little bit sad. I have to see it erect because everyone's flaccid cock isn't a work of art.
It looked sad.
There's so many different sides to a flaccid cock.
Hey, I tell you what, it looks straight. It looked like you had a straight one. There was no kink in it.
Okay.
You don't have a bend?
How's his balls?
I know. I didn't get to see his balls. He just poked it out.
All right, you better pull your pants down. We got to
I
lock the
assume.
balls now.
I think he's got hairy
And we got
balls,
to check
though.
for a cluster of warts.
Just give us some fly's eyes. Just throw one ball out.
But wait a minute, you're a virgin. There's no way you have anything on there, right? You have no sexually transmitted disease. You haven't had sex.
No.
Well, then fucking you're in the clear. Anybody in here never had a sexually transmitted disease?
I've only got the PVD or whatever the words are.
Fucking ass
I'm not going to say anything, but I'll
That's
not.
pretty gnarly.
You've had 80% of people have that.
80% of people have ass warts?
That's not true.
Have the
gene?
HPV gene or whatever it is.
Yeah, but how many people have warts in their ass?
I only had it the once.
Yeah, but you're saying 80% of the people
Once is
have it.
enough.
80% of people have that gene.
Has
have that
anyone had
thing.
ass warts once?
No.
Me neither.
I've never had one on my finger.
I think to get an actual statistic, you need to ask more than 3
The
people.
statistic people, there's no way it's 80%.
Also,
I reckon it's not 50. It's not 50-50.
No, but
you're in a fucking 10% class of ass warts.
80% of people have the gene that could lead to ass
Yeah, but
warts.
why are they in the ass? Why did they grow in your ass?
I was doing things with my ass.
What? Do you really put stuff in there?
Jason's done some crazy shit in his day.
I had suction from a black tranny.
Back in the day, I used to put
You
a lot
have
of
suction
things
from
in.
a black tranny?
No, I've never.
In your face,
I've never
Jefferies.
slept with a transvestite. No, nor would I.
I didn't sleep with her. Fucking I had suction.
Yeah.
I wasn't making out with her. I was fucking 17. I cried
actually,
afterwards, motherfucker. It's fucking ass rape in Amsterdam.
It's not the transsexual thing. It's the black thing. I'm not into.
Yeah, actually.
Well, God gave you ass warts, you racist cunt.
That's hilarious.
No, I did. You didn't know it was a tranny? Was it? Did it have?
No, I went and got a hooker in Amsterdam. I used to get a lot of. I would just go from one to the other, and there was a black one, and I think maybe I'd slept with only one other black girl before, and I was like, oh, cool. And then I went in there and gave her the money, and then she sort of turned me around and was jacking me off, and I was like, what? And then I'm like, oh, she's trying to finger me in the ass, and I'm like, I don't think that I'm going to be into that. And then it was like trying to get in my ass, and I was like, like I didn't agree to it. And I turned around, and it was a dick. Oh my God. It was a little dick. It was like a 4-inch black dick that she was trying to put in my ass, and I was like, no, I can't. I don't even. It's okay. I just gotta go. And I just left, and all my friends were there, like, hey, Ellis, and I'm like, yeah, Ellis. Hell, you know, I mean, he's fucking the bitches in Amsterdam. And then I went and drank some beers.
And then cried.
And then I went back to, I lived in Canada. I went back to Canada and told my girlfriend that I cheated on her with a hooker that tried to fuck me in the ass with her black dick. And when I explained the story, the emotions of actually knowing that a dick was forced into my ass. Because I had suction. It didn't go in. It went in enough for me to go, I don't like ass play.
So it got right up against the sphincter.
Yeah,
like it didn't actually. There was a pucker up?
Suction.
Okay, yeah. There's enough. There was enough to bother you.
Yeah, you could say I've been fucked in the ass by a black man.
It started opening up a little bit.
It started to open up a little.
To accept.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I cried.
And he didn't get the wart clusters.
No warts. I'd rather a black dick than ass warts.
And I
See, he's gay. See, he's gay. Look at that. He had gay sex. That counts as gay.
I've had more sex than
I tell you what, you may have a small dick, but you got huge balls.
What is wrong with you? You know what Jason can do to you?
I would never do anything to this guy. Except I do have a kendo stick if you want to test that out.
Yeah. No, look, here's what happened. I tried to be a nice guy, Hugh, and for no reason, you just started,
That's some
stepping on me.
fucking bullshit, dude. I don't even know you. Look at your fucking stupid face. I'm trying to fucking be nice to you because you look like a stupid prick. And I fucking say, hey, man, how's it going? Oh, fucking blah, blah, tough guy over here. Like, what? Do I look like a tough guy to you, motherfucker? Am I in your face?
Kidding.
I was saying hello to you because you work for Opie and Anthony.
That's not
I gotta stand up
what I
for it.
Then I said some
with.
shit about your fucking shoe because you don't take care of yourself. How can you be such a baby and so fat?
Hey,
you don't know anything about life. Eat a fucking salad for fuck's sake. Take a bottle of water
He
into you.
starts off having a conversation with me with backhanded compliments.
You started
a backhanded compliment?
No, that's not what he said.
That's a spinning back fist compliment.
And then he thinks that he thinks I'm a retard, so he thinks I'm not gonna notice what he's saying. He thinks that I'm an idiot.
You're a fucking witty guy with your stupid face, and you started to flick back. So I was like, all right, fuck you, see you in hell tomorrow. So here we are at the dog collar challenge, motherfucker.
What's the dog
Why do you gotta be like that? I was just trying to, have a connection with you, and you gotta be a douche.
Fucking liar! You did not want to connect with me. You don't want to bond with me, you fucking asshole. You got
That's
all
what
weird
guys
about
do.
it.
They joke around.
That's you.
Nah,
you
I gotta-
started, and I joked back. I'm not really going to hit anybody. I'm just fucking with you.
You're very.
I was fucking with you, very friendly, like yesterday. I didn't say anything too bad.
Maybe it's friendly in Australia, but
I live in America.
I'd say you're racist, but we're not a race.
Dick Nazi.
Holy shit, this guy.
A Nazi?
Yeah, you were racist to some black guy yesterday too.
What? No.
What was that about?
Dude, spracking off to some black guy, calling him, I don't know what he was calling him right after he got in my face. And I'm like, fuck this stupid face, little bitch.
You're Stanley T.
What did you say about Stanley T?
Nothing. I was talking
We don't
about
accept racism in this studio.
I was
my
calling
friend.
him. I was calling because he's a Phillies fan, so
Just
I was
in my
talking to
car
him
and in
about
my
the Phillies.
house.
And I was
All
talking
the
about Ryan
time.
Howard. And next thing you know, oh wow, I'm a racist because
You
you know.
said they all look alike, right? He said that.
That's not
said
what
you
I
all look
said.
alike, Opie.
Oh, that's
Wow.
good.
Yeah.
Do you just blurt stupid shit out?
But-
No,
Were
he's
we sure that was the
he's
black guy you were
slandering
speaking
me.
to? Because I get
He's
confused.
being very, very backhanded towards me, and he's just being very confrontational. And I don't appreciate it.
Which one's that? The black guy that all looks alike, or me?
Yeah.
No, you.
Yeah.
I was doing that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Stevie, show Jason Ellis your moves. They're pretty terrific.
No, I don't.
Remember
wanna,
when you went after
see,
Sam?
I don't want to fight.
We were all really scared.
No,
I don't wanna
Sam, would you
fight.
allow him to spar with you?
He doesn't want to hurt somebody.
Watch this, Jason. This is what
knock
you're
it
gonna.
off.
This is what you're gonna deal with.
Looks like he's gonna
Oh,
snap.
no, hang on.
This is
hang
what you're gonna deal with.
He
You might
looks
want
like
to take
he-
it easy.
This is what you're
Yeah.
gonna deal with. Sam is
Sam,
poking
hang on.
poking, pushing.
Hang on. This is the reason people show up to work with a gun and shoot everyone.
See?
Oh, my
Wow.
God, what the hell
that
was
was
that?
an unbelievable.
This
wow,
looks like a
look at this.
retard schoolyard
Wow.
fight.
Stop.
See?
Oh shit! He's punching Sam now. Holy shit!
Oh my God!
He just punched Sam
Punch you
in the face.
Oh my
He just
god.
belted Sam on the side of the head.
That looked like two retards fighting over a retainer.
Wow,
What
all right,
happened there,
Steve,
Sam?
Stevie's got moves.
Sam, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, that's what happens when you spar with a warrior.
Neck punch.
What are you talking him up
You
like
look
a
a
wrestler?
little. You look a little bit shocked there, though. He hit you in the
I mean,
face.
he punched
did
me in the
clock
back of
you
the
in the
neck, in the
fucking-
forehead. He's just
Yeah.
cool, tough guy.
Let me see the
Your
side of
forehead's a
head.
bit red right now.
Yeah, he got you. He nailed you.
He got you
Did
pretty
he
good.
get you in the
Fucking
cheek
nailed
there
you.
as well? No.
Back of the neck punch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's the back of the neck
Now's the
punch.
time if you clock him right
Sam,
now.
I'm sorry, but you know
That
you
was
were
like
antagonizing
fucking.
me.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
That was
yeah,
like
yeah.
MMA, Mongoloid martial arts.
Oh man.
You know.
What? So we're doing some shot collar shit today.
Yeah, I just thought about putting a bunch of shot collars in a bucket, and then I mean everyone has shot collars on, and then you pull out the remote and you press the button, and it electrocutes somebody. Maybe it's yourself. And the
Oh,
first
you know?
person-
You don't know who's getting it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like Russian roulette. That's
Yeah,
nice.
shot collar
All
roulette.
right,
Yeah.
I'll do that, but I
that's
can't
fun.
have mine on because my liver's enlarged, so
What?
I'll have to be exempt. No, let's do that.
You don't
Let's
wanna
do
play?
that. That'll be. I want to play. Yeah, come on.
You
let's
have to
do
have it on.
Yeah, I'll fucking do it. Yeah.
Have you been shocked before?
I've got a weak heart. Is that gonna? No, I can.
You don't have a weak heart.
No, I don't. I'll do it. I'll do it.
All right.
Is it as bad as like when you play one of those games and you hold it in your hand? It's going to be worse than that, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we put it on your neck, and the prongs are in the back of your spine.
Will it be worse than a
So when it goes,
taser?
Nah, tasers are way worse. But when it goes off, it goes down your spine a little bit. It's funky.
Let's try it.
Yeah. Let's just do it.
I need to gig tonight. Can I? There won't be any recurring problems.
No, I had a fight. I did 3 rounds with the dog collar on, and the fans were in charge of the remote. And of course, I gave it to this guy, this little Wade guy who's like in a wheelchair kind of thing. And he's like, "I love you, Ellis." You know, I'm like, "Hey man, I love you. He's a good guy. I'll take your control. I'll go easy on you." Little fuck turns it up to 10 and just starts zapping me every fucking 2 seconds
All right,
for the entire fight.
Let's have some fucking rules on this.
It's going to 6. It's going to be on 6.
Yeah, no one having it up
6.
high. Everyone play fair, and you're not like doing it so
It's on 6, and they're in a box.
And it is random.
It's random, yeah.
And you could have yourself.
Yeah, you can have yourself.
And when you get yourself, that's it's not a point. So if you keep getting yourself, you will be the loser, and then the loser.
You're going to play, right?
No, I can't play.
Fuck that.
Oh no, this is me and him.
You're
you're
representing the
Steve
show.
over here.
No, fuck that.
Come on.
No, I thought you guys were doing it
Fuck
as well.
that.
Yeah, I can't.
Come
play.
on, Jim
My
Jefferies.
cardiologist said I can't play this.
If Anthony does it, I'll do it.
No, I can't.
I thought you. What do you mean you can't?
I swear, my cardiologist said I probably shouldn't do that.
because you're cardiologist. You always
told
having
your
chats with
cardiologist you were doing a dog color stunt today?
Well,
Look, fucking
he brought
Jason
it
puts
up
his on like a
once.
champ. Where's
Yeah,
E-Rock?
Jason just
Just
put
so
it
you
on.
know, I fucking hate these things. I don't hate being electric.
Where's
I'd rather
E-Rock?
be bitten by a snake.
Get the fuck.
No, I can't do this.
Where's E-Rock?
Fucking pussy.
I am. I'm
Come
openly
on.
going to say I'm a
How about
pussy.
You, how about you try it on one to see what it looks like?
I thought you were going to do it as well. I was tough if everyone else was tough. If
I
you're
honestly
fags,
can't
I'm a
for medical
fag.
reasons.
You're gonna
I
back
can't.
out to a guy who has a 2-inch dick.
I'm shitting blood and I've got an enlarged liver. And anal warts.
So
Let's not
shock him.
forget the anal warts.
You put them on your anal warts. They might not come back.
Yeah, no kidding.
Come
You
here,
can
I'll put
zap
your
those.
one on.
E-Rock?
Is Stevie doing it?
No, he can't do it.
No, Stevie can't
Oh,
do
Stevie's
it.
not allowed to do it.
He's not allowed to do it?
He's not allowed.
You can't do shit with interns anymore.
Yeah.
There's no reason to have
Here's
interns.
the
Wait,
Let me get my guy in here.
wait.
Let me get my guy in here.
E-Rock's gonna
Hang
do it.
on, I don't get paid on this show either. Right,
It's not that bad. It just looks bad.
Plugs.
E-Rock, put one on.
Hey, Jim, I don't fucking like this shit. I came in here. I had a whole bunch of other
Right.
better ideas, but
They wouldn't let us
they
do
would
half
only
the
let me
ideas.
electrocute myself on the show.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, thanks a lot, New York. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get to fuck anybody in the head with a
Are you
massive
gonna do
dick.
it?
E-Rock's in.
E-Rock will do it. What about Sam? Where's Sam?
I've
Where's Sam?
got
I'm
my.
panicking.
Yeah, bring your guys in.
I've got my
Are you
co-host.
panicking?
He's never been
You'll
electrocuted.
feel it and be like, oh, that
Get
was
Raw
nothing.
Dog in here. He'll do it.
Okay, I can take it off at any time?
No.
What do you mean?
The fuck is that? Play the game,
Right, man.
motherfucker. It stays on until the game is over.
That's fucking Raw
This
Dog.
is Raw Dog.
Hey, I know you.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
I know you from listening to the show.
Microphone. Why don't you fuck off over there? To
Yeah, go over to your Stevie's. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey.
Raw Dog is he's my co-host, and he's a true competitor. He's
a trooper.
He,
never tried
I mean,
these things, but I did.
he's
It's
told us
terrible.
stories. He's revealed because on my show because we're desperate for attention, so we tell everybody everything we've ever done. As I just told you, fucked in the ass by a black man.
Yes.
He fingers himself in the ass on a regular basis.
Purely a hygienic thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
Whatever
if
you're
you're,
gonna tell
in the
yourself.
shower, you've
And
got to
also-
like get
oh yeah,
that
we're
area
all
clean.
fingering each other in the fucking shower, dude. Keep explaining.
Now, Jimmy Norton has said he does this
Well,
too.
no, he cleans his ass and he needs to get in there a little bit.
He gets some soap on his
Yeah.
finger and wraps around.
Yeah, he
in
likes to
there.
make sure the ass is nice and clean.
I take a washcloth and give it a good once over, but
It doesn't sound that bad when you say it.
Right.
But for some reason, when Raw Dog fucks
Look,
himself
it's
in the
not
morning,
like it's,
it
not like
sounds
it's
weird
going
to me.
way up there or anything.
No, see,
man.
it's not going way up there.
Yeah.
Does
It's
it make
a
you
little
cum?
Oh, he's
tip.
You're tipping it.
I'm tipping it.
You're
Just the
tipping
very
it?
the very edge.
But it's
That's
an
all I do.
in-out thing, though.
Why are you doing that?
Because that area's
That's
the area's
a
got to be clean. Otherwise, you're really uncomfortable throughout the day.
Well, what
you
about
know?
this technique? I told him that he was, when he confessed that he was fucking himself, everybody got weird about it. So then for a couple of months, he used the grabbing both the ass cheeks and pulling them apart and bending over and getting the shower head to squirt in there to clean the whole.
Ah,
I'm
wow.
like, dude, just fuck yourself.
Yeah, his
It's
logic.
way mellow.
that was probably a worse technique.
Your logic doesn't make sense.
There's some
What
kind
if you take a dump at work? You're going in the
Anal
bathroom
eroticism.
Well, but then you got toilet paper and stuff.
so
what do
you're
you do,
fucking
shove
fingering
that
your
up
ass
your
at
ass?
work too?
Do you
No.
take the toilet
You
paper?
finger yourself at work?
No.
He just
dude.
said it.
No,
He says
toilet
there's
paper.
toilet paper.
Fucking
But are you
hell.
wrapping toilet paper around your fingers and shoving it
You're
in your
getting
ass?
in there.
Dude, hell no, dude. No, it's just you don't have toilet paper in the shower.
Okay.
You have it when you go to the bathroom, though. It's totally different.
No,
Don't
you're
have
going
the,
in a little
Don't
bit.
you just have the
Sometimes-
like
He's going in a
wipes
little
at
bit.
home, the moistened wipe things at home?
Do you
on
ever
your...
get the skid mark on the towel
He's got better.
when you've washed yourself? Like you go, but like you haven't had a shit lately, but you had like a shit like 4 hours ago,
Yeah,
and you're
that's a
thinking,
little weird.
I just didn't wipe up good 4 hours ago, and now I'm seeing
It's on the towel.
that it's on the towel.
I'm not staying at your house ever.
God damn.
No, it's not often.
You think
All
they're
right, but
monogrammed?
I don't
it's
want to
just
fucking take a
shit?
shower at your
You can't
house
ride a
and use your
bicycle
shit
either.
towel to fucking dry off.
Get yourself some ass warts.
Right.
All right, where's
You know what I
Sam?
like about that, Opie? Because you're always asking about staying over.
Put your collar on, shit
No,
back.
I'm joking.
Oh,
when are you gonna stay at my place?
Yeah, I'll stay over your place
Hey,
next time I'm in
Where's the
LA.
collar? Champ, why don't you clip yourself on there,
I'll see someone else play the game first.
I've never put these on before.
Here, come here.
It's just Jason.
Why are you putting your wrist out?
You look like a tough guy. I don't have.
I'm not really that
I
tough
don't
of a
have a
guy.
paint. You showed a purple picture of your cock.
Yeah, that's a tough guy fucking picture.
Dirt bikes and stuff. I'm not a tough guy.
You're a tough guy.
You're a tough guy. He's done some MMA.
You took a cock in your ass. That's the toughest thing anyone can do.
You know what? I'm going to retract my last statement. You're right. I am a badass. That shit. Because now, if Tight? you fuck me in the ass now, I don't even think I'd cry.
Oh, he's hiding?
Who's hiding?
Fucking Sam's hiding? That's bullshit.
Wait a minute.
He's hiding?
There's only 3 remotes.
Yeah, there's only 3 dog collars.
Oh, okay.
Microchip technology.
Hold on.
Why don't you give them to us 3 and we'll press them?
No, because that's.
So
So
they
the
gotta
top
do
button will test it.
roulette. They're setting them
Let's
to
go
6.
5 right now, just to make sure everybody can hear.
Sam, you in?
5.
Yeah.
Sam's not in.
We're all on 5.
All right,
All right,
Jay.
they're on 5.
Put it on.
No, he's got it. There's 3. They're all.
Jim Jefferies got to put it on.
No, I'm not putting it on. I was up for when you guys were all doing
It
it.
doesn't make any difference. You have to hold hands, motherfucker. Just join the game. Come on, it's okay. It's a
No,
radio
no,
bit.
no,
Ha-ha.
no.
YouTube sensation for
It's
Opie
only on
fucking
5.
Twitter account.
You two are friends.
Guy has you on the radio. I don't like him.
I need a test person first.
It's only on 5.
All right,
It's on 5.
Yeah, I know,
Everybody's
but-
on 5.
Yeah, but you two know each other. There could be some.
He's never been
incahoots.
electrocuted before, and he is he can't ride a bicycle.
I can't ride a bicycle.
You lie.
I can ride a bicycle. I'm rather good at it.
Put this shit on your fucking neck, and you put this shit on.
No,
the back.
I
Do it
don't-
to the back of your neck.
It's on your spine. It's not
This
that big of a deal.
No, he'll
It
do
really
it.
is not that big of a deal. Look, I'll fucking.
I don't. I'm not being bullied into it. I've already touched a cock with rubber gloves on today. I've fucking.
All right, well, Iraq will
Iraq
do
will
it to
try
start,
it out.
Jason.
Look at Iraq and see if it's that bad. And
If I see
isn't it
because
working?
I need a test person from people I know.
Ow! Damn it!
Oh my God.
Asshole!
All right,
oh, you found one?
Yeah, this one.
Oh God, make me nervous. Come on, motherfucker.
Yeah, try this one. I think it's on.
all
All right.
We got one going.
Hold on, we got Iraq putting
Iraq,
his
yeah,
collar
there we go.
on.
You gotta put this
So
one
like, this is something they do in Jackass, and you'd go, "Oh, it's horrific. I can't." Like I've vomited on this show before, and people think that's
I
like.
just love how nervous he is.
He is shaking.
He's shaking. Now, Jason.
Stop testing mine! You already tested it!
He was just testing
Yeah,
it.
no, I don't want to do that. He's spasmed up. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but it's not painful. It just looks like it
we
because it
haven't-
touches the nervous system.
We haven't seen you do it yet.
Oh, yeah, he's been there. What happened, Iraq? What'd that feel like?
You know when you're not ready for a shot from the doctor? Like you don't know and they just go boom and pop it in?
Yeah, is that it?
Right into like the nerve.
No, I'm not.
Jason just nailed himself.
I'm not doing that.
Come on.
Fucking team player. It's like you don't give a
That.
shit about the fucking show. Come on.
That.
It's how bad could that be?
I've given up drinking.
It makes it better. It makes it better if you don't want to do it.
And with things,
You need a guy in the game who doesn't want to play it. You're the
lost it.
guy.
Yeah,
You have
he
voted
doesn't
yourself
wanna- he
in.
doesn't wanna do
He
it.
can't. It's medical.
I can't. It's a medical
oh,
problem.
fuck off.
He's too rich.
My cardiologist.
Yeah, we're
wouldn't
too
approve
rich to
of this.
play.
I could die.
Jim, you're not rich
Dude,
enough.
I've lost at boxing matches to 3 girls, and I'm doing it.
Wow. I would have kept that to myself.
I know, wow.
Well, I would have kept the fingering myself in the ass.
I'll tell you something about me.
Oh, you're a pussy, we know. Put
I
the
wouldn't have
collar
had
on.
a boxing match with 3 girls either.
No, one at a time.
And he lost to them individually. He's actually fighting. He's fighting my wife on November 6th.
All right, I'll
Wow.
do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. No, I'm
You
going to
have
vomit.
to do it. I love that you don't want to do it. That's the guy we want. The
I'm
guy
gonna-
you
I'm
don't
gonna-
want to do
That is
it.
the guy you want.
Put it
Is the guy
on.
that really doesn't kind of want
It's
to do
not
it.
dangerous for your health.
All right, I want
Right?
to. I want to see the levels. I wanna see
They're
the
all
le-
on 5. You fucking pussy.
Just
Look
let
at
me see it. Let me see it.
5, 5, 5.
5, 5, 5.
Right?
All right. Okay. Don't wait.
He's like, don't
touching it.
Don't
Touching
change
it.
it. Don't change
Hands
it.
off it.
All right, put the collar on. Jim Jefferies
I
put his
can't.
collar
Jefferies
on.
is putting it on,
Vaginal. Just click it on, man.
clicking it on the back of his
You want
neck.
some lube to get it on there or what?
No,
Contacts.
that'll make it. That wetness will make it.
You can
worse.
do it. Oh, he knows about it, huh? If you start
Contacts.
sweating, it makes it worse too. Just so you know.
No, this is fucking green mile shit.
You're not on the mic, dude.
Green Mile shit.
Green Mile shit.
Look, you've wanted to do something else besides drink. This is perfect.
This is a really good.
Remember we
That is
said you
good.
needed
You
a
might
hobby?
like it.
This is
Do
good.
you really want to quit drinking?
Yeah,
You might
he's a month in so far, Jason.
Yeah, well,
know.
that's how I
Does
did it.
that.
I
Really?
quit drinking and became what is it called? The masochist.
Oh yeah. What was that? A masochist?
Oh my God,
I love that. This is the guy we want to win. This is
my next two fat.
I'll adjust
you can adjust it.
Yeah, no, I figured that out.
It's adjustable.
Yeah. All right.
So the name of the game is we're gonna put it in the bucket. You're gonna we go around each other, and you grab a controller, you press it. Every time you press it, if you electrocute somebody, that's a point for you. So when you get to 7, you're out. But if you pull it out and you keep electrocuting yourself, you got no points.
No.
So you're the loser.
No, I'll tell you when I'm out, when I take the fucking thing off my neck.
You can't.
No, I can.
Okay, you can. If you take it off,
people
then
play that
it's
soggy biscuit game. They go, everyone has to masturbate. And if you're the last
takes it
person to
off-
come, you got to eat the biscuit. No, I'm
there
a human
has to be a penalty
with
for
fucking things.
If he takes it off, he has to play karaoke, kendo stick karaoke.
Oh, shit.
No, I don't have to do anything.
You do.
I don't have to do anything.
It's a radio, but you can't pull out. You're not that fucking big. You can't just pull out halfway through. You've got to commit to it.
No, I don't have to
Commit to the game. You're going to put this on Twitter, right, Opie?
Oh, fuck yeah. This is going to be a good
fucking
video.
commit to his Twitter, why don't you?
This will be a good video, Jim Jefferies.
You've done this before.
And look, he's still
It was
still here.
terrible. I just wanted to fuck someone's head with a big dick. That was my bit. I was like, dude, Opie's gonna love this one because the head bounces off the wall and shit while you're dude singing. They won't let me do that.
Your friend.
Wait, what happened? You were putting on the collar, and now you're not putting the collar
No, I'm
on.
not doing it to 7. First to 7.
It's on 5.
Let's do a best of 3 or something.
7 is
But
pretty
you
sick.
might not have...
Only Jason Ellis would go to 7. When 3 would be good enough for everybody involved.
If it's not up to 7, it's not really fair.
Can I say something to Jim Jefferies here?
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, you might not ever get one shot.
You probably won't.
It's all the odds. It's the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good. That's good. Very
The
good
odds
point.
are against me because I'm the host and I have.
Yeah, but you look tough. Your friend has a
bunch of pictures on my
bit
arm.
of
It
a-
means nothing.
mind me saying a terrorist look to you? Like,
I'm Jewish, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, different strokes.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'm not going to argue with you.
Wow. What do you think, Jim
He's
Jefferies?
a little dude. His
You know
sister
what
beat
the
him.
fucked up thing is? If Jim Jefferies was drunk, he would be
Oh.
like,
Oh, he
give me
would-
the fucking corner.
He would go right to 10, Jason.
Fucking put it on
would-
10, you faggot.
I would have
fuck.
strapped it into my ass. And
I know.
Sober,
And then we'd never
sober
be able
Jim
to use it
Jefferies
again.
sucks.
sober
Jeffries
I'll
sucks.
show you what sober Jefferies does. I'm like fucking Marty McFly when you say the word chicken.
Here we go.
Fucking
Here we
sober
go.
Jeffries.
Come on.
Boom.
Chuck it on.
All right, Jeffries is putting the collar
Jim's
on.
putting it on.
Here we go.
Hang
Putting
on.
the
All right,
collar
let's
on.
put these in the bucket.
Right around the back of his neck.
Hang on. What is the purpose of these? Are these for dogs?
Yeah, the teaches
No,
him
they're
to...
called dog collars because they're for fucking jacking off.
Oh, my God.
he's
look,
panicking.
He keeps putting it on and then taking
Put it
off
on.
again.
Put it on.
You can just put it on.
How bad was it? Not that bad. Oh, fuck off. You twitched.
He was surprised is what it was. It
he's
was more
able to take
surprise than
pictures,
pain,
though.
right?
Yeah, it's all anticipation.
And now he's taking
Kendo stick
pictures. He's fine.
karaoke is up
What's
next.
that?
Well, yeah, I
that?
want to know what Kendo stick karaoke
It's
is.
where
No,
you
you don't.
sing a song
Yeah.
And get
like
beat.
karaoke,
Yeah.
and then we hit you with the kendo stick at the same time.
As
It's good
you're
audio.
singing.
Yeah, just
I
singing.
bet the sound, like, as you're trying to hold a note and you get smacked with the Kendo stick.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
gotta
A lot
sound
of,
good.
all of a sudden, there's a lot of owls and shit in the lyrics.
How bad was it?
I love how he won't let me put it on him. Like I've got some fucking. There's a knife inside it. Just let me do it, dude. Come here.
No, because I was mean to you on the radio now.
That would be cool.
I don't
if
give
the-
a fuck if
if
you're
the
mean to
spikes just shot out into his fucking spinal column.
It's gonna be tight. Put it on.
Don't touch me.
Put the fucking thing on. We don't have a day.
You're bullying me and I'm not going to do it at all.
Put it on.
Each other.
We're running out of time.
No.
Dude, you're
Fuck, get Jeffries a
so
beer.
close to having it
No.
on.
You're so close. What happened there?
He's yelling at me and I don't like it.
We're so
I
close. to
find that
having
more
it on.
shocking than what the dog necklace is going
Really?
to do.
The dog necklace.
Dude, don't ruin the whole thing.
Yeah, man.
How
What's
ab-
wrong with you, Jeffries?
I just
He
think
kept the
that
whole
these
thing.
two are in cahoots and they haven't got their thing on
I
properly.
hate that guy. I hate that guy.
No, there is.
He tortures me constantly.
I don't
Yeah.
think there's
Yeah, but
any
let me have a look
cahoots.
at your one. Turn around.
I don't think there's
That's
any
in.
cahoots.
That's in.
I think
Yeah,
this
it's
is
fucking
legit.
in.
All right, Jeffries is attempting to put the collar on again.
Like,
I'm not
he
gonna
knows
yell. I'm not gonna yell. Good luck to you.
There's no
All right,
cahoots.
Jason, shut the fuck up. You're gonna blow it again.
Wow, you're shaking.
Can I plug my fights?
Yeah, hit it.
While he's being
Really?
blind?
You're nervous
Yes.
about it?
If you go to Ticketmaster.com, you can get tickets to Ellis Mania 6 in LA at the Palladium.
Very good.
where my wife will beat up Raw Dog and I will fight Shane Carwin.
No.
With my band against Shane Carwin. 4 people against Shane Carwin. And also I'll be fighting another band, We Outspoken. All 4 of them I'll be fighting at the same time in a boxing fight.
Jesus Christ.
It's not even close
And
to your
4
voice.
people will be blindfolded with these dog collars on, fighting each other in the ring at the same
I
time.
hear nothing but good things about your Ellis Mania shit.
You're not going to
I
come
want to go.
out.
I want
his
to.
neck?
November 6th, right?
November 6th.
Just wondering.
Might just have to fly
Wow,
out there.
Jim Jefferies is having an
Ticketmaster
anxiety
assholes.
attack.
Jeffries, go to that mic over there. I'm going to change mic.
Man, he is
Jeffries
sweating
is
like
having
it's
an
Armageddon.
anxiety attack.
Man.
The object is...
Oh, my.
Let me
it's
film
almost
this
good that he
properly.
doesn't get electrocuted because you think
I
it's
hope
way
he
worse than
doesn't.
what it is, I tell you.
I hope he doesn't.
He's fucking gone white. His face is white.
Really
Jason,
are
explain
nervous.
this for everybody.
It's dog collar roulette. All you do is you take one of the remotes out of the bucket.
All right, no holding onto the thing.
And
either.
you press it. You press it one time, and whoever electrocutes, if it electrocutes other people, that's 1 point to you. If it electrocutes yourself, 0. First one to 7 wins. The loser
I'm not doing
is
first to
Kendo
7.
stick karaoke.
This is it. Not first to 7.
5.
First to 3.
It can't be 3. You might not get shot.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
5. It's my game. 5.
I agree to 3 or I'm not doing it.
All right, shut up because he's going to take the collar off.
3.
It might be.
It took us an hour to get the
Just see,
collar on
'cause
Jim
after
Jeffries.
one shock, if he even gets shocked,
Yeah.
he'll be like, all right, I'll go to 7.
All right, so what
Who's
is
holding the bucket?
E-Rock, hold the bucket. You're
Who's
good
going first?
at
Hold
holding
the
buckets.
bucket.
Let's give it to fucking Pussy Boots over here. Let him start.
You could start. You pick
Sorry.
one out. How does it work? You just
He
press
just
the
picks
button?
it out.
The
and
bottom button.
The bottom button. Give it a go, mate. Give it a go.
Oh, he's scared. He is nervous right now. Come on, it's 3-1 odds. 3-1. You got Jason.
Mine's on too tight.
You got Jason. You
Put it
just
in the
nailed
box, you
Jason.
fucking shit
1
dick.
point.
1 point for Jim Jeffries.
1 point for Jeffries.
All right, now we.
I tapped that. I
Jason's
tapped
going
it.
into the
Don't hold
bucket
on.
to get a remote.
Oh, no!
One point to me.
And Jim Jeffries still unscathed.
All right.
Unscathed.
Raw Dog. Get him, Raw Dog.
Raw
Get
Dog
him.
got it. Here goes.
Yeah! There you go.
Oh, Jeffries got nailed. Oh, shit.
Jim, how was that?
Let's go up to 7. Let's go up to 7 on the
Jeffries is grabbing
remote.
a remote.
No, on the remote. Just turn the dial up.
No. That was plenty bad enough.
All right, here he goes.
Can it work?
No, press it again.
He shot himself. Jim Jeffries held himself. Holy shit. All right, Jason's taking the remote out. Jason hits the button. Raw Dog just got nailed again.
I got 2.
First 2
I got
apiece.
2.
Yeah.
All
All right, Raw Dog's got the button.
Do not shock me. Come on.
All right, here he goes. Ellis got nailed.
So this is the decider.
What?
No. You're down because you shocked yourself.
You shocked yourself.
Yeah, you're in the losers bracket so far.
Come on, you gotta get somebody
Good
else.
luck. Good
Don't
luck.
get yourself.
Good luck.
Hang on,
Seriously.
hang on.
No. That's it. Press it. You fucking cheat.
I remember that. That's my one because there's a bit of thing that.
Press it.
You sure the other ones have that?
Better press it. Don't cheat. Oh
No, see? Raw Dog got nailed.
Jeffries is back up. So what do we got here?
Yeah.
You're still down. What am I? This is for me to get out.
Yeah, this is it. Jason's got the button. Who's getting? Anyone getting shocked?
Let's check the remote. Just check the remote. Press it on.
Everything on?
It's beeping.
Okay, let's
All right.
see yours.
Make sure everybody's is on.
See you. Fucking fingers on that. That's you.
That means that's me. I know for a fact you're about to hit me.
How do you know?
Do it again. Do it again. We've turned them off.
Oh, you turned it off.
Come on. Fucking shit things.
They're
These are high tech.
Readjusting
All right,
the things to turn them back on. There they go.
Okay, they're on.
All right.
That was too long, that one.
Yeah, I know.
Holy shit!
Talking
shit on me when I get off the air, you fucking asshole.
Jim Jefferies just got fucking nailed for an extended shock.
unnecessary. No, you got to play by the
Jason's
rules.
out.
That was unnecessary.
Jason's out. This is for
whole
me.
thing is
I'm
unnecessary.
out. Hang on, you fuck. Man.
This isn't doing it.
Yeah, that's just
That must be his then.
Keep it on. Wait a minute. The loser.
No, I know.
It's the wrong one. 2 remotes left. Take
There's
a pick.
only 2 remotes left. Here it is.
Zappy cells.
No.
I don't know what's
Why
going
you
on.
guys such idiots? Well, this one's not even on, you dumbasses.
No, you're not allowed to press it again. You're out of the game. No, you can't. You can't.
We're just testing.
Just testing.
No, I concede defeat.
Man, you are such a vaginal guy.
Jim's conceding defeat.
I concede defeat.
How was that, Jim?
It's
Holy
horrible.
shit, it was horrible.
I got done over in the last one. He pressed it twice. So that's not. Yeah, I'm done.
All right, Kendo stick karaoke.
All right.
Oh God,
Good
that's a,
game, brother.
I
Good
played
game,
it.
brother.
Thanks, man. I tried. I feel like if his contestants are a little more, he's a little bit.
I played
You're
it.
a little glamorized.
He
I
did.
played
You're not,
He
you're not
did
used
play.
to being.
I did play.
You did
part
play.
of the game.
Play.
I could have not played at all.
So
But you
what
did play a little bit.
Was
girly.
it a shock? Was it a burn? Was it a pinch? What did it feel like?
It was no. It's like a shock.
Shock, yeah.
Shock,
How
yeah.
far down your spine did it go?
No, a couple of vertebrae.
Yeah,
a
so
few,
not,
few bones.
not
Yeah.
that bad.
No.
Only sort of to the in between your shoulder blades.
You got to
Yeah.
get it up to 10 to really enjoy yourself.
Will Raw Dog take a
10's
10?
crazy.
Yeah, he'll take a 10.
Raw
No,
dog
I
will
won't.
take.
You can't volunteer me for shit.
Well,
Oh shit!
I totally can actually.
I thought
You
you
and
said
me-
you would do anything for
Yeah.
Jason Ellis' show.
Yeah,
See,
what happened?
this
I don't
is
think
the thing,
those
though.
words ever came out of my mouth.
Let's do a 10 together.
There's not the nuances of comedy here. See, this is why I talk shit off air. It's bullying radio. You can't just
Bullying
You
radio.
can't just fucking shock people and call me a fag. It's not fair.
Never called you a fag.
I want to see what 10
Wow, look
looks
at the
like.
back of Jason's neck.
Yeah,
It's really red.
He had that thing
No,
tight.
that's just the part of Australia he's from.
Everybody's a redneck in Beverly Hills.
Oh shit!
It was.
Come on.
That's your comedy routine
I-
looking out for you. Where you live.
Jason, what are you doing
We don't
now?
wait.
I'm pressing
Oh,
2 at
come
the
on,
same time.
You're not
One
going
of
to
these
throw
are
your
most
cock
likely-
out about who has more money. Are you
I don't
serious?
even have any money. I was just being a dick.
All right.
Okay, you got to go 1, 2, 3 because I got 1, 2.
All right, ready?
So what's that?
Oh, hang on, they're not on 10.
All right,
Okay, I'll do one.
Yeah,
if
it's
we go
okay,
on to
team player. Yeah, we're going to go to 10 by ourselves,
All right.
if that's okay with you.
That's
Fucking hell.
all the remotes.
I
Going
thought
at
we'd made
10.
up and done friends. I played his
Damn.
game, and now I'm
Ready?
still in trouble.
Going to 10.
10.
Go.
This one's not
Damn
working.
it. These aren't working.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Jason Ellis just hit the fucking floor.
Damn.
Wow!
What the fuck?
How come Raw Dogs isn't working?
I don't know, man.
Wait, Jason's still fucked up.
Wow, that really fucking shocks you.
That was so
Wow,
lame.
that put him right down on the floor.
What happened to Raw Dog?
Luck of the draw.
Kendo stick karaoke? Do we have time or is it too late?
Yeah, we can do that.
What song do you want to sing, Jim?
I'm not singing.
Let's just take a shot.
I don't want to be hit with sticks.
Let's take a shot.
He says it so matter-of-factly. I don't want to be hit with sticks.
Yeah, it's just because you say I should do something doesn't make it so.
It's a fair enough argument. I get it.
Holy shit.
I get
Wow,
it. You're not
that-
used to it.
I still feel
gotta
flush.
Do you? From
Like I still feel warm in the cheeks from it.
better
Yeah.
than
yeah,
coffee,
well,
don't you
you
reckon?
were very nervous.
Yeah. Also,
You're
that's the
very
most
anxious.
physical activity I've done in months.
Fuck that.
That kendo stick's gotta fucking like hurt.
Yeah,
I'm-
I had
I'm not
not,
even.
not just kendo sticks, sticks.
Just sticks.
Just any stick.
any stick.
Any wooden long object that you hit someone with.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but these are made to not really hurt you.
Yeah, they
can't-
are. They're actually.
Yeah, you can't die.
Yeah, I know about like the way they're set
Yeah,
up.
I played this game with Forrest Griffin on my show.
You saying these aren't made to hurt you. You can't die. I go down to some terminally ill people and give that little theory a go.
It makes a
See,
good
like-
sound.
Or a child
And
or
it's good
something.
for
You don't know how
training.
weak I am.
I could probably smack the warts off you with it. That's about it.
I'm sure you could, but you're not going to.
On the back of the calf, that's all it is.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I'm not doing it.
That would hurt, right?
Do you know why?
I don't know why I'm
'Cause
directed at trying to play
because
the game with you. You're such a not into the game guy.
I like walking.
Yeah. You can walk after it.
We're not allowed to hit anybody with the kendo stick.
I'm a stand-up
What kind
comedian.
of fucking shit goes on that we can't hit
This is
somebody
what I
with a
talked to
stick?
Jason Ellis about. Enjoy your time, brother, because they'll come after you next.
Yeah. Well, I am
Gary's in
enjoying
the other
myself.
room.
Who's Gary?
A guy you don't want to know.
Kendo stick Gary.
He's like the let's make sure nothing fun happens.
What about if
in
you
the
guys
room
hit
guy.
me with the kendo stick? That's okay, right?
I wouldn't hit
I
you.
wouldn't hit you with a kendo stick. I'm a pacifist.
You know what? I think Stevie should hit you with a stick.
Yeah, because
Stevie, you want
you're
to
all offended by me.
Yeah.
Jason Ellis is a martial artist.
You know
he
what
could
I,
take
you know
a
what I
hit.
like?
He could take a little hit.
Stevie picked up the stick and almost
It's
looked like he was going to
nothing.
eat it.
It's a little hit. Don't fucking have a conniption.
Where are you hitting him?
Whatever you want, dude. All right.
Go across the stomach. Go across the abs.
Just don't fucking be retard strength with it at first.
You're gonna put the.
Give just a
You gotta
feeling.
put
Hit him square in the
You
nuts.
gotta like try to hit
Hang
me.
on, I'm going to.
Don't stab me. You know what I mean?
I could get an eye
Yeah.
out here, sitting where I am.
Like you use it like a baseball bat, not like a knife. All right.
Go for his right ab. He got a bad hit there yesterday.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, now it's Jason's turn on you.
The way
Wow,
you,
damn.
The way
That's
you
pretty good.
recoiled then after you hit him was one of the gayest things I've ever seen a man do.
That didn't hurt, Jason.
Yeah, it did.
But does that leave a- does that leave a welt?
Can we see if there's a welt?
He actually
Yeah,
got me in the
let's see
bit
if
where
there's-
I landed on my dirt bike the other day.
Oh shit! Yeah. Hopefully your cock turns purple again.
Yeah, he got me in the hematoma.
Wow.
It's not that bad, but it sounds way better when you try to sing a song.
Aren't those things meant to like make a lot of noise?
Yeah, you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to do it like to torture each other for fun.
Yeah.
Is on the back of the calves. 'Cause it fucking hurts like a bitch on the back of the calves,
Isn't
but
that
it
like
doesn't
a
stop
Turkish
you from
prison
living.
torture or something?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I did it with you. Know who Forrest Griffin is?
Yeah, of
obviously.
course, we
Yeah,
love
yeah.
him.
That guy was. As soon as I
He's
pulled
an
this out,
animal.
he was like, "Let's go." And we went out into the green room because we couldn't get enough of a wind up in the studio. So I'm like, I'll hit you, and then we'll reciprocate. Blah blah blah. So I hit him kind of hard, and then we do it again. And then the third time, I fucking went into him. You know what I mean? Like I went down on his leg. I was like, bam, and I looked at him in the face, and because his thing was to do exactly what I did. It doesn't hurt, so he just looked at me and went, okay, then. So then right there, I was like, fuck, I always know when those killer people do that. They have when people who are, because I can kind of fight, like compared to him and Jim or whatever, I could kill you guys.
Yeah. Who said I couldn't fight?
But
What?
you're normal people. In the fighting world, I am Steve.
Right,
to Forrest Griffin,
To
I'm
Forrest,
Steve.
you're Steve.
Yeah.
You're little Stevie.
And Steve is hitting me and staring him down, going, "Did that fucking hurt, shitbag?"
Oh no.
So Forrest goes, because they all do it. Chuck Liddell's, they all do the same thing. They go, "Oh yeah, okay, sounds good." And then I know, because they go cold. They've got a dark face. It's like something that happens when you're being stabbed in the neck and somebody's fucking you, and you're saying no, and you're trying to fucking get their fucking mask to come off so you can identify them when you wake up in hospital.
Their soul goes away.
It's that fucking face.
Soul
And I
drains
was
right
like,
out of 'em.
Man, I always have to drag that face out of these fucking tough
So
guys.
what ended up happening?
Well, he cranked it from above up here.
Holy shit.
And went down. It was a downwards chop
Wow.
onto the back of the cuff, but it missed one and just got the other one on the end, and I had like a fucking.
must
It
have been
goes in. It's not like it doesn't.
It's like
if you get punched in the face or you get kicked and kneed, you feel it later. This one's it's a sting that goes into your bone. Have you ever, have you ever fucking hit your ass running? I don't skate or anything, but sometimes I fall skating. Not anymore because I'm washed up. But my ass will hit. One cheek will hit, and the other cheek will keep going because you go so fast when your foot comes off. One stays, and the other one fucking goes like 3 feet, and the other one's firmly planted into the fucking cement. So it's just a fucking rant, and you fuck the sky and put your fucking tailbone inside your own ass and pull the fucking. Holy shit! It's the inside pain. It's like an inside sting.
Yeah.
That's
Deep inside your pelvis.
Like I snapped my tailbone off one time. That was the.
I hear that is like the worst fucking
It's the
pain,
fucking
man.
most
It's just-
amazing. Because the hospital can't do anything about it.
They
I had
can't
the
do
X-ray.
anything.
The only thing it did was get me laid a little bit. I had an X-ray of because my tailbone snapped off, so there's like a gap, and then my little fucking tail floating by itself.
Oh, shit.
And I had the X-ray, and I'd put it in my bathroom through I took the ceiling lights out, and I had that there. So I would show chicks. I'd take them back to my house. Like, see that? That's my tailbone. I don't have a tailbone. It's floating. Just floating in there. You can touch it. You can move it around. It's no big deal.
That got you
And then
laid a
meanwhile,
little
you
bit?
probably
Yeah,
see
well, I
the
was stuck in
outline.
whores, dude.
Ah, right.
I'm looking for a long-term relationship, a professional skateboarder over here.
I
think I love you.
I always think if they come back to your house and you get them into the bathroom, they're going to fuck you anyway. I got to be honest, the X-ray is probably not the clincher.
Mine was, maybe I had it before I knew it. But my thing was the barbecue. I would say, let's go for a barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of saying, can you jack me off in my bathroom, it was barbecue first.
My thing was always rape.
How'd that work out?
You had that on your wall or something?
That was my closer.
Holy shit.
Right the fuck on.
Unbelievable, man.
Just so you know, all Australians are not the same.
Fucking hardcore, man.
They've always said yes.
You getting hit with, on that with 10 on
That's
the shot collar.
Yeah, well, we've got him on 10 in that boxing fight.
Right the fuck down.
And that's the word. Because in the boxing fight, after the first 5 minutes, you can't feel the shock collar anymore. It only because it's on your spine. It just makes your legs give out for just a second. It's not really that painful. You just fall to your knees. So every time I was in that fight, blindfolded, right when I would finally get somebody, because you can't tell until somebody touches elbows. As soon as your elbow bumps into someone else, it's the fucking haymaker of doom. That's all you got to do.
Windmilling at him, right?
Yeah, we did blind boxing years ago. It's insane.
With real blind people.
With real blind people. One guy popped his eyes out for the fight.
What?
Just to prove he was blind.
Oh, okay. He took him out before the fight.
Yeah.
They were glass eyes, right?
Yeah, he goes, no, I'm blind. I'll prove it to you.
He wasn't just a guy with vision who really wanted to be on the show.
Yeah, well, you never know.
It is a big show, but
you never know. I mean, you know. but the one guy got fucked up bad. Fucking spleen, broken ribs.
He didn't see it.
See, I got...
Because you don't know when the punch is coming, so you don't protect yourself.
See, it's different. The way I organise Ellis Manias is there's usually one fight on the card where somebody could get knocked out, but I don't let people fight each other that are over 200 pounds that don't know how to fight. It's always these.
He rocks out.
If you're blindfolded and you're
205.
being electrocuted, you tense up. So you fight all tense.
Right.
And I mean, there's never really a chance to really open up. And in our one, usually they're professional fighters in the dog collar fight now, because it did get a little...
So what is the dog collar fight exactly?
It's 4 dudes with these dog collars on, and they're blindfolded. They've got headgear on and 16-ounce gloves.
Right.
And when the bell goes...
Headgear on. That's a bit faggy of them, isn't it?
Right.
Hey?
Yeah, you're a pretty manly guy. I've seen you take a punch.
No, not really. Have you seen me take a punch?
Yeah, you come alive, don't you?
No, have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it.
It's a real video. Yeah,
I got to tell you,
he's seen it.
Hey, you're an animal.
I got to give myself credit. Well, I didn't know I was in a fight.
You can tell.
I don't know.
Cheap shots are fucked up.
I tell you, if you're on stage and a guy comes out of the dark into the spotlight and you don't know, he doesn't even yell anything, I defy anyone to fight back really quickly.
But it's what you did after the punch is the bit that sucked.
What, coward?
But I don't blame you. Everybody
Coward.
does it. But you don't know because you don't train, you don't have anything. But when he punched you, it wasn't that good of a punch. You were completely conscious and you took a knee and went into a little bit of a fetal position.
May I add that I didn't drop the microphone?
But in the fetal, you were down next to his legs. You could have double-legged him.
Can we give credit where credit's due? I
For
came out
feeling?
and finished the fucking gig. As a comic, that's
But
impressive.
you didn't get knocked out.
You know what? You could have fucking punched him.
You could have
hit him back.
when you went down,
You
you were
probably should have
at
hit
his
him back.
shins. You could have grabbed his legs, put him on his back, and fucking punch him in the face.
Him in his balls right
Yeah,
there.
you could have grabbed his balls and pulled them off.
You could have sucked his cock.
That would have been funny.
I didn't know
I
I
would have
was
bought
in
a
a
ticket
fight.
to your next gig. This guy's sucking dick on stage. He's a maniac.
And I tell you what else, I didn't press any charges either.
Wow,
you are what a man.
No, the police asked me if I wanted to, and I said no. That's pretty tough.
That's tough?
Yeah.
You know a guy that walks out on stage and punches comedians in the face.
No, I just let the cunt go home because he's drunk, and I've had a drink before and acted like an arsehole.
right.
And that's how I looked at it.
All right.
And also my career took off from that day. I was in the news that night.
Oh, look at what's on here.
The YouTube sensation?
Jim Jefferies.
The old spelling of Jim Jefferies, that shows how old he is.
Someone really produced your beating.
You make the most of it.
Well produced, Jim Jefferies.
It's pretty good for security footage.
That's pushing it inwards. Oh,
still have that shirt.
Hang on.
Jesus.
Man, that's one hell of a response. Oh, look, there is a single leg.
All right, for a single leg.
Yeah, and then the people came in, and then I was off.
Oh, you ran right off.
Where'd you go? Into the dressing room.
For what?
To chat with the other comics.
To chat with the other comics?
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, that wasn't that bad.
It wasn't
he
as
went
bad
for
as
the one leg.
Okay, may I also add, if you watch, the first thing I say before I'm hit is, oh, hang on a second. That's how much of a shock it is to me.
You got blindsided there.
Why did that guy
give you
But you
that.
kept looking down,
He
though.
didn't heckle or anything. And I even
And
tried
he was a
to
crazy
reason him.
guy, huh?
And he came out of the darkness into the spotlight.
Whoa, almost got you with the left.
See, the first punch, you can't. What are you looking at his shoes for?
See, all right, now you're trying to take him down.
That was good.
I didn't drop the mic as well.
Why did this guy
That's
attack
very
you?
important.
Did it ever come out?
what the fuck was his problem?
I did a pedophilic joke. He had some issues with...
and he was a pedophile?
He had some issues. Or he was on a first date or something, and the girl that he was with had issues. And he,
asshole.
But he never heckled. See, I've had plenty of times in my career where someone goes, oh, I'm going to come up. And I
See it coming.
I always do that sort of stance where I'm going to kick them in the face as they get up onto the stage.
Yeah,
is
you
the
got
best,
the high ground.
best thing. But he just ran up.
You never saw it coming.
I think he had an
yeah.
affliction T-shirt on too, which does mean it's dangerous.
But
You took a few punches though before you kind of realized I got to do something.
Can we play the standing ovation when I come back out though?
That's what's important here.
That's what's important because I got a black eye and I still fucking come back out.
Yeah, he got you with a shot. Absolutely. 1 or 2 shots he got. Who's that? The MC?
Yeah.
The MC doesn't know what the fuck to do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Took a
I've
while
only
to
been on
compose
stage
yourself.
for 8 minutes.
The
So
wanker's gone, all right?
the wanker.
Wanker. Yeah.
All right, that's not going to help, really. All right. But Jim's going to come back and finish his set for you.
Wouldn't that be great if you came out and another guy came up and just started railing on your fucking head?
Like
And then another guy started sucking your cock when you're out cold.
May I add that when I came back out, not everyone was happy to see me.
Yeah?
No, there was still booing out there. There were some people in that audience who were taking the punch
Ladies
aside.
and gentlemen, to finish off, welcome back, Jim Jefferies.
Damn. Look at that. Yep.
A little bit of a standing ovation.
I'm the worst high fiver in the world. Look at that one. It is a sloppy.
Well, you've just been in a big fight.
He did the best you could.
They love you. They love
He
you.
looked like he was a bit of a weightlifting guy. Probably best to keel over.
Now the thing is, if you listen to this now, okay. Now see this little cut there? Now we cut that out because I knew he was Irish and I went a little bit racist. I had about a 4-minute rant where I went, fucking Paddy, cunt, fuck, Irish, fuck.
And then you thought better of it.
And then because they didn't have the rest of the footage, people would think that I'd caused the fight. So we thought, edit that little bit out.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Because it's sometimes Irish people in Ireland, they have a little bit of, in my opinion, they have a little bit of, we're just great for the crack, you know, we're really up for it and we're a lot of fun and all that sort of, but you say one Irish joke and they're swinging punches. You know.
Yeah, I feel like Irish people and English people are good street fighters. They cheat. They always headbutt.
That's the closest I've been to having a fight in my entire life.
Really?
I get your deal, dude. If
Even
you get
as a
hit
kid?
good enough, it does make you want to go to the knee and you forget. And it's not like you were in a heated discussion. It was just on. I get you.
He just went at me, but
that's why I think you should go to the gym a little bit and learn a little bit because you would have been able to subdue him and you would have got a way bigger standing ovation if he had to punch you in the head 3 times. You double leg him, put him on his back, elbow him in the face until security pulls you off. I don't know about you, but I would have been on the stage hoisting you on my shoulders saying, it's the greatest comedian that ever lived. Did you see the elbows?
I did better than Noel Gallagher and Liam Gallagher did when they rushed them in Canada. I think they did better. But the thing was, security came and the audience came. The weird thing is that was filmed in Manchester, and there was about 3 guys, say, who ran up out of the crowd.
Yeah.
And when I go back to Manchester, I still sell more tickets than anywhere else in the world because
From
I'm
the
like
punching.
I'm synonymous. I'm synonymous
for the
with
incident.
That's 500,000 people there that watch. Yeah. And so I go and every time I go back, but every time I go back, I meet some guy who says he was the bloke who ran up on the stage and helped me. And so for the first 2 years, I was buying all these blokes drinks like, thanks for that, mate. Thanks for helping me out. So word's gotten around and every cunt in Manchester just says they were the guy who helped me out.
Lying sacks of shit.
The funny thing was there was the other comics were just watching TV and they could hear
They
all the
didn't see
commotion. But they were watching the fight on the screen and then they knew that I was coming backstage, so they turned to another channel.
Oh, like they didn't see
and
it?
acted like they couldn't see it. And they went, "So how did the show go?"
They didn't want to go out there and get punched themselves.
I go, not good. There's this one real arrogant comic called Michael McIntyre who's hugely famous there now. And I said, not good, not good, Michael. They just punched me in the face. And he went, "No one can follow me."
I might get punched in the face doing something, doing some stand-up. Organise it. So I could do a keel up thing.
Have you
really get punched.
Have you ever done stand-up or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just like 2 times.
2 times.
But the second time I did it at this Kerry Hart roast thing. Was like a private thing for Kerry and Pink and those people.
Right.
And who's the dude that's funny because he's good looking?
That would be me.
Maybe somebody hit you a little harder
No
than I
guy
thought.
is going to say it. Everyone thinks
Dane Cook, that's who it is.
Dane Cook's not that good looking, man.
I think he's an attractive guy for how funny he is. Beside the point,
Colin Kane's a good looking guy.
I roasted Kerry Hart, and then he came out and said, round of applause. I don't know if this is a comedy thing they say to make you feel good, but I was the funniest person in the building.
Oh, there. See.
So I'm funnier than Dane Cook, but like I said, that's not a huge...
Yeah, that's well done.
Tough crowd.
Well done. All right. Let's get the plugs in. Jim Jefferies, Caroline starting tonight.
I'll be at Caroline.
Through the weekend, 212-757-4100.
If you guys are still in the air, I'll be in here tomorrow.
Yeah, we got to figure out what's up.
It's over, huh?
We're talking. For today's,
I feel good about my career, man.
Yeah.
I love how you guys are like the fucking juggernauts of the game, and you're like, oh, it's on the country. Maybe we are. Maybe we're not. I've got backup plans. And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, really? Like, that's what I've got to look forward to?
Yeah, well, it's...
Backup plans?
The business has gotten a lot different, but we're talking. I don't know.
You got to stay, dude. You
Today's
can't
our last
fucking
day of
leave
our
it.
contract.
You guys can become podcasters.
You can't. Don't do that.
We'll be the new podcasters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jason, what have you got going on? Of course, the show today, live from New York. The Jason Ellis Show, Faction, Sirius 28, XM52 at 3 o'clock today. And then the Ellis Mania thing.
Yeah, Ellis Mania 6 is the Tainstick, my first band, has got its final gig the night before at the Roxy. So that's at the Roxy, November 5th. And then Ellis Mania, my movie premiere is in the morning on Saturday.
What do you mean
Sunset.
your movie premiere?
I got a movie, The Woodsman. It's about this guy who lives in the woods in Australia and American, college, like they come to camp in the outback. And the woodsman he's a crazy dude who lives in the woods with a fucking massive cock and a snake up his ass. So he's like a crazy monster dude.
For a while, I thought it was a documentary.
Yeah.
It is.
And it is.
Great,
and how to die if you're an American in Australia. But yeah, he kills people, pulls babies out of their fucking stomachs and fucking kills them with loads. And he cuts one dude's arms and legs off and his cock, puts his cock in his mouth and then pulls a snake out of his ass and diarrheas on the dude until he dies.
Fucking
wow.
So there's going to be a red carpet with like celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
You just stolen the storyline from Love Actually.
But there's a bunch of celebrities that are going to be on the red carpet, and they have no idea that they're going to
How
go
bad-
sit and watch a movie where a dude's cock gets shoved in another
great.
dude's ass.
All right.
And then Ellis Mania 6 at the Palladium, and then after Ellis Mania 6, my new band, Death, Death, Die, will perform at the Palladium.
Such a busy guy.
Well, you can't just do it in radio.
No, you got to spread yourself out.
You got to go everywhere.
You absolutely have to do
shit.
that.
Yeah.
So one thing falls apart, at least you got something else.
Yes.
And I would like to do a special shout out to all the, I think it's Opie and Anthony fans. I think it's a little bit of Ron and Fez, but I got a lot of love out there from a couple of guys on my Twitter account that want me to die.
Oh,
and I don't get it because I never said anything bad about either one of you guys.
It's probably the same people that listen to us and want us to die too.
Somebody said that your fans want you to die.
Well, yeah, we can't figure it out anymore.
My purple cock threatened me like 2 weeks ago.
I hate it when someone joins your
actually,
fan page to hate you.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Someone said
out of their way.
Someone said because Jim's here that Ellis fucking kick his ass, man. It's gonna be a fucking war. The Outback's gonna go for it. I'm like, oh God, please, can you just fucking listen to the show?
And
fuck off?
now since you didn't, it'll be like you're just a pussy.
What a faggot! You didn't. Yeah.
My argument was at least I put it on 10 one time.
Yeah, you did. You want to take a 10?
No,
to
no,
end
no.
the show?
I'm good at conceding defeat.
You know what? Hey, you put it on, dude.
So
In the end, you put it on.
So you're telling me I didn't win the dog collar challenge.
I'll fucking be the first to say I pushed out.
Someone
you put the collar on. You took a 5.
He did.
I took a 5 a couple of times.
You're a true competitor. You did good.
And you know.
I don't hate you. You seem like a funny guy.
I am funny.
Well, then there you go.
Jefferies is hilarious. Okay.
You want to come to my gig? Come on, you can come to my gig.
When?
You should, Caroline's.
Tonight?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
You
Sunday.
should go.
Tomorrow night? It's Thursday today.
Tomorrow's sold out, but I can do tonight.
Tonight?
No, I can fit you any night you want.
You would like
Kendo, because is Shuli going to be there too?
I don't know who else is going to be.
You don't know who's on Caroline's? Are you the main dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time?
8 o'clock.
I am in New York, bored out of my fucking shitless pants.
You would love Jefferies, I'm telling you.
No, I would go.
Yeah, Jason
it's
will
in
go.
the city, right?
All right, let's get off the air so we can figure all this out.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for having me.
There's
You
a lot
guys.
to figure
problem, man.
out.
Thanks for
Jason,
coming
thank
in.
you, brother.
And of course.
Have fun in New York. We'll see you guys.
Jefferies.
Hopefully,
What's the
hopefully
plug?
tomorrow, I guess.
I'll be here.
Yeah, this is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Dirt bikes and stuff. I'm not